You're eating cheeseburgers. You're eating hot dogs. You're eating everything in your refrigerator, and then you get bigger and bigger and bigger until you explode. That's what this SCP does. Leave a like, or this SCP will get you next.
It was one of those Parisian mornings that made you think everyone must be living in a painting.
Alec, your friend was out.
The Eiffel Tower gleamed in the distance, and the city was buzzing with the usual touristy chaos, even though it was still 1951.
Mustachio!
But
we're going
inside a
back in
small
time.
drab
Oh,
apartment
Alec, it's when you
just
were
off
born.
the Rue de la Paix, a much less picturesque scene was unfolding. A very large man sat at his
Alec.
kitchen table.
There we
that
go.
was nearly
It's Alec's dad.
Shut up! Shut up! It went 5 seconds in the video!
Dude, you're
You
French,
made fun of
you
me
have
4
red hair,
times!
and you eat a
Oh
lot.
my god!
This is you.
Leave me
That is
alone!
no, that can't be Alec, guys. That's got to be like Alec's great-great-great-grandpa.
Please comment. Stop the Alec hate. Good lord!
They love it, dude.
I said nothing today.
We love you, Alec. We love
Oh god!
you. Now let's watch
Buckling
your
under the weight of the
great-great-great-grandfather
mountain
eat.
of food he had managed to pile on it. He was
Gosh,
alone,
dang!
But it didn't seem to bother him.
Is this
His
SCP called a
stomach,
heart attack?
Round and swollen,
Gobbling those
flowed
glizzies.
over
Oh my
his
God.
waistband like a bloated river. He shoveled
He's
food
making me
into his
hungry.
mouth with a kind of savage delight, his hands greasy and covered in
good.
crumbs. He wasn't eating. He was devouring.
Oh my
This
gosh,
is the
Alec. First
his
ever
beloved
mukbang.
companion for years, perched nervously on the open windowsill, watching the spectacle with growing anxiety.
He might get eaten
Its
next.
green feathers fluttered slightly
Wait, is this
in the
the SCP?
breeze, but its beady black eyes never left the man.
That's a parrot.
It was almost like the bird was
You never know.
praying the man would stop. But the man wasn't stopping.
No one's gonna
Not
stop
even
him.
Close.
Dude, I've seen Alec do this at 3 a.m. in the morning one time.
I was gonna say, is anyone else jealous of this guy? This looks awesome. I wish I could eat that much. This looks like heaven to me. I think I want this SCP to take me over.
So far, this isn't an SCP. I think this guy just has an eating disorder.
He's got something, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, this is life.
The man mumbled in French between bites, his mouth too full
was not
for
French.
coherent
Oh
speech.
oui, c'est la
His
vie.
cheeks puffed out like a chipmunk's. He paused for a moment,
Ça, c'est
looking
la
around
vie.
with a satisfied grin.
What's that, Polly? Oh, nothing? Well, you don't know
That
what you're
sounds
missing.
just like Alec's dad. I'm not even
The
kidding.
parrot made a soft, nervous sound in response. It fluttered its wings and shifted uncomfortably. It knew something was wrong.
I was gonna say animals have a sixth sense about these sort of things, so the parrot can obviously tell that there's an SCP, but this man, he has no idea what's about to happen.
Some animals do, not parrots, dude.
Yeah,
it's
parrots
a
are
bird.
stupid.
It's got literally a pea-sized brain.
I agree with No, Alec on but this one.
one.
it knows, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, sure. Why is it
Then
acting all
came
peculiar?
the noise. A strange, gurgling sound. At first, it was so faint the man didn't notice.
It's gonna explode.
But then it grew louder, more pronounced. The parrot's feathers fluffed up as it tilted its head, eyes wide in horror.
What's up with this
The
parrot?
man paused, his
It
hand
knows.
halfway to his mouth with more food.
Oh my gosh, one more bite.
He looked down
Oh my
at
gosh.
his belly, then back at the parrot, as if he had finally noticed something was
Oh, no.
off.
That parrot is judging
A
himself.
It's gotta go
wet,
number
bubbling
2.
sound gurgled from deep inside him.
Oh,
Unnatural.
imagine
loud.
he just like lets out a
It was as
huge
if
fart.
A pot of soup was simmering
It's
beneath
not
his
gonna be a
skin.
fart.
His fingers tightened around the edge of the table, knuckles
Hey,
white.
we've all been
breath
there.
coming in short, panicked gasps.
Oh, big turd
He looked at
coming!
his own stomach. His eyes wide with
Please!
Go
dismay.
to the toilet!
Then,
Let it
a
out!
disgustingly loud burp. The man leaned
Oh,
back
there
in his
you go.
chair.
Better
his
out than
hand
in.
pressed
That's
to
what I
his
always
stomach.
say. We almost got it.
Oh, that wasn't normal.
He groaned in French.
Maybe the 4th plate of sausages was too much.
You don't
What do you
say.
think, Polly? Should I have a 5th?
The parrot
No!
squawked.
Okay, this guy's actually me, dude. Every time I eat pizza. I'm not,
Finally.
guys, I know that Jack and Adam joke a lot about me eating like all this pizza, whatever. It is, I'll admit, it's pretty true. I'll eat, I order a large size pizza from like a local place too, not some scrubby little Domino's that the pizza's this big. I'm talking real 16-inch meat lovers pizza.
It's big.
And I'll get through 6 slices and I'll be like, ooh, yeah, that hit the spot. But then those last 2 slices are eyeing me up like candy. And I just can't resist.
Alec will turn around to his inanimate Goku object and say, "Hey Goku, should I have the 7th and 8th slices?" And then Goku will say yes every time.
That's
its
not
wings,
too far off.
ruffling its feathers like it was trying to escape the scene, but no such luck. The man's stomach gurgled again, this time much louder. And then
Oh no!
the man exploded.
Whoa!
Just a simple cute pop. No, this was an all-out a twisted, gory fireworks display, splattering everything in its path. The parrot screamed, the word coming out faster than it could process it.
This parrot's
Parrot
freaking me
shrieked,
out!
Its
He's
feathers
got belly on
plastered with
him!
pieces of human flesh. It tried to shake them off, frantically flapping its wings.
Polly want a
But
cracker!
the pieces were
Polly want a
stuck
cracker!
like sickly
Polly wanna go
souvenirs
home!
from a disaster movie.
Run,
The
parrot!
man was gone.
Polly wants to wake
But
up
the
from this
parrot was
nightmare.
covered, head to tail.
I
in
hate
his
this parrot. He's
remains.
freaking me
It
out.
looked like a creature straight out of a horror show.
Look away, Kevin!
Mon Dieu!
The parrot muttered, as if it could
I
even
said, "My
process
God."
the nightmare that had just unfolded. It flew out of the window with one final
Bruh.
panicked flap. As
Wow.
it soared into the beautiful Paris sky, pieces of the
Ew,
man's
ew,
flesh
this is
began
grossing
to
me
fall,
out now. What is
raining
happening?
down like tragic confetti. Meanwhile, down below, a couple, hand in hand,
Wait, I'm sorry to pause it again, but what even is the SCP? Like, what is it? We still have no idea. Bro just ate so much that he exploded.
Yeah, I think whatever the SCP is, it's got to be an infection in your body that forces you to keep eating until you literally explode.
So, but if the SCP is inside him, then doesn't the SCP also die?
Or maybe that's
No,
how it spreads,
look.
Alec. Maybe
Yes.
it's spreading right now.
Oh,
'Cause of this-
shoot!
It's like the Last of Us virus.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like in springtime when you blow on the what is it called, a daffodil?
The dandelion.
You blow on the dandelion and to spread the seed.
Exactly.
And it goes into the
yeah,
wind.
it could spread everywhere. So whoever gets touched by the stuff that's falling from Polly is going to be infected, and then they're going to want to eat everything until there's no food left, and then they all explode.
What if Polly also gets infected? And then Polly turns into a big fat parrot?
Maybe that's how Polly wanted a cracker started.
Oh my god.
Polly wants all the crackers.
Dude, this is crazy.
and strolled near the Eiffel Tower. They were newlyweds, blissfully oblivious to the mess of human gore falling from the sky.
They're doing the moonwalk.
Beautiful here?
One's just
The
gonna fall
woman
right into her
asked,
mouth.
eyes sparkling as her husband snapped a photo of her in front of the tower. Absolutely, he grinned, completely lost in the moment.
This is kind of what I
adjusting
thought
the camera's
diabetes
settings
was
like
when
an
I was like
amateur.
5.
A piece of flesh.
Oh
fell
no,
from
I
the
told you!
landing just a few inches away from them.
Ew.
It hit the ground with a sickening splat.
belly.
The man didn't see it. Neither did the woman.
Good.
They just kept walking, kept
Okay.
giggling. They were in love, in
Aw.
Paris, and nothing
Betty.
could ruin this moment. Above them, the parrot was
This
still
parrot's
flying in a
freaking
panic, trying to shake off the remnants of its dearly deceased owner. More flesh dropped scattering on unsuspecting people down below.
It's
The
a super
newlyweds,
spreader.
still lost in their own little world, strolled into a nearby cafe. They found a seat on the terrace, basking in the late morning sun, the world feeling just right. They ordered coffee, croissants, the quintessential Parisian breakfast. The waiter smiled at them, and they smiled back. And all the while, the parrot continued its flight above, still desperately trying to rid itself of the disgusting keepsakes it had been left with from its owner. The parrot's
going
panic was now a
everywhere.
full-blown emergency. With one last act of desperation, mid-flight, the parrot plucked a blood-drenched feather from its side and, in a gesture that could only be
No, it
described
ate
as
it.
pure revulsion, spat it into the air. The
What?
feather tumbled, swirling as it fell, leaving a trail of
It's gonna
blood
land
drops
right
that
into the
scattered
couple's
in every
food.
direction like twisted confetti. 2 drops landed. One hit
Not the
the croissant, the other the cappuccino.
I knew it!
The couple, they were too busy being hopelessly, nauseatingly in love.
Oh,
to
no.
notice.
Don't eat the croissant!
The woman took a delicate bite of the croissant,
No.
as if it
No!
were the most sacred
Stay
thing in
petite,
the world.
woman!
No,
As her
it's
teeth
not
sank into
raspberry,
the
your
flake
figure!
of buttery goodness,
I don't know if I can
she
watch
didn't
this.
feel the tiny drop of blood that had seeped into it. She didn't
Oh
taste
my
it.
God,
she
bro.
just
Oh my gosh.
smiled and
Oh
sighed.
my God,
blissfully
bro.
It's the same
unaware
thing that happened to
of the
Alex' mom 20
bizarre
years ago.
fate The universe
Oh my
had
God,
decided.
bro. What?
What?
Alec, why'd you say that?
Why'd you pause it?
What do you mean, why did I pause it? What do you mean, why did I pause it?
It's just commentary.
What is
channel.
that for?
It was like, it's a commentary channel. I'm making a comment.
This is ridiculous.
Guys, let's all just get along, okay? This SCP's making us all on edge right now. We gotta lock in.
This is slanderous.
We should definitely move on. I'm gonna press play.
Had decided to hand her.
Unbelievable.
Eyes half closed, leaned back and took a long sip of his cappuccino.
Who's that guy, Adam?
The blood drop sinking unnoticed into the foam.
I don't know.
Perfect.
He's
he
my op.
muttered, savoring the taste. If only he'd known what he'd just consumed.
Gosh.
The couple
probably tastes so
continued
good.
their feast.
You're dead. You're
Oblivious.
dead.
Croissants are better
They
than
didn't
bread.
see the parrot still circling above them, trying to shake off the last pieces of their gruesome passenger. The couple didn't even notice the tiny bits of human flesh falling like sickly rain around them, splashing on
Why
the
is it
cobblestone
following them?
streets or landing
Is
on
everybody in
random
France
bystanders.
blind?
The city was
Oh.
too beautiful, and they were too in love. But all good things must come to an end. Their honeymoon had been a whirlwind of romance.
Are they about to go back to the
croissants,
United
and
States?
Incredible coffee.
No, do not
But
bring
like
that back
all
here.
perfect things, it had
That's
a
why
time
Americans are
limit.
so fat, probably.
A few weeks later, they boarded the plane home, and that's when things took a strange turn. Something wasn't right. The couple,
they gonna
who had once
explode?
been wrapped in a
No, they're
warm,
probably
blissful
so
bubble,
hungry.
now sat next to each other in uncomfortable silence. The warmth that surrounded them wasn't the kind of warmth that came from love or
boy.
passion. No, this was different.
Here we go.
It was
Oh,
an
Adam did this
internal
one
heat,
time.
A fire they couldn't escape.
Come on, that's a story that you gotta tell.
I already-
Adam.
we already
You
told
gotta
the
tell
story.
it. No, but not everyone heard it. The people want it again, Adam.
Nobody wants
the
it. I'm
people
pressing
want it
play.
again. What?
The woman wiped her brow
Just
with the
picture
back of her
Adam as
hand,
the woman
her face
when we're watching
flushed,
this.
Her eyes squinting. She looked at her husband with a confused frown.
Do you feel hot?
He pulled at his shirt collar, trying to loosen it.
Yeah. I thought it was just me.
They exchanged a quick look, but neither of them had an answer for the strange
Thought it was
discomfort
about to
hanging over
happen.
them. Their earlier bliss had quickly dissolved.
This is not
into
what
a
happened to the
dull
other guys.
unease.
Body.
A flight attendant passed by, looking overly chipper.
Can I get you anything else to make you more comfortable?
The husband smiled weakly.
Sausage.
Water would be good, thanks.
She nodded and returned a few moments later, placing napkins and water in front of
There
them.
better be ice in
There
that
you
cup,
go.
or
Anything
I would
else?
slap her.
The woman shook her head,
What?
trying to smile,
Just kidding,
trying to
Adam.
look happy and grateful, but the sweat on her brow told a different story. The flight attendant walked away. With every passing moment, the couple just felt worse.
All right, drink the
The
water.
heat was growing.
So wait, I'm kind of curious, like you were saying, Adam. When does it turn from sickness into I need to eat everything on God's green earth? When does that switch happen?
I don't know. Maybe it's the air pressure. Maybe this isn't even a symptom of the SCP.
I'm just now realizing too. Jack, you think is Adam wearing a bra right now? What is he wearing?
That has nothing to do with the video.
I think it's or maybe it's like a handbag that you take to the grocery store.
You talk about what the people want to see and hear. This is what the people want. You think I want to wear
Bananas
this?
in there.
People want
No,
this.
you chose to put that on. You
People,
chose to
I
sit in
didn't
that
choose
chair.
anything. People decide. I posted a community poll.
Adam, you can wear clothes. We're gonna get views even if you wear clothes. It's okay.
No, it's 2025. I have to show shoulder, or we're not going to get clicks.
You don't need to have a nip slip, Adam.
Adam is showing off
It's
his
okay.
trapezoids.
I'm trying to get us to 10 million subs, guys.
Guys, comment down below. Bra or no bra for Adam?
Please, bra. I mean, no bra. Put clothes on, Adam.
No, bro, I'm taking it off.
growing, crawling up from their stomachs to their heads. The plane had become an oven, the air too thick to breathe, yet there was no obvious reason for it.
Maybe the plane's just too hot.
The husband muttered, pulling at his collar again.
Is he gonna
He
jump
reached
off?
for the water, but it didn't help. It didn't do anything. Nothing helped. Not the
Yeah, what
water,
is about
not
to
the
happen?
napkins, not even the air
Try
conditioning.
food.
When they finally made it back home,
Oh, they
things
made it.
took an even stranger,
That was
more
easy.
unnerving turn. It wasn't immediate. Nothing
Go
ever
ahead.
is. But after a few weeks,
Oh,
the
wait.
couple's
Oh my God.
appetites
Oh, here we
had
go.
become a bottomless
Okay, so
pit.
a couple weeks
It
went
wasn't
by.
just the
This
usual
is like from
vacation
Spirited Away
cravings.
when they turn into
No,
pigs.
this was different.
So wait, I'm starting to think that the SCP is probably inside of their gut, right? It's like some sort of parasite that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it explodes out, and we just didn't see what came out of the giant guy. There's probably some creature that was growing inside of him because he was pregnant with it.
You know, if you have worms, not that like I've ever had worms before, I haven't. But if you do, it does make you want to eat a lot more because the worms actually eat the food that you eat. So it's kind of like that.
Same idea, exactly, except this thing will
Adam,
explode.
don't look at me like that.
You should keep those stories to yourself, Alec.
I know, I said that never happened to me.
You know too
No
much
more
about
story
worms.
times.
You know way too much about worms and not
I've
have had
never
it.
had worms
Nobody
before.
goes and looks up worm facts for fun. Only people that had it and need medical assistance look that up.
Alec has had worms. Adam has pooped on a plane door. It happens to everybody, guys.
They found themselves standing in front of the fridge at all hours, just staring at it like zombies. They opened the door, peered inside, and started eating
This is
without
literally me
thinking.
and Alec at 1
It was like
a.m.
a primal instinct had taken over. Suddenly, nothing else mattered. Nothing but the gnawing hunger that called
These are
at
like the
them from
parents in
inside.
Spirited Away.
Two mouths wide open, eyes glazed over. They
just said
devoured whatever they could find. Leftovers from last night's dinner, half-empty jars of pickles, cheese that was maybe a week past its expiration
Gotta
date.
go grocery
It
shopping.
didn't matter. If it was edible,
that is you
it was
guys.
fair game. The
Alec and
fridge
Adam eat
became
raw
their
food
new
all the
best
time,
friend.
and expired
They
food.
just couldn't stop. One evening, the tension finally bubbled over. The last piece of
Oh my
chicken
God, they're gonna kill
sitting
each
there
other.
on the dinner table like a cruel temptation
what-
was just waiting for them to fight over.
Do you think the guy will get so hungry that he'll literally eat the girl?
Do you guys think they'll split it, kill each other, or put it up there? No.
Guys, this is more Back Bros, not Dora the Explorer, okay?
Can you guys find Adam's nose? You found it.
I'm
Muy
pressing play. I'm
gracias.
pressing play. This is ridiculous.
Is Adam wearing a bra?
It's playing!
They both reached for
Let's
it
check
at the
the
same
map.
time. Their hands met in midair, fingers brushing like some sad.
Oh,
twisted
they're gonna fight
dance.
over it.
No, I was gonna eat that.
The wife screeched,
Oh, snap.
her voice high with the desperation
Hit her!
she was
Come
too
on,
embarrassed
hit
to
her!
admit.
Be a gentleman.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The husband shot back,
Oh, snap!
grabbing the chicken and pulling
Oh,
it closer
no.
to his plate.
Backhand!
You shouldn't have
This
done
is
that,
Adam and
buddy.
his
The
girlfriend.
fight didn't even
Backhand!
make sense. They were
No,
both stuffed,
no, Alec,
but the
no
chicken,
violence.
that
1-2
sad
McGregor,
last
3-4
little piece
Mayweather.
was like some kind of sacred prize.
Why don't we just split it,
Their
guys?
first fight wasn't about anything important, just food. Yet it felt like everything. Voices rose, tempers flared, the argument
guys
spiraled
hearing
into
voices?
a mess of accusations
Yeah,
and
they're
ridiculous
talking.
claims. At some point, it all became a blur, like two animals fighting over the last morsel of meat from a hunt.
Two bananas
And then
fighting over
the wife
a banana.
snapped. Without warning, she stormed to the kitchen, slamming the refrigerator door open.
Fine.
She shouted, her face twisted in anger.
I'll just make myself my own dinner.
She pulled out
Oh,
an entire
yo!
chicken from the fridge like it was the last
Why are they
supper.
fighting over a wing? They
Without
have the whole
thinking,
chicken.
She set it on the counter and began to prepare it, cutting it up with a feverish, almost violent energy. The husband sat at the table, shocked for a moment. His hand reached for the last piece of chicken on his plate, then dropped it. Something nudged it out of his daze.
He dropped
With a
it?
slight chuckle, he walked into the kitchen and smiled at his wife.
Well, look at that. Our first fight. This will be a good story to tell the grandkids, huh?
But the wife wasn't having it. Not now. Not when she was starving.
Oh,
practically
she-
Silent
shaking with
treatment.
hunger.
Are you serious?
Oh, God.
hissed, her face flushed.
Can't you see I'm starving? What's wrong with you?
She shoved him away, as if his presence was
I
the
don't
last
think I ever
thing she
want a
needed.
girlfriend.
You ate the last piece. You don't understand.
Her breath was quick, sharp, her entire being focused on one thing. Food.
I'm so scared.
More food.
I'm so
The
scared.
husband backed off, his attempt at humor falling flat.
Hey, I didn't mean to.
Wait, is he
But
not
she didn't
infected?
listen. The absurdity
I
of
think
it
he
all
is.
was lost
She's
on
more
her.
infected.
The argument was ridiculous, yes, but her hunger was something
Women,
else
Adam.
entirely. Something very real. She finished cooking the chicken, her hands trembling with frustration.
Just kidding.
as she
She's
piled
going
her
bare
plate high.
hands with the chicken.
The husband, too stunned to say anything else, just stood
That's
there
gotta
in
be
the kitchen
hot.
doorway, watching the woman he'd married devour an entire meal like it was the last one she'd ever had.
This is when he knew
And
she
for
was the
some
one.
reason, it
That's
felt
pretty
like it
attractive.
was. The tension didn't let up. It built, like the slow burn of a fire that nobody notices until the whole house
Oh,
is
she's
engulfed.
gonna explode.
Several weeks later, the wife's sister showed up, expecting a warm welcome and stories of their romantic Parisian adventure.
look like twins.
She had visions of croissants and Eiffel Tower photos, of love-filled conversations and laughter. But when she walked through that door, she found something else entirely.
She's gonna think she's
The
pregnant.
couple was different. They
Obesity!
were, for lack of a better word, bigger. Sure, they
They
had
did that
gained
over, like,
weight,
a few
but it wasn't
weeks.
just that. Their once cheerful, carefree energy had transformed into something less endearing,
This is actually really
something
scary.
raw, something
The American
aggressive,
dream.
something hungry. The wife was sitting at the kitchen table, elbows deep in
What's she even
a
eating?
tub of
1,
peanut
2,
butter,
3, 4
dipping a
chins.
spoon in it like it
tub
was her
of peanut
job.
butter with a
Her
spoon?
eyes
They
were
don't even
glassy,
look the same.
and she was making
Okay, I gotta be honest here, guys. I have done that before. Jack has seen me do that before. If you've never taken just like a tub of peanut butter and just taken a spoon and eaten half of it, you've never lived before. I don't condone it. I wouldn't say it's a good thing to do. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just saying, at some point in your life, just maybe give it a shot.
It's even better with Nutella sometimes.
Don't double dip though unless you own the peanut butter.
I double dip with my fingers.
You're like
He's not
a
even
monkey.
kidding. He's disgusting.
Alec has been infected with this SCP multiple times.
Yes, he's done that
I've
with
eaten
my
it.
peanut butter too. It's mine, and then he puts it back like nothing happened. Like I
I'm
watched
the
him do
only
it,
one. I'm the only one that's ever beaten this SCP.
and it's still getting you right now.
This might be you as an SCP.
It's a war, constant war every day.
You guys live together in harmony.
strange, content noises, as if she were in a trance. Her husband. was
Oh my
pacing,
God.
His hand constantly
Dude, is that
moving to his
Nikocado?
mouth, shoving
It looks like the
crackers
dude
into
from
it
the
like his
Minecraft
life
movie.
depended on it. Every so often, he'd stop, wipe his mouth, and glance at the fridge like it was a secret lover he couldn't quit.
Hey, yo.
The sister, standing in the doorway, had the kind of expression you'd expect when you've just walked into
Nope,
a
that's
crime
not politically
scene.
correct. You can't make that face anymore.
She muttered under her breath before forcing a smile.
You guys look amazing. How's everything been?
Wow.
Didn't have to
Wife
do all
didn't
that.
look up. She
guys
just
look
took another
amazing.
spoonful of peanut butter and without even chewing, mumbled.
Great.
The husband paused in his pacing.
Yeah, great. If you're starving all the time.
The sister, feeling awkward, shuffled into the living room,
I don't
eyeing
even
the
know what I
couple
would do.
as if they might attack at any moment.
So, Paris, huh? How was it? Any fun stories?
The wife lifted her head, crumbs falling from her mouth.
Stories? Oh, sure. A lot of stories. But we've been busy.
She licked some peanut butter off the lid, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. The sister, trying to make small talk, glanced at her.
I've done that.
You look different. Have you
Not that weird.
been eating well?
The wife narrowed her eyes.
Oh,
The
he shouldn't have
sister
said that.
stammered, her
Oh
eyes
my
flicking
gosh.
to the husband for support.
She's starting to
But
look
he was
more and
too
more
busy
like
with his
Queso.
crackers, looking completely uninterested in helping her out. She looked back at the wife, who had somehow now managed to finish an entire jar
Hey,
of
yo!
peanut butter.
That's impressive.
Are you pregnant?
There was an uncomfortable pause.
Is he pregnant?
Excuse me?
The wife snapped, standing up so suddenly that the chair scraped loudly
Ah,
against
she
the
shouldn't have
floor.
said that.
Pregnant? Are you calling me fat?
Catfight!
Oh,
Sister
God.
froze, her face
Abort!
turning beet
Abort!
red.
We will.
Get out of there! You can
Well,
outrun her!
With the, size change, maybe you had a bun in the oven?
It's going down. It's
There
going
was a
down.
silence so thick.
A bun in
She's
the
got-
oven.
she's
She's
got
got
a couple
100.
The wife
She's got
flipped
100
from
buns.
shock to
She ate them
rage.
all for
A
breakfast.
bun?
She's
You
got
think
3 buns
I've got
hiding
a
under that
bun
chin.
in the oven?
She spat the
You think I have a bun in the oven?
Yeah, we
She
heard
might
her.
eat
What
her
do you-
sister.
I just thought it was funny.
Do you guys think if this SCP infected Queso and he exploded, would the world survive?
Yeah.
I think so. But a lot of people are getting infected.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a level 8 earthquake about to happen when this lady starts running at her sister. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Guys,
Everybody brace yourself.
Oh my gosh, Alec. That's so funny.
She spat the words out like they were poisonous. The husband, completely unfazed, shrugged.
What's wrong with a bun? We all need a bun.
The
The
husband's
sister
kind of chill.
was now
to be
regretting
honest.
every word she'd ever spoken in her life. She took a small step back,
Her whole
trying
life?
to hide behind the doorframe.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just...
Before she could finish, the wife stormed
Oh,
past her
God!
into the kitchen.
I'm starving.
Titan!
She
Class
muttered,
3 Titan!
practically kicking open the pantry door.
There's never enough food in this house.
Meanwhile, across the street, an elderly neighbor had been watching the whole exchange through
Oh
her
my
window.
gosh.
Her old eyes narrowed with a smirk with the unfolding scene. She'd been watching
going
She's a,
on
she's a
over
peeping
there?
granny.
Parents moved in. She had a perfect view of their kitchen
Mind your
and
business,
living room.
Granny.
She'd seen everything.
Kathy's
The
getting
endless
some
trips
weight,
to the
huh?
fridge, the food hoarding,
call the cops on
strange
that?
stares.
We got 2
Peered through
people.
the curtains, one hand on her
Eating
chin like she was observing a
lot.
wildlife documentary.
Oh, my.
She muttered with a grin.
It's getting worse.
Back inside the house, things
Good
were
comms,
escalating.
Granny.
The husband, looking confused and defeated, started rummaging through the
Is he playing
pantry like he
peekaboo?
was looking for the Holy Grail.
He's turning into a
Where's
cat.
the last box of cereal?
He muttered, as if he hadn't just eaten an entire pizza an hour ago. The wife, now holding a frying pan, turned around.
Oh,
What
that's
are you
cookie
doing?
dough on there
She
is so
demanded.
good.
This is my meal. Don't even think about it.
The sister, realizing she was clearly out of her depth, tried to make a quick exit. She grabbed her purse and made her way to the door, but not before the wife shot her a look so cold it felt like a punch to the gut. The husband didn't even acknowledge the sister as she rushed out the door.
Oh my god.
He was too busy rifling through the junk drawer in search of something, anything to eat.
What the?
As the door slammed
Scissors?
shut behind her, the elderly neighbor, still watching from across the street, leaned back in her chair, content. She took a slow
She's
sip
loving
of her
it.
tea.
She's watching a
The
nature
honeymoon's
documentary.
over.
She said with a smirk.
Let's see how long they last now.
Later
Okay,
that
this-
night,
she's
the
crazy.
inevitable came, and it
crazy.
came with a ferocity that no one, least of all the couple, could have anticipated. The wife was sitting at the
Bro.
kitchen table. She was halfway through a bowl of leftover pasta. She slurped down the spaghetti, not even bothering to chew properly. Her
Oh, yeah.
eyes were distant, glazed over,
Time to
consumed by this
explode.
insatiable hunger that had long passed the point of normalcy. Then it happened. A
No.
low,
God.
gurgling noise erupted from deep within her. The sound was grotesque, like something was boiling inside her, just waiting to escape. Her body stiffened, and for a moment, her eyes locked onto the plate in front of her, as if she thought it might save her. But it was too late. Her chest heaved, her face contorted in agony, and with a horrific, unearthly pop, her body exploded.
Why do I
It
feel like
wasn't
the
a
husband's
balloon
about to start
popping.
eating her?
No, it was a full-on eruption. Flesh,
Clean up
blood,
on aisle
and
4.
half
I wonder
if
digested
the old
pasta
bat saw that.
splattered across the room in every direction. The force was so powerful
Dude.
that the walls were splattered with pieces of her body, and the table was flipped over
I
in
can't
the
even
chaos.
look. This is
For a
disgusting.
moment, there was only silence. Then, the
Oh my
husband,
God.
who had been sitting across the table, froze. His eyes, wide and glassy, stared
If
at
he
the
keeps
empty
eating,
space
bro, I
where his
swear.
wife had been.
He has
His
to.
mouth still open, the spoon hovering in midair, forgotten. He blinked
way.
What you
twice,
won't-
slowly processing what had just happened. He
Jack,
didn't
stop!
scream. He didn't even flinch. He
Jack,
simply
no!
reached over
Hit Jack.
as though
Do
it was
it.
the most natural thing in the world and
Everybody
took the bowl
eat.
of pasta off
No,
the
you're
table.
taking the
He
same
didn't
bowl
even
of
bother to
pasta
check
that
if
she
it was
just
safe.
blew up, dumb.
He didn't care.
Oh my God.
He ate it, shoveling the food into his mouth without pause.
Nah.
His
Oh
eyes
my
still
God.
locked on the empty space. As he chewed, he heard
That's
a
the
strange
definition of
gurgling
dial.
sound. It was faint at
Bro,
first.
he's
then
committed.
It grew louder. The gurgling
committed to
turned
the
into a
bit.
deep, unsettling rumble. He looked down at his stomach, his eyes growing
5,
wide with
4,
realization.
3,
His breathing became
2,
shallow. His
1.
fingers tightening around the bowl. The rumbling
this
grew
is sad.
louder, more insistent. He could feel it in
Poor
his
guy.
gut. The pressure building. The boiling
Maybe the bird
heat
comes back.
was coming for him. He knew it was coming for him.
This is the origin
In a
story
final,
of the Burger
desperate
King.
attempt, he shoved the last of the pasta into his mouth, chewing like a
No,
man
you
who thought he could
idiot.
outrun death with carbs. He chewed
probably
faster,
mostly blood.
more frantically. His
not
eyes
salt.
were
He's just
wild,
carbo loading.
his breath ragged. The explosion was just as violent as the wife's. His body detonated with a force that sent pieces of him flying in every direction. The kitchen was destroyed in an instant. The walls,
guessing
the
Granny
ceiling,
was
the
watching the
counters,
whole thing.
Nothing
Yep.
was safe from
Yeah,
the
she's
fallout.
probably loving
It was
this.
as though the entire house had been hit by a bomb, and in a way, it had. The room fell into silence once again. Across the street, the elderly neighbor, who
Oh
had
my
been
gosh.
watching from her kitchen window, didn't know what to do. She'd been
She's got to feel
If you-
responsible
If you see that, do you tell anybody? Because if you do, they might think that you're clinically insane.
for like watching a couple, you mean?
No, like let's say you were like, hey, I watched these two people eat until they literally combusted and exploded. Like that, like who's gonna believe that?
That's true. I was thinking like the detectives that come in and try to figure out like what happened. There's no way that they would ever guess like, oh, this is a classic case of ate too much. Classic case of cereal at 2 a.m.
We got a ba-da-ba-ba-ba on scene 4.
Two creepers got too close to a human.
No, not funny, Adam.
She'd been spying on them for weeks, those strange, hungry people across the way. She'd seen their odd behaviors, their constant trips to the fridge. But this was something else. Her hands started shaking.
No duh, Granny.
Did she really just see that? Two people explode? She took a few steps backward.
She has
clutching
not
her
been
chest.
taking her medication.
Her mind raced.
The
trying to
grandkids will
convince
never
herself
believe
that
this
what
one.
she saw was just a trick of the light, or maybe it was just her age.
Take
catching
your
up to
Adderall,
her.
Granny.
Dementia? No, she had seen it with her own eyes.
She's
The
schizophrenic.
horror, the explosions. She grabbed the phone.
Send her to
dialing
a
the
home
police
care.
with
She has a
shaking
rotary
hands.
phone?
As she relayed the
great.
bizarre
Oh, yeah,
circumstances
oh,
she
wait,
witnessed
it
to the
is
dispatcher,
1950,
The
I
anomaly
forgot.
was pinged by the Foundation, who was always watching and always listening. By the time the emergency responders arrived, the scene had already been secured by the
Were
Foundation.
those G-Wagons?
Their agents had already disguised
No.
themselves as
No,
paramedics,
that was the Model
moving
T.
quickly and efficiently, as if this was just another day at the office. They swept through the house,
Oh my
carefully taking
God.
photos and collecting evidence from the remnants of the explosion. Samples were
Nasty.
taken, blood and tissue analyzed, the walls and floor scanned for signs of anything unusual. They moved with a precision that was almost surgical, as if the horror they were witnessing was just another puzzle to solve.
Oh my god.
By the next morning, photos of the incident had been leaked to the national media. The coverage was everywhere.
Thanks a lot,
Two
Granny.
people just poof, gone. No warning, no reason. Some reporters claimed it was a freak accident. Others suggested it was some sort of serial killer on the loose.
Murder-suicide.
Regardless of the context, the public couldn't stop talking about it. People speculated, hypothesized, and made up stories. They needed answers. The Foundation tried to control the narrative, but the only thing they could do was plant seeds of doubt that these apparent cases of spontaneous human combustion were nothing but a hoax. SCP-081 is a delightful little virus
Finally,
that turns
some
your
facts.
unhealthy eating habits into a literal explosive event.
Oh, yes,
This
we knew
virus,
it.
which can be spread by rats, intimate
Oh, not
contact,
the
or
rats.
even infected blood, gets to work by hijacking your fat cells and immune system. Its goal? To make you eat everything in sight until your body reaches a point where you explode in a fiery, uncontrollable burst
gotta be a
of
cure.
internal combustion. The virus progresses in 4 stages. First, you start off feeling a bit fatigued, like you've just had a rough week, but nothing too alarming. Then, in the second stage, your body starts to get hot, really hot. Hot flashes hit you like you're in the middle of a heat wave, and you develop an insatiable hunger. You can't stop eating. By the third stage, you're consuming
at
food
stage
like
2.
there's no tomorrow, but no matter how much you eat,
Okay.
the hunger never goes away. Your body's metabolism slows to a crawl as you gain weight faster than you can count your calories. Finally, in stage 4, your body reaches 55% body fat, and that's when the real fun begins.
55.
At
I
this
think there's
point,
people in the
you'll be
world
so
that's
full,
higher than
so
55.
bloated,
Oh,
and
yeah,
yet
there are.
still hungry.
They didn't
Your body
explode
will
yet.
start to turn on itself, and you'll spontaneously combust.
Did you guys know that there's actually a real life equivalent to this called Prader-Willi syndrome, where you can never feel like you're full, so you just keep eating until your stomach explodes inside of your body? Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that until now.
So the answer was no, Adam.
You gotta be careful, guys.
No, but I believe it just because there are some people that are literally 1,000 pounds out there, which is like, how is that possible? How do you possibly eat that much?
Big Macs are delicious. Taco Bell's pretty delicious. Like, I get it. I really do.
Well, if you can't get full, I would get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Exactly. Adam, can you tell us more about that?
I didn't know it until now.
Sure, dude.
The explosion is violent, fiery, and a little too much like a bad cooking experiment gone wrong. SCP-081 first gained attention after a series of spontaneous combustion cases in the early 20th century, with the infamous incident involving Mary Reeser in 1951.
Oh, yep.
However, it turns out this virus isn't a new phenomenon. It's been around since 1763, possibly even longer.
The
and most
Kings.
of those earlier mysterious, spontaneous combustion incidents can likely be chalked up to this virus. It wasn't until the 20th century, with increasing access to food and a drop in malnutrition, that SCP-081 cases skyrocketed. The virus's spread and infection rate are higher in modern times, particularly in places like North America,
No!
where the average person
That's
is
not
more
good.
likely to be
Called
well-fed.
it.
That's where
and
we are!
overfed.
I called it.
SCP-081 is
I'm
now
moving to
classified
South
as a
America.
Euclid hazardous pathogen, though the real kicker is that the virus only affects those with a particular genetic predisposition to fat accumulation. So, in the grand scheme of things, the lesson is, next time you're about to chow down on that second plate of lasagna, think twice. You might just go out with a bang, and not the kind you're hoping for.
Okay, we can all admit that that SCP was pretty scary, but it's nothing compared to this next SCP that we'll be watching. And that is SCP-002, the living room. Make sure to change your diapers if you have not, because you're definitely gonna wet your pants after watching this video. Without further ado, let's do this thing.
A pair of SCP Foundation researchers open the door of a containment cell and find themselves staring at something unlike
It's Alec
anything
and
they've ever
Adam.
seen before. Sitting in the middle of the room is a giant lump
an
that
alien.
appears
It's a
to be
hairy
made of
meatball.
what can only be described as flesh.
This is
The two look at
SCP-002?
each other in
I
disbelief.
don't like that word.
I don't
Just
like this.
what is this thing? They
That is not
circle
what
the
flesh
huge
looks
blob,
like.
looking it over,
Yeah, circle
wondering
it,
what
smell
on
it.
earth it could be. One of the researchers finally gets
Taste
the courage to actually feel it. He finds that it's warm to the touch.
Okay.
Is
And
it
does he
poop?
detect some
I think it's a
slight
meatball
movement?
or a turd.
He slowly moves to place his ear against it to listen.
I thought it was
But
called
a
a living
sudden
room.
shudder from the mask sends him jumping back in
Why would you
fright.
get that
What
close
is
to that turd?
inside
Just
of
then,
that?
the other researcher calls to him from the other side of the sphere.
dude's
It
got a big
sounds
forehead.
like he has found something.
Is
As
it
he
a door?
approaches, he too sees what caused his partner to call out.
It's got to be an
There, in
opening.
the
Jack,
middle
you're
of this
right.
tumorous ball.
Whoa!
Wait, how did they not
There's a
know that?
door.
There's a whole staircase. They
It's a
definitely knew
circuit.
that.
Also, they had to capture this SCP as well. Like, how do they not know that there's a giant door there?
Are these like two guys that don't even work here that just randomly stumbled in?
I don't know, but honestly, if I were them, I would whatever you do not open that door. Only bad things will come if you open that
I'm
door.
going in if I'm them.
I mean, yeah, they have to go in. They need to find out what's inside of SCP-002.
I would make other people go in. I would not. I would never go in there.
Yeah, get like a D-class personnel
Yeah.
or Adam.
Circular iron hatch, the kind sealed by a valve.
And it's open. Now the researchers are really confused.
It's like
A massive
inviting them
lump of
in.
living flesh is strange enough, but why does it have a door?
Play with me.
One of the researchers peeks inside.
Hello?
Is that a couch they see?
What?
And a table? Does
Everything
someone
has a
live in
common
this thing?
theme here.
Things
Everything's
are
made
getting
out of
beyond
meat.
strange.
Or poop.
The two researchers look up at the observation window where their supervisor is watching them. The supervisor
guy's a
does not
weirdo.
hesitate. He nods at them.
Go
The researchers
in.
know what they must do.
If you love them, set them
Rock,
free.
paper,
What?
scissors, shoot.
Classic.
I mean, it's
The
only fair.
researcher who
Best
lost
2 out of 3.
winces.
Best 2 out of 3.
He
You
knew
gotta
that
run it.
coming to work at the SCP Foundation meant that he would be dealing with some strange, dangerous, and
Oh,
disgusting
gosh.
anomalies.
That is actually pretty interesting because most of the time in the SCP videos that I've watched, they make the D-class personnel do stuff like this, not the researchers.
Yeah, I don't know why the researcher is going in there. I can't imagine anything good is going to happen, though.
Well, maybe the supervisor knows that this SCP isn't dangerous, so that's why he's letting them go inside.
I think he doesn't know anything and he's sending them inside, but maybe it's, since it's SCP-002, it might be really early on in the SCP Foundation's life, so they just don't even have D-class personnel yet.
All the dots are connecting. SCP-002, it's a big giant turd. It has to be. That confirms it.
How did you come to that conclusion, though? Like, you just said that with nothing behind it. You just...
Poop is number 2.
Oh. Okay, see, if you needed to say that part, I get it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Confirmed.
But he never imagined he would have to climb inside a giant orb of meat. His partner opens the hatch all the way and offers a hand to help him. Knowing he has no other option,
Get on in there,
the
buddy.
researcher
He just-
steps
he
inside.
just
Is
said
it
it was
weird that I
meat.
kind of want to see what
Inside,
happens when
the
they
air
cook
is
it?
hot, thick, and
I would
moist,
take a bite.
Yes.
like a cramped gym that's had
Ew.
too many bodies exerting themselves on a warm, humid day.
Low key, I
He
like that
walks
scent.
through the short entranceway, and his eyes adjust to the dim light to find that he's standing in the middle of a cozy little room.
Wait, there's
A
electricity
single
in there?
small lamp on a
this is
table is
weird.
giving off just enough light for him to see that the room is sparsely furnished, with a few pieces including a small couch and a twin bed. Outside,
Overnight
his partner
challenge.
calls to him, asking what he can see. As the researcher turns to answer, the door
I knew
is
it.
shut.
Jeez.
The valve spins on its own, locking
No!
itself tight.
No!
Try as he might, the researcher can't
The
get it to
supervisor knew
budge.
this was gonna happen all
He
along.
bangs
I know
on
he
the
did.
door and yells, "Is he all right in there? Is everything okay?"
You gotta start eating from
His
the
only
inside out.
response is a muffled scream from
Should've
inside
brought
the
a fork
ball
and
of
a knife.
flesh.
What are they doing? Maybe,
He
maybe he's
keeps
playing
pulling at the
Fortnite. He
door,
might be playing
twisting
Fortnite
the
in there.
valve with all of his strength,
No, he's
but it
playing
won't
fork
move.
knife.
The sounds of gurgles and wet
Oh, geez.
sloshing come from inside
Ew,
the
is
body.
that
So maybe-
sloshing?
Maybe it's not like a meatball. Maybe it's not a turd. Maybe it's like a big stomach that anything that goes in gets eaten alive.
Jax, please be original.
Wait, but yeah, that actually makes sense because it's all made out of flesh. So even like the bed and the couch and everything was made out of flesh. So maybe every time that this thing eats someone, it then turns something else into what that person was.
Side note, would you guys try human flesh for like
No, you're
$100,000?
gross.
I'm gonna play the video.
Growth.
It was a trick
An
question.
alarm
I got the
starts to
lawyers.
sound as he strains against the door, exerting himself so hard that he feels like a vein in his head might burst.
It looks like it will.
Suddenly, the valve loosens, and a sudden
His air
lack of
definitely
resistance
burst.
causes him to fall to the floor.
No!
The valve spins on its own, and the door swings open once again. The ball of flesh is
Do you think he's gonna be in there?
I think he's probably dead.
I also think he's dead. And I also think there's gonna be like a new living room item in there.
Oh, they're turning the people into furniture?
Because everything's made out of flesh. So how do you get more flesh? By eating more people.
I'm thinking that he's gonna be like 600 pounds and just like living the best life because he had to eat to survive.
He just ate a bunch of pizza and played Fortnite in there, and now he's like 100 pounds heavier. I like that. I would go in if that was the case.
Yeah, we know.
quiet once more. The researcher picks himself up off the ground and slowly, carefully, peeks inside. Hello? Are you okay? Is anyone in there? There's no response. That is, until a blast of hot air comes rushing out of the hatch, blowing the researcher's
farted.
hair back.
Ew! He
When
actually
it's
just got
over,
farted on.
He peeks inside again.
Disgusting.
His fellow researcher is nowhere to be seen.
Oh gosh.
Inside is the same couch, bed, and
for something
table
new.
with a small lamp. But there's something
new?
new there, too.
Oh!
Wait,
Across
what's
from
new?
the couch, where there was nothing before.
Oh, I just
It's a
got
small
the
television.
shivers. That's disgusting.
Television?
While this may seem strange, it's just another day at the SCP Foundation, where anomalous objects and creatures are studied and contained, including SCP-002, also known as the Living Room.
Wait, do you guys think that's the SCP Foundation just like made this up because it's like a pun on the living room? It's like the living room. But
Yeah,
we
I
know
just got-
It's like a living room.
I just got that.
It's literally alive.
Jack, as you were saying that, the light bulb just went off in my head.
I actually thought that was pretty obvious in that it didn't need to be said, but I guess it did because Adam had no idea.
See?
I get it.
SCP-002 is the
it's living.
designation given to a large,
Can't tell if it's
tumorous, fleshy
hairy or
growth.
not.
It's roughly
I think it's
spherical,
wrinkly.
with a circumference just over 15 meters.
Somehow that's worse.
Giving it an estimated volume of around 60 meters cubed. Located on one side is an iron valve hatch, similar to what might be found on an old submarine, which leads into the interior of the ball. Those who step inside are surprised to discover a small room that resembles a low-rent studio apartment, complete with furniture.
I wonder
and
if
even a
once you
small
go
window.
in, like, can you get out?
Strangely, the outside of the ball of flesh
I'm gonna
shows no
say no.
windows,
The only
and
way would
indeed
be
no
to
openings
eat
at
your
all,
way out.
save for the iron hatch.
What if you explode it?
The furniture in the room
That's what I think
displays
they should
no
do. Or
anomalous
burn it.
properties, though examination has revealed that the furniture appears to be constructed of sculpted bone,
Oh, it
woven
is.
hair, and other biological
don't zoom in.
substances, all coming from human bodies.
That is gross.
Analysis of samples taken from the furniture has shown each to be constructed from independent and fragmented DNA sequences, several of which correspond to SCP research personnel.
Why did they do
who
this
had been
before
lost
sending in the
inside of
guy?
SCP-002. To date, the living room has been responsible for 7 members of staff going missing.
Why are they
At the same time,
stop sending
during the
staff
course
in
of its
there?
containment
You'd
at
think
the
they'd stop at
SCP
once.
Foundation,
Stop.
the room
Or
appears to
zero.
have added multiple additional furnishings, including 2 lamps, a throw rug,
Oh my
a television,
gosh.
a radio, a beanbag chair.
I mean, honestly, guys, and I know it's super messed up, but maybe the SCP Foundation is just really curious as to how much stuff can be in the living room at once. It's kind of fun, right? They send in a new person, and then what are you gonna get? Is it gonna be a beanbag? Is it gonna be a lamp? Is it gonna be a TV? Kind of like you're playing the lottery a little bit. Do you guys think you could take anything out of the SCP?
No, I think once you step in, that door slams behind you, and then it's GG's.
What if you sent in like a robot, or like you had a big long stick, and then you like grabbed it?
Jack's trying so hard to change the topic because nobody responded to his psychotic statement. He just
So guys, let's just think about it. What if you sent in a drone, right, that picks up something and then takes it out? Does that make a new living room?
no comment. Just watch the video, Jack. You're a psycho.
Comment down below what your thoughts.
Needs to answer
3
him.
books in an unknown language, 4 children's toys, and a small potted plant. Tests have been performed using a variety of non-human entities in order to see if they would
That Shy
provoke a
Guy.
similar response
Wait,
from
no, it's not.
The statue.
SCP-002 to that of humans. Various lab animals, including those with close DNA to humans, such as chimpanzees, have been placed in the room. But so far, all have failed to make the living room react. Human cadavers were also tested, but they too did not produce any effect.
My guy's just
It
sleeping.
is unknown what causes SCP-002 to engage in its behavior, but whatever process it uses to convert organic matter into furnishings seems to only be triggered by the presence of living human beings.
They gotta get a camera inside of there. So they can see the process.
SCP-002 was discovered in northern Portugal, following reports of an object falling from Earth's orbit.
Oh, I said that. It was an
There in
alien
the bottom
turd.
of
I
a
did
small
say
crater
that.
It is an alien.
was SCP-002. It was encased in a thick shell of rock, but the anomaly's fleshy exterior could be seen through cracks that were likely created by the impact. A local farmer was the first to spot the object falling to Earth and brought word of what he found to his village. At the same time, a Level 4 SCP Foundation agent stationed in the area
That's pretty
detected
convenient.
elevated levels
So
of radioactivity and traced the source back to the crater. An SCP collection squad led by General Mulhausen was dispatched to the impact site and quickly secured the area. Test subjects from the nearby village were recruited for initial analysis of the object, with 3 men
Recruited?
being individually sent inside of SCP-002.
What do you think that they said to the villagers to recruit them into going inside of a giant meatball?
All right,
They probably
Alec.
offered him food. Like if someone said, "Hey, if you go in here, I'll give you a whole pizza pie," I'd be like, "Oh, all right."
They
I'll
can
go.
make you do like anything.
I'll go in that butthole for a pizza pie.
Wait, it's not a butt.
No, but it looks like one.
It's a meatball.
No, I'll show you what actually happened. Alec, you play the villager. I'll be the SCP sergeant.
Okay. Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Hi, we need you for a special mission to go inside this
I'm
guy's
in!
hole.
I'm in! I'm in!
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
That was pretty easy. Good job, Adam.
All of whom
He's sold.
disappeared.
Adam's very convincing
Having
when he wants to
confirmed
be.
this anomaly's deadly
I didn't
properties,
know it'd be that easy.
General Mulhausen then issued a Level 4A termination order that would apply to any local witnesses in order to ensure that no knowledge of the object reached the outside world.
Does
He
anyone
then
want to tickle
oversaw its
Dr. Bob's
transport to an
chin?
SCP
Just bury it
containment
underground.
facility.
Maybe it'll come back.
It
As
can't
Foundation
move.
staff prepped SCP-002 for relocation, 4 members of the security personnel were seemingly mesmerized and drawn inside the
this
object
is a new factor
where
here,
they
new
too
ability.
disappeared. This was the first hint that SCP-002
They're
possesses
mesmerized
some
by
form of
balls.
subtle mind control, with the ability to influence humans into stepping inside of it. It was after these losses that it was first noticed that the object appeared to grow new furnishings, following someone disappearing inside.
Oh, so maybe like the SCP is so smart that it creates furniture to try to lure more people in, to make it look friendly for people, you know? It looks friendlier.
I think this is
It's like, oh,
AI.
there's a couch, there's a TV, there's a little table. Maybe I'll go in there and see what's up.
Gotta be AI, alien technology. They're just playing games with us, and then they probably have many camera monitors, and they have a whole reality TV show of what idiot's gonna walk into our living room next.
And his name is Alec Derice.
I'm in.
Any hole.
After these mishaps, General Mulhausen ordered all staff to wear hazmat suits when dealing with SCP-002.
Why'd they make this
And
guy look so
following the
evil?
General's own termination, SCP-002 was placed in containment at the secure facility where it currently resides.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Due to the ongoing danger presented by SCP-002, the risk it poses to any who step inside of it, and the mind control abilities it possesses, it has been classified as Euclid. It is to remain connected
mean?
at all times to a suitable power supply.
Euclid class is basically one of 3 classes. They're safe, where you don't really have to worry about it. Euclid is kind of like neutral. Like if you stay away from it and don't provoke it, it won't hurt you. But if you get near it or interact with it, it could very well kill you. And then there's Keter class, which is like Shy Guy, and that thing will kill you at any time. It'll murder you.
Got
So this
it.
one's not that bad.
Thanks, Jack.
No problem.
to keep it in a charging mode of some kind, which appears to make it more docile. In the event of a power outage, staff in the immediate area are to be evacuated and the object's containment cell emergency barrier is to be closed, sealing it off from the rest of the site. Once power is reestablished, strobing X-ray and ultraviolet lights are to be activated in the containment
Why?
cell until
looking more and more like an
SCP-002
alien.
is returned to its charging mode. Research teams investigating SCP-002 that will come within 20 meters of the object must consist of no fewer than 2 members. Personnel should also maintain physical contact with one another at all times to confirm that the other is present and not experiencing any feelings of confusion, dulled perception, or other forms of bewilderment
they
What if
both
they
that may
both
lead to
get
them
infected?
entering the living room.
So you should have
No
3
personnel
people
at all below a
holding
level
hands.
3 clearance are allowed inside of SCP-002, and any staff that have contact with the anomaly are to be escorted no less than 5 kilometers away and must undergo a 72-hour quarantine and psychological evaluation. SCP-002 is one of the oldest anomalies in the SCP Foundation database, but remains one of the least understood. Perhaps
yeah.
one day we'll understand
I'm
what
more
it is
confused now
and
than
why
in
it
the
was
beginning.
at one time sitting in the orbit of Earth. Did someone send it here, intending us to one day find it? Did it come here of its own volition? Or did we put it there ourselves, in an attempt to keep it away?
I told you guys that SCP was going to be pretty evil, but even that is nothing compared to this next SCP, which is SCP-973, the most evil SCP ever. If you get scared, I suggest that you click off right now, but if you are brave enough, then strap in. This is going to be the ride of your life.
A group of friends are driving down the highway late at night. They're on their way home from a concert, and after the long night of dancing and partying, all of them are feeling quite tired. The radio is turned off, and after so much loud music, the silence is refreshing. No one is talking at all, and in fact, the driver notices that both his girlfriend sitting next to him, as well as his friend in the back seat, have fallen asleep.
It seems like they had a
The
horrible
driver
time
tries
at
to
the
make sure
concert.
that he doesn't do the same as the car moves down the long
That's
stretch
actually
of
the
straight,
worst.
empty highway.
When you have to drive home
The
and you're
driver's
tired
eyes
and
start to
everyone
grow
else
heavy,
falls
though.
asleep.
Oh yeah,
can
they
feel-
say actually it's more dangerous to drive tired than drive drunk. Just saying, just saying. Do not drive tired, kids or adults.
I don't think they can drive.
You're right.
He can feel the weight of sleep starting to press on him. He turns the radio on at a low volume, but that only staves off the drowsiness for a moment.
Hey,
He can't fight the approach of sleep any longer.
No!
And his eyes start
Stay
to
awake!
close.
wait,
As
what's
he
the
drifts
SCP?
off to
Stay
sleep,
awake!
His foot presses down slightly more.
You'll
and
find
more.
out, Adam.
Wait, maybe this is a good SCP that's gonna save their life.
Oh, no, no,
As
no,
the
no,
car
no, no, no,
gains
no.
speed,
Oh, no,
it
Adam,
begins
it is
to
not
pull to
saving
the
their
right
lives,
of where
trust
it
me.
crosses the white
This is
line,
bad.
marking the edge of
They
the
are in
highway.
big time trouble.
The tires dip off the road
Oh, no.
into the dirt, and the sudden change causes the driver to jerk back away.
Okay, good. He's awake.
He quickly swerves the car back onto the road.
Just slam the brakes. Just hit the
Oh
brakes.
my
Slow down.
gosh.
Slow down.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Is everything
No,
okay?
he's fine. He's good.
The driver tells them that he just swerved to avoid an animal in the road. That's right,
Good
nothing
save.
to be worried about. They can go back to
No,
sleep.
not good say, Bob. Why
As
would
both
you
of
not
his
lie to
friends
them?
close their
Or why-
eyes and
Why are
turn
they
back
trying to go
to
back
sleep,
to sleep?
The driver spots something. Lights have
What is
appeared
that?
in his rearview mirror.
Oh, no, he's gonna
it's
get
just
pulled
another
over.
car.
That's gotta be a
It's just
cop.
another car. No,
He
it's
didn't
not.
notice
It's
the
another
car
car,
pulling
Adam.
out or speeding up behind him.
That's gotta
But
be
he
a
must have
cop.
missed it when he was dozing off.
No, he's gonna get a
His
ticket.
heart is still racing from when he drifted off the road.
What's
He's
the
trying to
SCP?
regain his composure, but it's about to get a whole lot harder because when he looks in the mirror again, he sees that the telltale
No, I
red and
told you
blue
it was the
lights
cops.
of a
I knew
police
it.
cruiser
I knew
have
it.
lit up behind
I knew it too, Adam. I knew. I was trying to
crap.
mess
Oh,
with
no,
you.
Oh no, the driver says out loud.
I'm pretty good at this.
Everyone is awake now and
Oh,
aware of
that
the cop
stinks.
behind
He's
Just
them.
gonna
pull
get a ticket.
over.
They
Don't
grow
be
nervous
silly.
and start freaking out.
Just
Not
pull
all
over.
the activities they had partaken in at the concert were, strictly speaking, technically legal in this state.
Uh-oh.
What do
Yo,
we do?
they're taking that
The driver
Fortnite juice.
asks. You've got to pull over, says his girlfriend. The cop car's sirens come on. This is serious. But then something strange happens. They
Is
hear
he
a
gonna pull
voice in
over?
the car,
He's still driving pretty
coming over
fast.
the radio. It's too quiet to hear, but when the driver turns up the volume, the
This gotta be
message
the
comes
cop.
through loud and clear. It's a gruff voice that keeps repeating the same phrase over and over. You better run. How is this message
what?
coming over the radio?
No, Adam. No, Adam. No, Adam. Nope, 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 nope. I don't like that at all. I do not like that at all. This is getting creepier and creepier by the second. Adam's gone. Adam left. Adam is running. They said, you better run. Adam ran. Is he gonna come back? Good call. That's actually a good call. Bundle up, Adam. If you thought it's creepy now, it only gets worse.
I'm getting scared.
What would you do, Adam? Would you try to speed away if you heard that in your radio?
I only do Bluetooth.
I can't ask this guy a question and expect a serious answer ever.
No. But
What are
the
you, in
passenger in the back
1940?
seat agrees with
Radio.
the voice. They've got to try and run. They have to get out of here.
This guy's got a weird
The
nose.
driver's girlfriend is screaming to pull over.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
The cop
gosh,
car
that does not
speeds
help
up
anything.
And is right behind them now, almost on their bumper. Its lights
Oh my
flashing
gosh, he is
and
right
sirens
behind him.
blaring.
He's
Just pull
they're about-
over,
he's
it's a
about to touch his
cop.
butt.
Do? Should
I think
he
that was just
pull
a weird
over?
coincidence.
Should he try to run?
Definitely don't try and run.
Everyone
You're
is
gonna get
yelling.
shot.
He starts to push down on the accelerator.
Why is she just
then thinks
screaming?
better of it. There's no way this old car can outrun a cop. Finally, he makes
Just
the
pull
decision to
over.
brake and
You
starts
broke
to
the
pull the
law.
car to the
Oh,
side
we
of
did
the
it.
road.
Here we go.
The police car comes to a
That's
stop
crazy. They're
behind
in the
them.
middle of nowhere.
The sirens are off, but the bright lights are almost
That does not look
blinding.
like a cop car.
They sit in the car and await
I think
their
it's
fate.
dirty.
I don't know if
But
it is, Adam.
nothing
I don't
happens.
think that is a cop
The
car.
car is just sitting there
That can't be
behind
the
them.
SCP, right?
After what feels like a long while,
Alec,
I don't know,
the door of
Adam.
the cop car
Stop.
finally opens.
Stop.
I don't know, Adam.
You
The
shut your
three
mouth.
passengers watch
That cannot be an
silently
SCP.
as a highway patrol officer steps out
I actually
and
can't watch
begins
this.
to
This is where it
approach
gets
their
crazy.
car. The driver tells everyone to relax, that this is going to be just fine. But the passenger in the back starts to panic.
freaking
He
out.
can't get arrested. If he does, it will mean that he loses his scholarship. He'll get kicked out of school.
Oh, no.
His whole life will be over. The highway patrol officer reaches the car. Despite
Alec,
it
this-
being late at night, he's
This is the
wearing
SCP?
dark aviator sunglasses that cover half of his face. He stands in front of the door to the car and waits. The driver, feeling nervous and afraid, rolls down his window.
This can't be the SCP because there's never been a human SCP before. Ever. I've never seen a human SCP, so there's a 0% chance that this is SCP.
Adam, there's a first for everything. SCPs are so smart, they can literally be whatever they want. And if you think about it, being a humanoid SCP is genius because you blend right in.
Kind of looks like you.
No, it doesn't.
Comment down below.
The police officer doesn't move or react, though. He just
Okay, that's
keeps
creepy.
standing next
That's
to the
Okay,
driver.
that guy looks like you. Sorry.
Now
I'll
you
leave
might
that.
want to
Good
floor
evening,
it.
officer.
I would
The
be
driver
terrified.
says. No response.
Floor it.
The driver turns and looks at his
Get out of
girlfriend in
there!
the front seat, but all she can do is shrug.
Look at that guy
He
third
turns
wheeling in
back
the back.
to the highway patrolman. Did we do something wrong? There's another long pause. But then the patrolman finally reacts. He bends over and leans in close.
Is he going in for a
sticking his
smoochie?
head practically through the open
What
window.
is he doing?
This might be
putting
a nice
his tight-lipped
SCP.
face
Yeah,
right next
what
to
is
the
going
driver's.
on?
Do you want my license and registration? The driver asks. The patrolman doesn't respond.
Oh
He
my
reaches
gosh.
up and slowly grabs the side of his dark aviator sunglasses.
I have a feeling they're not going to be
pulls them
eyeballs.
down, and the driver finds himself staring
gosh.
into a
Oh
pair
gosh.
of bright red
What the
glowing
heck?
eyes.
Floor it!
Run!
Everyone in the car starts to scream as the thing standing in front of them opens its own mouth to reveal
Bro!
a big,
I told you that wasn't a human. I told you no SCP's a human. No SCP's a human. No
horrifying
SCP's a
void
human.
in its face that screams right back at them. As you may have already deduced.
Oh my
this was no normal
gosh!
traffic.
What the heck? Is this like Shy Guy's cousin? He looks just like Shy Guy with his big mouth.
How is he able to look like a human though? That's the thing. That scares the crap out of me.
I don't know.
The thing with Shy Guy is he's not able to look like a human. Like he turned into Shy Guy and he's Shy Guy forever. This guy, how's he able to drive? Who gave him a license?
I don't know, but I think that we're gonna get all the answers to your questions right now.
Traffic stop, and certainly not a normal highway patrol officer.
This looks like an
No,
alien.
The entity that this group of young adults encountered that evening was one that dozens before them had the
I
same
think they're
misfortune
dead.
of running into,
I think
and
they're
one
dead.
that the SCP Foundation is actively trying to stop from engaging in its frightening and dangerous behavior. This is SCP-973.
Wait, you think that the kids that were driving are dead? Is that what you're saying?
Yes!
Oh no, Adam.
Wait, they get taken to prison or something?
SCP-973 is
Is
not
SCP
one,
prison?
but actually
Maybe.
two separate
Maybe he's a good
entities.
officer.
The
Wait,
first,
whoa.
designated SCP-973-1, is a police cruiser that appears to be a model similar
What?
to those used by actual state
Transformers?
troopers during the early 1970s.
No!
And its condition is much like you would expect for a
Transformers?
well-used, nearly
That dude is
50-year-old
definitely a
vehicle,
Transformer.
with much of it being in an advanced state of disrepair.
Could
Eyewitness
it
accounts of
drive by itself?
SCP-973-1
Yeah.
have described the police
They're
car
two
as
separate
having numerous
SCPs that work
dents on
together.
the doors and hood, cracks in the windshield, multiple rust spots, and a rear bumper that looks to be held on with duct tape. The vehicle's driver and sole occupant has been designated SCP-973-2. This humanoid figure has an appearance that resembles a Caucasian male in his late 40s. It is dressed in the state trooper uniform that, like 973-1, also looks to have come from the early 1970s. And eyewitnesses have described him as being slightly overweight, balding, and sporting a handlebar mustache.
No, he's balding. He's not balding. He's just bald.
I was gonna say he's built like Elon Musk, but bald.
But bald Elon Musk.
Both the
I like
anomalous
that.
car and its driver will appear at night in a specific location along a particular U.S. highway.
What a jerk! He just
It
pulls
is
people
unknown
over
exactly
and then
what
yells
will
at them.
cause SCP-973 to show up on this road, but Foundation researchers have hypothesized that its manifestation may be triggered when a vehicle accelerates over a certain speed.
Oh, crap.
You may think you're safe then if you stay below a certain speed, but unfortunately,
never mind.
you'd be wrong.
Wait, so Adam, maybe you're right. Maybe he actually is a good SCP because he's just pulling people over that are going over the speed limit.
Well,
he's pulling people over that are
the
breaking
guy that got
law.
pulled over didn't break the speed limit. He drove off of the runway where he was allowed to drive. He almost, you see, this is the road here,
Yeah, he went into the shoulder.
and he did the shoulder.
And he was like falling asleep, which is even more dangerous than speeding.
You might be right. This SCP could be good.
That's what you said. I'm saying what you said could be right.
Oh,
and now you're
I
saying
did
that
say
I
that.
said that.
Okay, but we have to figure out. The big question is, what does he do with them after he arrests them?
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to
think
determine
It's
whether he's good
unknown
or not.
exactly what speed limit infraction will lead to SCP-973's appearance, with reports ranging from 35 miles per hour all the way to 70. But when it does occur, the driver will find that they are now a target. SCP-973 will materialize roughly half a kilometer behind the targeted
Materialize?
vehicle
It just pops
and
up
will
there?
approach them at a high rate of speed. SCP-973-1 sirens will turn on and its lights will flash, as it also somehow broadcasts a message into the targeted car that is picked up on the car's
How does it
radio,
do that?
a message that urges the driver to run, often accompanied by several expletives. In most cases, the targeted vehicle will abide by the instructions over the radio and begin to flee, though it's unlikely that this is due to any mimetic effect. Rather, it would seem that most run out of pure terror. SCP-973 will then pursue
would you
the
run or
targeted
would you
car,
pull
leading
over?
to a high-speed chase.
I don't know. I think I
no
would
matter
pull
how
over.
fast the targeted car is, though, the SCP-973-1 police cruiser will always be faster.
Wow.
And it typically takes no more than 6 minutes for them to be overtaken.
6 minutes is a long time.
SCP-973 seems to have no qualms about
What if it's like a
ramming into the
Ferrari?
fleeing car,
To be like
which likely
racing for
accounts
6
the
minutes is a
extreme
long
damage
time.
present on the patrol car. While
There's
it
no
is
way that car's
unclear
going that
exactly
fast.
what happens once 973 forces the targeted
Here we
vehicle
go,
to
here we
stop, either through their own choice or by being rammed
These are
off
the
the
answers
road,
that we need.
the results are quite disturbing.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
The vehicle
no.
that fled will later be located somewhere near SCP-973's spawning location, usually within roughly 6 kilometers of the road.
6 kilometers
Whether the
away?
vehicles that
How
are
does
found
that-
that
how does
far
he do
from the
that?
road drove there in a panic or were somehow transported there by anomalous means isn't clear. What is
So they
clear
don't even know.
is that the occupants of the cars met a truly grisly fate.
No!
Their bodies will show signs of extreme violence on the spot, including evisceration.
He's bad!
and
He's
some have
bad!
been so
Confirmed!
badly maimed
Confirmed!
and mangled
Confirmed!
That visual
He's really
identification
bad.
was impossible.
All they did
The
was
vehicles themselves
swerve
are
off the
badly
road a little
damaged,
bit.
showing
Really,
signs of
really
impact
bad
from
SCP.
another
Did not
vehicle.
deserve that.
And severe burn damage is often present in the
Oh
interior.
my.
So,
Okay, I think Smokey or SCP-973 has laser vision.
He's
That's
got
the
some
only
sort of vision.
explanation.
I don't know. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know, to be honest.
Freeze! That's what I would do. I would reverse it. I would act like I'm a cop.
I don't think that would work, Adam. You don't think these people are trying to fight back? You think they just take it?
That dude didn't even try and drive away.
Good point.
So far, over 34 individuals and 19 vehicles have been designated as victims of SCP-973, though it is likely that the true number is much, much higher.
Why don't they just shut down
Perhaps
the road?
most terrifying of all is that some of the victims survived. The Foundation has recovered 5 individuals from sites of
How?
SCP-973 attacks, who, in addition to
I
their
need to hear
gruesome
these
physical
stories.
injuries, also suffer from varying levels of ongoing mental trauma. But why not just
gosh.
destroy the road that
Constipation.
SCP-973 appears on, you ask? Well, the Foundation
Please.
had the same idea, and in 1983, the section of highway affected by
Oh, that's what I was saying, like, just close the road
was
down. Easy
demolished
solution.
in an attempt to stop it from manifesting.
No way.
This attempt failed, though. All this led to was
No.
SCP-973 changing its location, where it immediately began engaging in the same deadly behavior.
Oh,
Numerous attempts have also been made to try and capture both 973-1 and -2. In one such event, several teams of SCP Foundation containment specialists were dispatched to its section of highway with the mission to subdue and contain the anomaly.
this should be easy.
Okay.
After
Yeah, this is
multiple
good.
attempts to
Easy
get
capture.
SCP-973
Let's go,
to
boys.
appear by driving down the highway at various
I trust the
speeds,
military.
a car carrying several agents was finally successful, and they spotted the flashing
Nice.
red and blue lights of 973-1 behind them.
I would just get like a giant helicopter and with a magnet on it, and I put the magnet on top of that police car and just literally pick it up and then drive it to the SCP base and put it in a huge cage.
Adam, you are actually so smart. I know that we tell you that you're so dumb sometimes, but sometimes you're also really smart, and I think that was one of the smartest things you've ever said.
What? For real?
Great job. Yeah, Adam, I really mean it.
Whoa. Can I be on the bottom right side of the screen now?
No.
Oh.
Isn't that where you are always?
I think that's where you are.
Am I? No, I'm in the top left.
Oh yeah, I am in the bottom right.
Okay, remember how I said you literally say the dumbest things? That was one of the smarter things you said, and it was still dumb. I
As the
can't
message
ever give you a
telling them to
compliment.
run began playing over the radio. With no further warnings, the anomalous police car closed in on them, even faster than the agents were expecting, and immediately
booty bump.
began ramming into
Booty
their
bump.
car. A van filled with additional containment
Here we
specialists
go,
was
boys, come on.
dispatched to the area to help. And when
You
they
can't
reached
lose
the
to
area
one
that
guy
the
in
GPS
a
tracker
car.
on the pursuit
They
car
are
led them
cocked and
to,
loaded.
They found that they were too late.
Oh.
SCP-973
Oh!
had pushed the agents
Ew, so he
far,
eats
far
them,
off,
Adam.
Slender Man!
He eats them.
ruthlessly tearing their
Oh
bodies
my
apart.
lord.
The arriving containment team
Shoot!
immediately
There we
began
go.
firing
Please shoot
at
him, shoot him, shoot him,
973
shoot him,
in an
shoot him,
attempt
shoot him,
to
shoot
save
him.
their fellow Foundation agents.
I have a feeling
Okay,
that's
all
not
right, you
too
got
much.
him, you got him.
Appeared to cause
Wait.
some injuries to 973-2,
He
showing
seems
that
fine
it
to
is
me.
perhaps vulnerable to lasting
What?
damage, just like the 973-1
That looks more like
vehicle
ketchup than
is.
blood.
He's
In a
immune to
post-mission
bullets.
interview, one of the agents described SCP-973's new appearance. His eyes were red, and his mouth, it was just a black hole.
Oh
no
my
teeth, no
gosh.
tongue, just a hole.
You gotta run.
No other reports would come from this incident, though, as this agent was the only survivor. SCP-973 killed the other 9
No.
agents and fled the scene.
This
While it
SCP
is
is
believed
crazy.
that the Foundation team was able to wound the anomalous creature, it was neither contained nor incapacitated in any
Oh my
real
gosh.
sense.
This might be the
next report of
scariest
a
SCP ever.
973 incident occurred just 9 days
I'm telling you,
later.
the helicopter, or just drop a bomb, a
SCP-973's
big
ability
bomb,
to seemingly
and blow
appear
that
in
thing
a new
up.
location,
That will
and the difficulty it has
hopefully do
shown
it.
in being contained has gotten it
How
a
does it
well-earned
teleport?
Euclid classification.
Is that bad?
The ru-
What's Euclid? Is that the highest?
Euclid is like the tier that means the SCP will attack you if provoked, or like if it can. That's like the second worst tier. Keter is the worst tier. Keter is the tier where it like will destroy everyone and anything at all times as much as it can.
Am I making this up? I thought pineapple was the scariest or like the most dangerous SCPs. Pineapple. Is it pineapple?
I really didn't think you could get dumber.
But my helicopter idea, right?
That was a good
Let's go
idea.
back to that.
You should just stop having ideas after that, though.
Okay, I should.
That, you
I should
peaked.
probably. Okay, I'm gonna turn my brain off for the rest of this. Can we come up with a safe word?
Yeah, my safe word is shut up. Press play.
Okay, yes sir.
Roughly 60 kilometers of highway on which it is known to appear is under satellite surveillance at all times, and all traffic between 10 p.m. and 4:30 a.m. is diverted along a non-highway detour route, by force if necessary. Unfortunately for the SCP Foundation and the general highway-using populace, these security protocols have necessitated frequent updates, because while the area that SCP-973 engages in its predatory behavior on is well known, both the time of day during which it will appear and the area it seems to affect
They just gotta blow up
are
that entire
expanding.
state.
Nobody likes going to the dentist. The smell of the chemicals, the sound of the drill, the indignity of talking with someone's hands in your mouth. But as you settle into the dentist's chair, something about this particular visit feels especially
Oh, here we go.
Why are the hygienists looking at you like that? Who is this strange doctor entering the room? Why does your mouth feel so full all of a sudden?
Uh-oh.
Wait a
can't
second.
scream,
Hey,
and
yo.
your teeth, they're multiplying?
What?
The man has been ignoring his persistent toothache for several weeks, but he just can't take it anymore. The dull ache has become a head-pounding throb of pain that cuts through every single thought.
Ouches.
But of course, he waited far too long to treat it, and now here he is on a Sunday evening, trying to find a dentist who will give him an appointment.
Get to the dentist, dude.
It's not his fault, he tells himself. He's been terrified of the dentist since he was a little kid.
Are you guys scared of the dentist?
I'm not
Yes.
scared of the dentist, but I will say I do have very sensitive teeth, especially like my bottom teeth, so I don't like going to the dentist. In fact, I actually haven't gone to the dentist in about 10 years.
Actually?
So
Actually?
yeah, so I should probably go.
Yeah, you're supposed to go, they say, like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Have you had any cavities?
Well, I haven't been in 10 years, so no. But my teeth feel fine. Like, I don't have any tooth pain or anything. Although my bottom teeth are, like, not aligned anymore, so I should probably get that fixed.
I do not like the dentist. I don't like all the tools that they use. I don't like how they try to talk to me when I can't talk back. And I really don't like the part where you have to like spit into the little area and there's a lot of blood and stuff from,
that's
you
the
know,
best
not
part.
flossing.
Yeah, that's the only
That's
part I
literally
like.
the best part. What are you talking
I don't
about?
like that part. It's
Oh,
just,
what
I
flavor do
don't
you
like
guys
blood.
get? What flavor? I get orange flavor.
Bubblegum.
Wait, Alec, you haven't been there in 10 years, but you remember the flavor?
Yeah.
I get
mean,
cherry.
that's- Yeah, exactly.
Comment down below what you
Pain
guys
that
do with the
counteracts
dentist.
that kind of phobia, but now he's reached that threshold. As he's browsing the internet, desperate to find an office
What
that's open on
website's he
Sundays,
on?
he spots an ad.
Craigslist.
Dr. Hendricks,
Nope.
dentistry 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Nope.
The man isn't sure how that's possible, but the pain has
Don't
made
do
him
it.
desperate. So he calls the number on.
If a dentist has the same hours as 7-Eleven, you do not go to that dentist, guys. I don't know if anybody out there needs to hear this, but do not go.
Maybe the dentist is just an entrepreneur.
and makes an appointment. The receptionist sounds a bit funny on the phone, like she has something in her mouth.
looks a little
but
strange,
he brushes
too.
it off. 15 minutes later, he's walking into the office
Yeah, this
and checking in
place
at the
isn't that
reception
bad.
desk.
Looks
It
clean.
looks
The woman
great.
sitting there looks a bit unusual, but
She
his
looks
mother
fine.
raised him not to stare,
What's
so he gives
behind
her a
the
polite,
mask?
distant nod,
He's
declines
the
her
one
request
unusual.
to inspect his teeth for herself, and ignores the strange feeling in his gut at her words. Instead,
I have an early prediction. Because they said that, like, there's more extra teeth or whatever, something like that. My prediction is that these dentists steal the teeth of their patients and then put it in their own mouth. And that lady probably has like 500 teeth in her mouth, and that's why she's covering it with a mask. That's my prediction.
Oh,
They
this is like-
steal teeth.
This is like the dark side of the tooth fairy.
And I think too that they're probably going to infect whoever comes in, right? They're going to steal their teeth, but also these people are going to go away with some sort of SCP anonymous powers that they're just not going to know, and then they're going to get home and they're going to have like weird stuff start happening.
Could be.
he continues on to the exam room and
Evil
waits for the
grandma.
doctor to take his pain away. He waits for quite some time
3
until he
minutes.
begins to worry that the dentist forgot about him. Or perhaps this office really was too good to be
DDS.
true, and this is some sort of scam.
Don't do
But then
science.
the door opens, and
Wow, he
in
looks
comes
nice.
Dr. Hendricks with a cheerful demeanor and a smile in his eyes.
Dr.
His mouth is
Hendricks.
covered with a surgical mask, so the man can't
They
be certain.
definitely do have
But
a
he
ton
seems
of
like he's
teeth under those
definitely
masks.
smiling. It's a good thing the man came in so quickly, the dentist assures him. His teeth are in dire straits. But don't worry, he's in very, very good hands. And by the time he walks out of the office,
dang, go
he'll
ahead.
be in great shape.
Why is he
The
looking
man
like that
asks the
though?
dentist if he can be put under for the procedure in order to prevent him from panicking. The dentist laughs uproariously at this request, but he agrees. He places
What's
a
wrong
gas
with this
mask
guy?
over the man's face, and the hissing sound of the gas fills the room. The man's eyes grow heavy, and the sterile white room fades to
Oh,
black.
Don't
He's
ever get put to
going
sleep.
The man
under.
wakes up. He's sitting on the sidewalk outside
What?
of the office, a plastic bag of mini mouthwash clutched in his hand, and his mouth.
It's
oh,
gone.
God, his mouth. It's aching like nothing he's ever felt before.
They're falling out.
But something else is wrong
Are
too.
all the teeth
He reaches
gone?
up to feel around his mouth with his fingers, and all the color drains from his face. His mouth is absolutely crowded with teeth. So many teeth, his tongue can't move without
Oh, it was
poking
the
up.
opposite, Alec! He got more teeth! They didn't steal his teeth, they gave him all the teeth!
Maybe it's like a temporary thing. Maybe they gave him something, like they injected something so he grows a ton of teeth. Then they're gonna steal it all. Something
Yeah.
like that. Maybe.
Because now
are
he's
they doing
forced to
with
go
the
back.
teeth?
He's forced to go
yeah,
back
yeah,
now.
he has to go back.
Oh,
Well,
and then
he should-
they can put it under their pillow to get lots of money from the tooth fairy.
That's the play.
Genius.
That,
I'm
yep,
starting to
that's-
get it now.
That's the play.
Expected to leave the dentist with one tooth missing, but instead, somehow, he has
He's
30 more than he
British.
started with.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately for this man, who only wanted to have a toothache treated, he stumbled into the clutches of SCP-5150.
Yikes.
SCP-5150 is a dental office located outside the northwestern perimeter of Indianapolis, Indiana.
Not going there.
The office building occupies an area of approximately 140 square meters, and the interior measures 115
It looks
square
nice.
meters.
That's like 5
The building is
feet.
unremarkable in every way, with the exception of an electrical sign above the building's front entrance, which reads, Dr. John Hendricks, DDS.
It is.
Inside the building, there are 6 rooms and several anomalous entities designated SCP-5150-1, SCP-5150-2, and SCP-5150-3.
What about the fourth guy?
SCP-5150-1 is the dental office's receptionist. Of course, as you may have already gathered, she is no ordinary receptionist. The entity has standard humanoid features, with the exception of the oral cavity.
These types of SCPs always creep me out. They give me the heebie-jeebies because they seem like they're normal, right? Like every single day you go around and you see strangers, you see people, you could meet somebody like this and you just can't help but think, is something weird going on? Are they actually human? Could they be a humanoid SCP in disguise and they're trying to trick me? There's a lot of SCPs like that and they freak me out.
I think Adam could be an SCP, now that you put it that way. Because Adam does freak me out sometimes. Like when he looks at you, it kind of looks like he's looking through you, not really at you. There's something a little bit off with him. Yeah.
Looking into your soul.
I don't like it.
That's not creepy at all.
You want a cookie?
I would definitely rather be an SCP than be a victim of an SCP. Unless it's the tickle monster.
Dude, being an
Then I'm
SCP
fine.
would be so much fun. What do you mean? I would love to be an SCP than be a human.
That's what I'm saying.
That's literally what Jack just said.
No, but I'm not even saying rather than be a victim. I'd rather just be
Yeah.
a SCP.
That's what Jack literally just said.
No,
Yeah,
he said
I
I'd
wanna
rather
be an SCP.
an SCP than be a victim of an SCP.
If you're gonna copy what Jack
Except it's
says, you might as
the
well just give
tickle
him credit.
monster.
Yeah.
The entity's maxillary and mandibular bones, or upper and lower jaw, are disfigured
ew,
and
hey,
mutilated
yeah.
and have been noted to have missing incisors, extra canines,
Her
and
nerves
lower
are
bones.
poking out.
The entity seems to have an intense interest in human teeth, and once she has gotten her hands on some, her anomalous properties will begin to manifest notably. She will insert stolen human teeth into her mouth and into her gums. This appears to be intended to correct the issues with her oral cavity, but the exact motivation for this behavior is still unknown. Anyone who enters SCP-5150 must
I don't
interact
like
with
it.
SCP-5150-1 at her reception desk in order to continue through or exit the building, regardless
That's
of how much
gross.
aggression she displays
Oh
toward
my
them.
God.
SCP-5150-2 refers to several anomalous dental hygienists
Whoa, they're
that
twins.
populate the entirety of SCP-5150, with the exception of the waiting area. These entities resemble the receptionist, but move more freely throughout the building, rather than being confined behind a desk. They are similarly aggressive, and will attack human subjects in order to apprehend them and bring them into one of the examination
Got
rooms.
her.
They carry a variety of dental instruments on their person, and will happily
Being
use
an
these
SCP is
instruments as
awesome.
weapons in order to subdue their victims. Once the hygienists have taken a human subject to an exam room, they will strap them to an operating
Wait, never
table
mind.
and prepare them to meet the remaining entity
I take that
lurking
back.
within the office. Then it's time for the unfortunate human subject
Dang, bro,
to
this
meet
is
the dentist
crazy.
himself, SCP-5150-3,
The doctor.
also known as Dr. John
Let her
Hendricks.
go!
This entity spends his
Let
time
her
in the
go!
examination rooms as well as his personal office. When he is presented with a patient, he will begin to insert teeth directly into their mouth, where they will anomalously take root and result in extreme cases of hyperdontia.
Oh my god.
This has confused me because aren't they trying to get teeth to put it in their own mouths, but now they're putting teeth into the girl's mouth? These people are sick. They can't even make up their minds what they want to do. They still think they put teeth. They still think they
You
put.
didn't listen at all. They put in one tooth to create what's called hyperdontia, which then promotes more tooth growth from those patients. So then they
Oh.
put in one tooth to get 30 back. They have hyperdontia. I think you have hypernosia and also hyperdumia.
Are you guys curious
That's not a real thing.
about the kids are mainly the people that go to the dentist, and we haven't seen a single kid go into this
Nah,
dentist
bro, I
yet.
don't care about them kids. Don't
Yeah.
care about the kids. I care about her,
Just
though.
saying, sometimes SCPs react differently to children, especially like Dr. Wondertainment, if you guys remember him. All of his
We don't know
contractions
what you do in your free
interact
time.
differently with children. So I'm curious if they'll get into that.
Why? I don't like that you're that
I
curious
was not thinking
that,
about
to be
kids at
honest.
all.
Yeah.
You're the
yeah.
only one thinking about kids right now.
The last
No,
time you
you're
were at
the
the
only one
dentist,
thinking about
Alec, you were what, 15 years old? That was when you were a child. What if you went in here? Would
No, he
you
was-
get hyperdontia? Or
Jack,
would bad things happen?
10 years ago, Alec was like 20.
That's not true, guys.
He was 17,
Don't have to
almost a
express
full
me like
adult.
that.
The source of these additional teeth is currently unknown. Once the operation is complete, and Dr. Hendricks is satisfied with the amount of teeth he has forced into his patient
gosh.
he will then attempt to give the subject a plastic
ugly.
bag containing a variety of over-the-counter oral health
Take
care
your
products.
toothpaste.
These can include a toothbrush, dental floss,
At least he's nice about
mouthwash,
it.
and toothpaste. The subjects will not be allowed to leave the building without taking this bag with them. Analysis of these products has not revealed any anomalous properties. On July 9th,
Hey, it's my
2023,
birthday!
the SCP Foundation
birthday.
conducted an investigation of SCP-5150. Subject
my God.
D457142 was ordered to investigate and explore the building.
Nope.
He was equipped with a camera and microphone, as well as a chocolate bar, which was placed in his pocket for emergency use.
What?
Control
Wait.
lead was assigned to Bobby Daniels, and Marcus Drago and Andrew Fuller were additional team members on the
Do you
investigation.
guys think that maybe because the dentists are so pro tooth and mouth health that they're anti-candy, so that they're scared of candy, maybe?
Yeah, it's gonna make them really mad because it's gonna give them cavities and they want perfect teeth to extract. And then they're probably gonna touch him because he's trying to eat candy.
Yeah,
Adam, show us your canines. Oh yeah, they would definitely take those.
D457142 approached the building, but hesitated before going inside. He asked what would happen after he entered the building, but Daniels refused to
tell him.
elaborate. His questions
The
went
SCPs
unanswered.
are gonna notice
With
that huge
no other
microphone
option,
right there.
D457142 entered the building. When he opened the door, a doorbell dinged to signal his entry. As the door closed behind him, he could
He's
hear a
trapped.
click as the lock slid into place. This sent the man into a state of anxiety, and he attempted to open the door. It wouldn't
ain't getting
budge.
out.
He called out to Control over the microphone, begging them to unlock the door, promising that he would not run. Daniels at Control explained that he couldn't do anything about it, as the Foundation had no control over the doors. That lock was all SCP-5150's
They
doing.
got him.
After some hemming and hawing, D457142 had no option but to proceed and continue into the waiting area of SCP-5150. Inside, he saw a row of 4 chairs, a smattering of assorted toys common to any medical waiting room, and more chairs. There, off to the side, was the counter, and behind a sheet of glass with a small opening approximately 1.2 meters tall and 0.8 meters wide, the receptionist was waiting. Strangely, the camera feed was not able to pick up any of the receptionist's physical features, leaving the test
Whoa.
subject alone to observe
That's
her
interesting.
and try to
Vampires?
make sense of what he was seeing. Nothing was especially out of the ordinary in the room at first glance, aside from the episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer playing on one of the waiting room TVs.
That's kind of cool.
The subject walked through the room, taking note of everything that he saw. Then he turned to face the receptionist. The receptionist was dressed in a white-collared shirt
Hey,
with
yo.
a white face mask covering her mouth. There was a sheet of paper directly in front of her. She greeted the test subject. "Hello, sir. Can I help you schedule an appointment?" Unsure of what else to do, the test subject played along. He asked her how to proceed with scheduling,
There's
and
no
the
way out.
receptionist handed him a pen and directed him toward the paper in front of her.
He's about to
She
sign his life
instructed him
away.
to sign and then wait for his appointment with Dr. Hendricks in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Once the subject signed the paper, the receptionist stated, "Now, before you can enter, there's one thing I'll need to see."
Your
The
teeth.
subject agreed, asking what she needed to see. The receptionist responded, "Your teeth, of course. May I see them?"
Calm down, lady.
As you
Oh,
might
take me
expect,
out to
the
dinner
test
first.
subject found the request
She wants a new
off-putting
canine.
and inquired why she might need to see his teeth. She responded in a friendly tone.
Don't make her mad.
"I'm currently taking online classes for dentistry and I need experience.
Liar!
Occasionally patients will let me take a look at their teeth,
Liar!
so I can predict how well an
She
appointment
lying.
with Dr. Hendricks will go. Will you let me try with you?" The subject relented, opening his mouth. As soon as he did, the receptionist reached out and grabbed hold of the lower
my
left
God.
quadrant of the man's jaw.
Give him a
The
kiss.
receptionist praised the man's teeth, exclaiming how clean they were. Then she quickly
That's
pulled a
not
pair
good.
of
Oh my
pliers from
God.
underneath her desk, clamping them to the bottom central incisors of the
What the
subject's
fuck?
mouth.
Why is he letting her
She
do
pulled
that?
herself with a sudden, sharp yank, extracting the teeth from the subject's mouth. Less than 1 second. The test subject recoiled, clutching at his mouth and screaming
Ow.
in pain and shock. Blood dripped
Why
onto
did-
the camera
what
lens
the-
as the subject struggled to wipe it away. He stumbled toward a nearby tissue box,
Oh my gosh.
grabbing a fistful of tissues to sop up the blood
She's
and stem
crazy.
the flow. Meanwhile, the receptionist went about her
I would
business.
sock her.
She
I would
stared
sock
at the
her
two
right in the
bloody
jaw.
teeth in her hand, admiration in her eyes.
Probably has super strength.
Next, she removed her face mask, revealing her disfigured oral cavity, and began to forcefully insert the new teeth into empty areas of
Nah,
her
bro,
gums.
this is not cool.
As
Oh,
the
she
subject
likes
backed
it. She
away
likes
from the
it too
reception desk
good.
in horror, the receptionist called out, Dr. Hendricks can see you now, sir.
No!
Please head to room 3 for your examination.
This be
Of
crazy.
course, the subject was reluctant to continue into the building, but Control insisted that he go through the door leading to the exam rooms. At first,
Find
he
the nearest
refused,
window and
but
jump.
After a reminder that he was locked in and the promise of a medical team waiting for him after the investigation was finished, he saw no option but to move forward.
That's crazy.
So he tossed his bloody wad of tissue paper in the trash and pushed through the next
He
set
didn't
of
say
doors.
anything to her?
As before, he could hear the click of the lock behind
Bless
him,
you.
trapping him inside.
I would have slapped that grandma silly.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I would
And
have hit
then
her
what?
with the
And then
front
what?
hand, with the backhand, and then finish her with that little knucky sandwich.
Give her them
She doesn't
knuckles,
feel
kid.
pain. These SCPs, they have superhuman abilities,
I
Alex.
don't
She
care.
would
I
have made
don't
you
care.
look
I will
silly.
make her feel pain. I would strap her down and beat her to a pulp.
She would grab your hand, twist you sideways, say, "Come here, sweetie," give you a kiss on the cheek, and then pull your teeth out one by one.
She pulls my teeth out, I'll rip her ears off, okay? I can play that game all day. I'll rip her hair out, I'll get the tweezers and give her purple nurples, I'll do whatever. I don't care. I'm not letting a grandma rip my tooth out and doing nothing about it, period.
I'd pay to see this matchup. Alec v. Grandmom.
I would pay to beat up a grandma, that sounds amazing.
Stop the Alec hate.
100 likes, 100 likes on this video.
If you guys want to see your grandma get beat up, put her information down below. We're taking all inquiries.
We're taking
pulling up.
Nana, we're taking Grandma, we'll even take Granddad.
Anyone.
He stepped
Alec is the new
carefully
Jake
into the
Paul.
hallway, pressing his body against the left side of the wall as the sudden sound of laughter echoed through the hall.
Alright, that is creepy.
Where was it coming
That's from
Who
Doors.
could be laughing somewhere like this?
It's the twins.
He wasn't sure he wanted to know the answer. He continued through the hall, edging along the wall.
He's edging.
Suddenly, he froze,
Along the
Against
wall.
the wall.
down to hide as one of the hygienists
That grandma's
exited the
edging.
nearby door. The entity passed him
She's
without
putting
noticing,
teeth in her mouth.
entering another exam room. The subject continued until he reached the far side of the hallway, where a door with the nameplate
Johnny
Johnny
Hendricks
Here's
was waiting.
Johnny.
He opened the door and entered.
Oh,
There was no one inside.
Hi, John. Your
He checked in with
receptionist
Control,
took out my
asking for
tooth.
instructions on what to do next. Control
in.
advised him to look for anything that could potentially be important.
Go in, you little
Documents,
little
research
pansy.
papers, journal pages, anything that might shed some light on the nature of SCP-5150. He obeyed and began to search the
Everything's
desk,
gonna be
but
empty.
found it was empty. Just then, the door to the office opened, and a hygienist called out to the subject, "What are you doing? We have another room waiting for you." At this point, cornered and with nowhere to run, the test subject
Fight.
grabbed his emergency chocolate bar and unwrapped it.
What is this gonna do?
At the sight of the sugary treat, the hygienist screamed
Oh my God.
and backed away.
It
Oh, it actually worked?
It
Two
actually
other
did.
entities appeared,
It's like a
wielding sharp
crucifix
double-sided
or
probes
upside down
used during
cross in a
dental
vampire,
examinations.
whatever.
The three entities
Oh my
advanced
God.
toward the subject.
Oh my god!
In a panic, he threw the chocolate bar.
throw
and
it.
Maybe they
collided
like
with
it.
The third
Maybe they
hygienist.
like it.
The entity shrieked, its mouth beginning to bleed as its teeth rapidly decayed. But now
This
the
is
subject was
gross,
left
but
unarmed
so
and could
cool.
not defend himself against
They're
the assault
pieces
of
of
the other
chocolate.
two entities. They grabbed
Why
hold
don't
of
you
him,
throw the whole bar,
one entity
dummy?
stabbing the subject with the probe, while the other bit down on his exposed
Oh.
forearm,
Now
hard
they're
enough
just
to draw
zombies.
blood and crack the bone. As he cried out in pain and fear, with no one able to save him, the subject was dragged to exam room
Oh my God, they're
3.
gonna do it.
There, the hygienist
Oh
strapped
my
him down on
gosh.
an operating table, tying him in place with leather straps. "You can trust us, sir," one of the entities said. "We'll just need to pull some teeth before the dentist arrives."
Oh,
Dude, this
point,
is like
the
a
entities
weird
removed the
Japanese
subject's
anime.
two
So
lower
much.
canines
Oh my God,
and
at least
3
numb him
molars,
up.
all while he remained
This
conscious
is-
and screaming. Then the door opened, and another entity came
dentist
into
is
the room.
here?
The doctor was in. At the sight of the dentist, the test subject began to spit various expletives. Dr. Hendricks
bleep,
met the
bleep,
verbal
bloop,
assault
blop, bleep,
with an
blop, bloop.
amused chuckle. "What a tongue! Why so harsh?"
Is he about to pull his tongue?
"Don't worry, this is for your own good. I know it may be scary, but it'll all be done
Alec,
with
don't ever
soon."
go back to the
The
dentist.
dentist spotted the camera, removing it from the
I'm
subject's
canceling
body.
my upcoming
Is
appointment.
this for a home video? Well, no matter. Technically, this does break some patient-doctor confidentiality laws, but I can let this one slide. Here, let me get this at an angle where it can record better. He placed the
Oh, he
camera in the
likes
far
it.
right corner of the room, where it captured video of both the subject
He wants
and
to
Dr.
get caught.
Hendricks. All the while, the subject's mouth continued to bleed. The dentist continued to speak. "There we go, much better. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. By the looks of it, it seems like they've already started. It's a shame. Your teeth aren't looking so great right now, but that's why you're here. I can help make it all better." The dentist
you,
retrieved
though?
several
I can't
medical
even
cleaning
look.
supplies from the side of the room, as well as an array of syringes. Then, he was ready to work. The test subject's nightmare was far from over.
What?
The dentist elevated the operating chair and inserted a
was
Jennings
putting him to
gag
sleep.
device into the subject's mouth in order to keep it open. What happened next could have been briefly mistaken for an ordinary teeth cleaning, other circumstances aside. The dentist used a dental mirror and several tools to pick and scrape at the remaining teeth in the subject's mouth, as if checking for plaque and tartar. Next, however, things got a bit more gruesome. He swapped the probing tools for a dental drill.
I hate
into
this
the
one.
subject's gums and inner cheeks. The drill was used on the subject's mouth for a duration of 15 minutes.
15?
If you're concerned about the lack of
he
anesthetic
getting the
used
wisdom
during
teeth
these
out?
procedures, allow me to clarify that various high-quality anesthetics were administered.
okay.
However, they were injected in the wrong locations or at insufficient dosages to adequately reduce the subject's pain. Sadly, he was fully aware of every agonizing sensation. After 2 hours, the dentist cheerfully remarked,
crazy.
"We're almost done with the cleaning." He added, "You're doing just fine. See, I know you wouldn't be so snappy after I started my work. Don't worry, I'll just have to do one more
putting the
thing.
infection in.
But before I can do that, I'll have to move your camera. I can't allow this to be recorded. You understand,
Oh,
right?"
this is the secret
He
sauce.
turned the camera so
creepy.
that the lens faced the wall, preventing any visuals of what
Thank
happened
God.
next from being captured.
I don't want to see.
This is especially unfortunate, given that this was the point in the procedure at which the dentist's anomalous abilities manifested. The nature of these abilities is still, sadly, unknown. All that was captured by the microphone was moans of pain and the sounds
still
of crunching
listening in?
as the subject's new teeth crowded into his gum line. After 20 minutes, the procedure was complete, and the dentist handed the subject a bag filled with various oral care items. Eventually, the subject was able to exit the building. When he emerged, he was pale and shaking, with
That is
splatters of blood
disgusting.
down his shirt, and an extreme case of hyperdontia. There were so many teeth present in the subject's mouth that he was unable to speak coherently. He was then taken to Site 334's infirmary, where his hyperdontia was treated, and he was debriefed. After treatment, he was given amnestics and released. At this point, any further experimentation with
he's cool now.
SCP-5150 was suspended, pending the judgment of the Ethics Committee. No follow-ups were conducted with the test subject. Still, I would be personally curious to know if his ordeal left him with a lifelong phobia of the dentist, even after the application of amnestics.
No duh.
I certainly don't believe I would ever be the same again.
I mean, this is basically what every young child thinks going to the dentist is like. I remember when I was younger, I thought like, this is what happens at the dentist. They're gonna pull out all of my teeth.
Well, especially when getting braces on. That was like the most horrifying dentist experience of my life. That was terrible. Well, it's
You
just
wanna keep talking
hours.
about it?
It's just like a 3-hour long procedure, and and it hurts the whole time. And they got like, and then your mouth hurts really bad afterwards. It's terrible. And it did all my bottom teeth too. And then I never wore my retainer. And then my wisdom teeth came in, and then now everything kind of came together. So it's my fault.
I got my wisdom teeth out. That's why I'm so dumb.
SCP-5150 was placed under containment within Provisional Site 334.
Do not let anybody in there ever again.
A disinformation campaign and cover story for this provisional site was established concerning the fictional Hops Railroad Company. This was intended to hide SCP-5150 and any of its related media, including poster advertisements, newspaper articles, and social media posts. In the event of unauthorized access to SCP-5150, all personnel were required to be detained and immediately transferred to the on-site infirmary upon exiting the building. Excess teeth would be removed and stored there, and personnel would be given a thorough evaluation before being given Class C amnestics. All on-site personnel who interacted with SCP-5150 in an approved capacity were required to carry one candy bar containing a minimum of 35 grams of sugar at all times. You may be wondering why these containment
Feastables.
procedures are detailed in the past tense. Well, there's a reason for that choice.
They
The
blew
current
it up.
containment procedures are no longer up to date, as the anomaly is no longer adequately contained.
Thank you. Wait,
As of August 1st,
What?
2023, the building originally designated as SCP-5150 is
moved.
completely absent
No.
of anomalous entities or paranormal activity.
Where they at?
It is unknown how or why this shift took place, but the anomaly appears to have moved rather than
Where?
disappeared. On September 22nd, 2023, posters advertising the dental practice of one Dr. John Hendricks
Blow it
were
up.
reported near the city of Greenwood, Indiana. All personnel assigned to Provisional Site 334 have been given a new directive: relocate and recontain SCP-5150 wherever it is migrated to. The dental health of innocent people depends on it. Remember to take good care of your teeth. Brush and floss every day. And be sure to attend your regular dental checkups. And of course, always count your teeth before and after an appointment, just in case. The alarm screamed, lights flashed, panic at the apartment complex like a storm. People rushed out in a blur, doors slammed, footsteps thundered. A family of 3 pushed forward, struggling against the frantic crowd. The mother kept a tight grip on her son's hand. The father led the way, shoulders hunched,
what's happening?
clutching a duffel bag packed with their most precious belongings.
It's gotta be a
Stay
fire.
close, the mother shouted over the noise, her voice sharp with fear. Her grip on her child's hand was ironclad as she scanned the corridor for a path through the panicked crowd.
Not just them, everybody's
Something's
leaving.
wrong with that kid.
Amidst a sea of fleeing residents,
Something's
one
wrong with that
figure
kid.
stood still. His
Looks like Where's
attire,
Waldo?
a red
No!
striped shirt and a whimsical beanie made him stick out like a sore thumb.
Don't tell me this is a Where's Waldo SCP. I swear, Alec. I swear, you know I'm afraid of Where's Waldo. Do not.
It seems like it might be Where's Waldo if Where's Waldo was an SCP.
Look, this SCP's got crazy powers, and its best ability is its ability to hide. Just like who? Waldo.
You don't want to find Waldo in this universe.
Let's just say if you find him, you're dead. And I think this little boy's about to find him.
His calm was unsettling, his eyes hidden
You gotta be
behind
kidding
round
me.
glasses, scanning the crowd
just
with
gross.
an eerie detachment.
You got the same
No one
glasses
looked at
as
him in
Alec.
their panic. No one except the little boy tugged at her mother's hand.
I knew
pointed.
it. Oh my God.
Why isn't
He's
he
dead.
scared? Before the mother could muster
Nobody
a
else can
response,
see him.
the alarm choked off as abruptly as it had started, and a voice
Oh my
washed
God.
over the PA system, its tone
Oh, he's gone.
unnervingly calm.
False alarm. Please return to your apartments.
Relief washed over the
Whoa.
crowd in a visible
Whoa.
wave. Let's
What
head back,
just
the
happened?
father said, his voice still carrying an edge of unease. As the river of people reversed its flow, the family of 3 turned back towards their apartment.
I don't think it's actually false
The little
alarm.
boy
I
glanced
think that
over
was
his
Where's
shoulder,
Waldo.
searching for the oddly dressed man, but the man in the stripes was gone. Unbeknownst to the
That
boy,
kid's so dead,
a
bro.
strange wave began to ripple
Probably.
quietly across the wall behind him. Silent and stealthy, this undulating shadow trailed the unsuspecting family down the dimly
I
lit
already hate this
hallway,
video. Oh my
following them
gosh.
all the way to their doorstep. Once the family of 3 was back inside their apartment, the door clicked shut with a solid thunk. The little boy immediately went to the window, his little face smushed up against the glass, his eyes scanning the empty street below for any hint of the striped oddity.
If I was that boy, I would just go right to bed. I wouldn't be looking for that scary, creepy guy. Because in my mind, if I visualize him and I see him, that makes him real. But if I just close my eyes, go to bed, that means it was probably just all a dream, and I can maybe get past it.
Well, I'm starting to think that maybe this is similar to Shy Guy, where if you look at Shy Guy, he's going to stop at nothing to come and then kill you. So I think that because he saw Waldo and found out Waldo's location, because you're not supposed to find Waldo. The whole idea is where's Waldo? You're trying to find him, and he found Waldo, and Waldo probably did not want to be found, so now he has to kill the kid.
But the figure he was looking for was not in the empty street down below. What are you looking at, darling?
Oh my
His mother's
gosh.
voice
You ever
pierced
heard
the
of knocking,
silence,
Mom?
sharp and sudden, snapping him back to the room. Sounds of clanging pots and the rhythmic
God,
chopping
Jack's-
of vegetables filled the kitchen
Jack's scared.
as his mother busied herself with dinner.
I'm
The
scared.
domestic noises clashed eerily with the boy's rising tension.
Go to bed, little boy.
Slowly, the boy turned away from the window, his heart still racing.
Oh my God, Waldo's in the room.
I saw...
No, he's not. There's no way.
Yes, he
voice
is.
trailed
He's on the
off.
No, he's
wall.
not. No, he's
Don't
not.
say
By
it.
the images swirling in his head.
He's having hallucinations. I don't
Go
think it's
watch out
real.
for dinner, honey, his mother instructed, brandishing a spoon with a flourish, as if to shoo away his
She's a
lingering
super nice mom.
fears.
She has nice hair,
Obediently,
too.
the boy slugged off to the bathroom, the image of the peculiar striped man still spinning in
I
his
think
mind.
he's just having hallucinations. I don't
Make
even
sure
think
to
it's real.
wash those
Having
hands like a
nightmares
good
tonight.
boy would, his mother demanded from the kitchen. The little
No,
boy
Mom!
sighed deeply. Yes, Mama, he replied, his shoulders slumping with defeat. Even if he told her, or even his dad, what he had seen in the hallway, it wouldn't matter.
Nobody would
They
believe
wouldn't
him.
believe him. Not in a million years.
He's
The
so
little boy
cooked.
proceeded to roll up his sleeves
end up
and
in some
twisted
mental
open
hospital.
the faucet. Water crashed into the basin, a mini cascade echoing in the tiled room. As he lathered his hands, meticulously scrubbing
God.
between each finger like a good boy should,
Where's this guy gonna
something
pop up?
eerie began to unfold.
Oh no,
just
not in the
behind him.
mirror.
The bathroom wall, usually so plain and
I hate
inert,
this, I hate this.
started to warble. It pulsed
Why?
subtly, the paint and plaster undulating like the surface of a
Whoa,
disturbed
whoa, whoa, whoa,
pond.
whoa.
But
Make
the
it,
boy,
Grandma!
absorbed in the
Make it,
serious
Grandma!
task of washing the germs from his hands,
Daddy?
remained oblivious to the wall's strange ballet. Turning off the tap, he reached for the towel. The wall behind him was
my
now
God.
more liquid than solid.
Please just tell me he's
Then,
finally hitting
a
puberty.
soft, chilling
Please tell me that's the
whoosh
worst of
filled
it.
the air.
Oh, it's a
sound
black
Oh my
hole.
God, it's Waldo.
From the rippling wall, the striped man emerged,
Daddy
materializing
chill, daddy chill,
silently.
daddy chill,
He
daddy
stood
chill.
there,
Wait. Daddy, chill.
He
a
does kind of look
ghastly
chill.
figure with empty eye sockets that stared unblinkingly at the small boy's back.
He hasn't noticed yet.
As
Are you
the boy
insane,
dried
little
his
boy?
hands, his gaze remained fixed on the mundane task, unaware of the menacing entity just inches
He's really
away
washing
from
his
him.
hands.
Whereas
Just
Waldo
as the
is sick
striped
of
man
people
took a
finding
step
him.
towards the boy with a final swipe of the towel,
Nah,
the boy flicked
bro.
off the bathroom light, plunging the room into darkness.
R.I.P.
The mirror's
God.
reflection blinked out, the striped man's ghostly image swallowed by the sudden night. Oblivious to the close brush with danger,
Oh, he's
the boy
good.
skipped back to the kitchen.
He even
to
knew!
warmth and laughter
He's
and
good.
light.
He's good.
That
Sat
boy deserves
himself down
everything
at
that's
the
coming
kitchen
to him.
table, pulled out his notebook and began to draw. His crayon skated across the paper.
Do not
tracing
draw
the
Waldo,
outlines of
dummy.
The striped man
He
he
is.
had seen. His parents, meanwhile,
He found him.
continued
He
their
found
culinary
him.
dance in the kitchen, chopping and stirring and seasoning.
They've been
creating
chopping
a
that
symphony
celery
of scents that
8
filled
times.
the air. They were too wrapped up in the task at hand to notice the subtle shift in the atmosphere, the way the air seemed to hold its breath, waiting. As the boy added the final touches to his crayon creation,
No!
unbeknownst to anyone in the room,
killed yourself.
that same strange warbling wave crawled along the floorboards like a serpent, circling around the family. The boy's parents laughed over a shared joke, the sound a bright
Oh my
contrast
God.
against the creeping dread
What the
just
heck
a
is
few
that
feet
pot?
away from them. Then, a sudden chill swept through the room.
Oh
The rhythm of
God.
chopping
Parents have to
vegetables
notice
was
by
the
now.
most soothing.
These
The
are the
knife in
worst parents
father's
ever.
hands making a
Cooked.
Stop
consistent
cutting the
thud
celery!
As it met the cutting board. Beside them, the wall began to move like a wet wave of water was trapped beneath the
can't watch
surface.
it.
They're
Hate when that
cooked.
A
happens.
few steps away, the little boy glanced up from his drawing, his
Daddy,
eyes
chill.
widened with fear.
Quick prediction before they're cooked. I think this is gonna be like the origin stories of the Where's Waldo books, and the people are gonna get trapped inside of the book.
I think this is post-book, if I had to put my guess on it. I think that the books have already came out, and Where's Waldo is sick of people finding him in the book, so he turned into an SCP, and now anybody that finds him and confirms that they find him dies.
Where's Waldo gone wild? I like that. He's having a little summer fling.
Well, I would be fine because I could never actually find Waldo growing up. Those books were pretty challenging for me.
They were tough. Those and the I Spy books were very difficult.
Yeah, I Spy was tough.
His crayon so hard it snapped. Paralyzed with fright, he
Oh my
watched
God.
as the wallpaper's pattern began to swirl hypnotically, distorting into a liquid-like flow. The boy's
Did
heart
you pay your
raced. Terror
taxes?
clutched his throat so tightly that he could barely breathe. The boy's
told you
father,
not to
still
find me, little
unaware of the
boy!
nightmare unfolding beside him, continued chopping
know you
the
didn't wash your hands
vegetables.
after you
It
pooped.
wasn't until the boy's face
He's
drained
cutting
of
celery
color,
again.
his
He's making me
small
mad.
body
He's actually
stiffening in
rage baiting
terror,
me.
that the father realized
Everybody
something
asks,
was
where's
wrong.
Waldo? They never
Hey,
ask, how's
You
Waldo?
okay, bud? He asked his son. As the striped man fully materialized beside his father, the boy's wide eyes filled with unspeakable horror.
Dude, it's Waldo!
The figure
I found him!
turned,
I
its
found
head
him!
tilting curiously.
Oh my
as if
God.
amused
Nah.
by the boy's fright.
Nope.
Oh,
Burn the
no.
house.
Could
Burn the
only
house.
Lift his little hand and point behind the father.
There's gonna be nothing there when the dad turns
Still
around.
blissfully unaware, the father casually turned around
he
to see
can't
what his
see
son
him.
was so terrified of.
Maybe he
And
can only
there,
attack children.
Standing impossibly close was the man in the striped shirt and beanie.
Oh, the dad
the
sees
father's
him.
mouth dropped open to shout, to
Oh,
warn,
whoa.
to protect, but no
Oh, he
sound
can see him.
emerged.
Oh my god.
In a
Oh my God.
flash, the striped man reached out, his hands finding the
looks like
father's
Slender Man.
jaw,
No!
breaking it open
It's
with a
kinda crazy
supernatural
that he's
speed
blue.
that defied human anatomy. The silent scream
What?
finally
He's
broke
about to climb
free from
inside
the
of him!
boy. His
No!
piercing shriek filled the kitchen as he watched
I'm your
this
daddy
nightmare
now!
invade his reality.
Oh my God!
The striped man turned his head
is
slowly
like the
toward
scene
the
from
sound,
Kong.
his empty eye socket seeming to stare straight into the boy's soul.
Is he some sort of dentist?
The mother whirled around, her son's scream still
Wait, the
ringing in
mother's
her
still
ears.
cooking?
The wooden
Yeah,
spoon
she's still
was
cutting the
clutched in her
celery.
trembling hand, a useless weapon against what
They
she
all just
saw.
get frozen.
Come on,
She
wooden spoon
screamed.
spanky, do
Her
something.
husband's body was contorting violently, his limbs
Oh,
jerking, twisting in
goodness.
ways they shouldn't.
Punch or
Then,
something,
The
Dad.
striped man climbed
Little kiss.
inside him.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Screaming approach echoed through
Whoa.
the kitchen. The sound
Wait,
of bones
what?
breaking,
Why?
a shell cracking open. Then came the
He's
yellow
doing it with his
liquid,
full clothes on.
Bro, what?
oozing, seeping from his
I'm
mouth,
telling you, he's gonna become his
dripping onto
dad.
the cold kitchen floor.
Oh my god, I might have nightmares.
Panic,
I'm gonna have
she
nightmares.
grabbed her phone to call for help, but the striped man was quicker. He slid out from the father's collapsed form. His body.
Hey, yo, he came out the
shifted
butthole.
naturally as he
He
moved.
came out the booty.
Wait,
They
what?
tried
what?
to run.
What?
The boy bolted for his
That's
bedroom,
an
his
insane
heart
way
hammering.
He just did it for fun.
Reach safety, close the door, disappear. But his mother wasn't as lucky. The striped man caught her in the hallway. His hand stretched forward,
Gotcha.
grasping.
Oh my
unrelenting.
God.
Her last scream.
Is he gonna do
echoed
the
down
same thing to
hallway
her?
as the
I
man
think he's gonna do the
that's
reverse.
what he does.
He's gonna do the
Oh my
reverse.
God.
He's doing it. No, he's doing
And he's doing it.
Into
He
another
goes in her mouth,
ghastly puppet.
And then out their butt?
What
Is
His
that
the
bedroom, the little
heck?
boy
Yeah,
heard the
what
muffled
the
sounds
heck?
of struggle
I guess.
and his mother's
my
final
new favorite
scream.
SCP?
Tears
Alec.
streaming down his face.
Insane.
He crawled under his bed, his small body trembling.
Dude, get out of the house.
Waldo
What are
is
you
proud
doing?
to
Found
find you.
beside his stuffed animals.
He's got Shy Guy right there.
In the background.
Scribbled on the wall.
Oh, no, no.
That's
That's,
the statue.
yeah,
His
statue.
childish handwriting was
The
shaky
sculpture?
with fear. Waldo found Mommy.
Dude
The
doesn't
boy
even know how to
remained
spell.
hidden, too scared to move, waiting for a rescue that seemed increasingly unlikely to
Oh,
arrive.
that's so weird.
This
The
is
boy
so
held
Alec
his
as an
breath,
SCP.
hoping, praying to be overlooked. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by a soft,
Oh my
eerie
God.
popping
Oh,
sound,
no,
like the air being
You
squeezed
did.
out of the
You
room.
did.
I
The
can't
boy
believe he didn't
peeked
jump out a window or
slightly
something. Like
and
he
saw
just
the striped man materialize out of
house.
the wall right in front of his
Wow.
bed. Frozen with terror, the boy couldn't scream. He couldn't even move. He could only stare.
So this
as the
is
striped
definitely a
man
Keter
stooped
class
down,
SCP.
His face coming into view.
That's so
Where his
weird.
eyes
He's
should have
super
been,
flexible.
There was nothing but smooth,
Kinda looks like
pale
Spider-Man.
skin, stretched taut over the hollows that should have
I
held
wonder
them.
why his
His
eyes are
skin
like
was
that.
almost translucent, giving him a ghostly appearance that made the boy's heart race even faster.
Wow, well done.
The
Way to
striped
hide under
man
the bed and make all that
tilted
noise,
his head,
dummy.
As if curious, peering at the boy under the bed. The lack of eyes made his gaze all the more unnerving.
Is he-
as if
so
he were
weird.
seeing
Is this
in a way
legal to go
humans could
through
not
this boy's mouth and
comprehend.
out his butt?
His breath was a cold
I don't think
breath,
anything that's
Waldo
happening is
faintly
legal.
of the same sickly sweet decay that emanated from the yellow liquid.
Ew,
The little
What
boy
is that
pressed
yellow
further back
liquid?
under his bed,
I
his
think
small
it's like
body shaking
intestines.
uncontrollably. He knew he couldn't run, couldn't hide any longer.
Kick him!
He's
As
under
the
like
striped
a
man
hypnotic
reached under
state.
the bed with his arm, the boy squeezed his eyes
He
shut.
actually reminds me of Slender Man
His
a
tiny
lot.
fists clutched the crayon he held, as if it could somehow protect him. That evening, a neighbor stepped out into the hallway to do some
Ooh.
laundry.
What?
The smell hit him first. A sharp,
Oh, yeah,
Is he
you gotta
alive?
find
tang
both of
that
them.
made his stomach
This is,
churn.
this is a secret agent.
Then he saw it. The mother's body, grotesquely
Oh.
contorted and covered in bizarre, cartoonish illustrations, lying just a
Wait,
few
she's-
doors down.
What?
Her face, frozen in an expression
has
of terror,
Waldo
was
on
almost
her.
unrecognizable.
I was kind of right
Shocked
then.
and horrified, he stumbled backwards, fumbling for his phone to call the police. His hands shook as he explained the
That is
situation.
disgusting.
His
Oh my
voice barely a
God.
whisper as he urged
I wonder if
them
he's now
to hurry.
infected.
The police arrived quickly.
I think if he
their
finds
presence
Waldo,
marked
he
by
will
the
be.
flashing lights and the low murmur of radios. They
Please
cordoned
tell
off
me the kid's
area,
alive.
their
Please,
faces
please,
set in grim
please.
lines as they took in the scene. The detailed report they filed later that night
Oh.
pinged the attention of the SCP Foundation.
They gotta find out
known
what that
for
yellow goo
monitoring
is.
such anomalies. Under the guise of government health inspectors, a team of SCP agents was dispatched to the apartment.
The boys in blue.
Clad in nondescript suits with badges that offered little explanation.
This is pretty much the Men
they
in
entered
Black.
the apartment with a single
Yep.
goal: to investigate and contain any potential anomalous threats.
How can you
The
find
team
that
leader
thing?
signaled for silence as they stepped through the doorway, their senses on high alert. The apartment was eerily quiet.
Oh my
The
gosh,
only
they're
sound,
rage
the
baiting with that
distant hum
celery.
of traffic and their own
It's like
measured
the 8th time they
breaths.
showed that.
Scan
Where's
everything,
the kid?
the team leader whispered, nodding to the agent with the biosensor equipment. The agent nodded, moving ahead to sweep the living area, where faint traces of the
It's
yellow
clear?
liquid still glistened on the walls.
I think it's gold. What do you guys
As they
think?
moved
Maybe it's
deeper into
pee.
the apartment,
I mean, I would
another
pee
agent,
myself if
the
that
team's
happened to me.
photographer, took careful shots of the scene.
Ugh,
As the tech
ugh.
specialist scanned the area with a device designed to detect
my
anomalous
God.
energy signatures, their eyes
Oh my God.
Watch your
widened.
back, watch your back.
It's off the charts here, he muttered.
Don't find him.
His
Do not
eyes
find him.
focused on
Oh my
the
God,
readings.
that's so creepy.
Whatever happened,
Do
it
not
was
find
highly
him.
potent. Suddenly, a soft, eerie popping sound echoed through the apartment, like the quiet burst of a bubble. Do you hear that?
What was it?
One of the agents asked, tilting her head. There was a faint
I think they
sound,
gotta just nuke the
almost
entire
like
building.
Hello.
breathing. But when she listened again, it was gone. Stay focused, the team leader barked, giving her
This
a sharp
thing is
look.
so deadly.
They continued, moving toward the
It's so,
bedrooms.
it can hide anywhere. It
That's
hides
when the
inside
team leader
walls.
felt
Usually the
a
SCPs
sudden
like
chill.
know what they're doing.
She
Like
turned
the SCP
just in
got
time
people.
to see a figure materialize from the wall behind
They're just as
them.
clueless as the
It
kid.
was the man in the striped shirt and beanie, his face eerily smooth and eyeless.
Shoot it!
Contact! She shouted, her hand darting towards her weapon. But before she could draw, the man in the striped shirt was upon her.
No.
With supernatural speed, his hands reached for
Close
her
your mouth.
face,
Close your
prying
mouth.
her jaw open.
No, 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 no,
with
no.
Oh
precision.
my God! They got the
Twisted his
SCP.
body,
They got the
contorting
Where are the other
lady
three
prepared to crawl
people?
inside her.
Shoot him!
Her body
Shoot
spasmed
him!
violently as he slid into her mouth.
Where are the other
sound
people?
of
Seriously?
the strain of his invasion
Oh,
echoing
it's
through the
gross
apartment.
every time.
And everyone
Eyes
else is just
wide with
looking.
Terror
I'm never
reflected a
opening my
final
mouth again.
glimpse of horror before her face was obscured by his entering form. The remaining
this
agents
really makes me
scrambled.
Waldo is
shouts
sick.
and commands creating a cacophony of
He just does that for
desperation.
fun.
They fired their weapons as the man
There we
emerged
go.
from the fallen agent, his form shimmering like a heat haze, bullets passing through him.
Whoa, whoa,
as
whoa.
if he were
Oh my
nothing
God,
more
he's
than a
invincible.
wisp of smoke.
What?
He's
Another
literally
agent
translucent.
yelled,
Can't beat
but
this
it was
thing.
too late. The man appeared suddenly from the shadows, his arms
This might be the
unnaturally
deadliest
extended
SCP we've
to
ever
snatch and
seen.
pull the agent towards him.
It's either this or
The
Shy Guy.
agent's screams were
Or
cut
the
short
tickle monster.
as the man forced his way into his abdomen, contorting the agent's
Oh!
body in
Oh my
sickening
God.
angles.
Oh
as he
my
maneuvered
God.
through him.
Why
Another
does he
agent
do
tried
that,
to
though?
run,
Like,
her
what is he-
footsteps thundering down the hallway.
So weird.
I'd rather him
Striped
just
man
run
intercepted her with
faster!
horrifying fluidity.
That's gotta be one of
His
the worst
body
ways to go
stretching
out.
and twisting
Bro.
to block her path. With a swift motion, he unhinged her jaw with his hands.
This would make a pretty good
Her
horror
mouth
movie.
was now permanently agape in a silent
Yeah.
scream. as
You don't
the
say,
striped
Jack.
man climbed
I don't think I
inside.
would watch it. I would get too scared.
Moments
I'm
later,
already getting
she
nightmares
moved
just thinking
to the
about it.
floor. Another grotesque puppet.
He's just
adorned
wrecking
with those
everyone.
macabre illustrations.
He's on a
The last
6 KO
standing
streak.
agent watched in horror,
Katie?
unable to move. As the man in the striped shirt turned his featureless gaze upon him, the agent knew escape was impossible.
Where is
In
the
a desperate
kid?
last act, the agent
kid is
managed
dead,
to pull out
Jack.
his radio, his
think
voice
so?
trembling
Yes!
as he transmitted a mayday call to the command center.
I still have hope.
compromised.
They're all gone. The subject, he can face through walls, take over bodies.
We need assistance ASAP. Help! His transmission was abruptly cut off as the man in the striped shirt enveloped him, his body contorting as he
GG's.
entered through his mouth
Bro.
and exited.
Oh, I
through
can't
his
even
pelvis,
look.
That is so
leaving
gross.
behind yet another corpse marked with twisted,
John!
cartoonish figures.
Look, you see, he's
In the
adding him to the
silence that
book. I'm
followed,
telling
The
you.
apartment was a
I was so
tableau
right.
of horror.
This is
Each
how he
agent
collects the book
transformed into
memories.
a
Yes.
grotesque testament to the man's deadly capabilities. The man in the striped shirt simply phased back into the wall, disappearing as swiftly
I
as he had
no
appeared.
longer
He does
like
not
Waldo.
care.
In the dimly lit
Waldo
room
does
of the
not care.
05 Council's Emergency Command Center, the air was heavy with a somber tension.
So, for those of you guys that don't know, the O5 Council are basically like the top members of the SCP Foundation. They're the smartest of the smart. They know everything when it comes to SCPs. Some people even think that they're SCPs themselves.
Dude, it looks like there are aliens in there.
It looks like a Star Wars meeting
Yeah.
of all the Jedi.
Kind of.
Somber tension. The council members sat around the
Oh.
austere table, their
That dude's
faces
definitely an
gaunt,
alien.
each line etched by the night's grim revelations.
We're playing chess with a ghost.
Murmured the head of the council, breaking the oppressive silence.
Yeah, he kind of is a
Time for
ghost.
underestimating our striped friend has long passed, declared another council member. He cleared his throat and continued.
Whoa.
Henceforth, he shall be designated SCP-4885.
Okay.
Let this name be a reminder of our failure and our resolve. Nods of agreement circled the table.
They're not
as
gonna
the
try to
gravity
catch
of
it?
naming the striped man, SCP-4885,
They're just letting him chill there.
settled among them. It was a formal acknowledgement of the anomalous threat, a commitment to containing it
What
at
what
all
class
costs.
is he?
Keter.
We need a containment strategy that mirrors the unpredictability of SCP-4885 itself. One that's as slippery and elusive as the entity. Another member chimed in, sparking a torrent of tactical brainstorming. The result? Procedure Inveniant Eum.
I don't
a
know if that's gonna
masterclass
work.
in adaptive strategy, as intricate as it was desperate.
This plan will harness chaos itself.
The chief strategist outlined,
That's
pointing
definitely
to the
an alien
dizzying
right there,
array
Jack.
of flowcharts that now filled the screens.
36 Class 17 containment chambers, each a piece in a larger, mobile maze, connected not by fate, but by a cryptographically secure random dance of numbers.
Okay.
The strategy was laid bare. A D-class subject, chosen for his mental resilience, would become the unwitting lure, ferried unpredictably
Oh,
among
no,
these
he's bait.
chambers
They're
by an
using him
autonomous
as bait.
vehicle.
Oh,
No,
Each
poor
chamber
guy.
was rigged with a single
It's a
digital
game of
monitor.
cat and mouse.
Its screen destined to flicker with the live coordinates of SCP-4885, information visible only to those with the highest clearance.
Keep it disoriented. Keep it chasing shadows.
The lead
Are they trying to get it
strategist
tired
added,
or something?
Her voice laced with a mix
Or are they
of
trying to track
determination
its movements?
and the macabre humor
trying
that
to
had
track
become
it
their
and then
coping
capture it.
mechanism. Her
How do you even
eyes
track a
flicked across
ghost?
the room, daring anyone to counter
They
her
need the
plan.
tools.
They need the Ghostbusters.
Dispatched to the scene were agents trained for just this sort of pandemonium. A special task force with nerves of steel and not a jot of patience for
What, they're gonna
supernatural
they're gonna suck
antics.
them up in a vacuum?
At the secure
Yeah, they need to
facility,
bring a vacuum
they
or
prepped
something.
the containment chambers, each agent moving with the precision of a well-oiled cog.
What
in a
are they actually
larger,
gonna do? I don't
desperate
understand.
Check every seal, every circuit.
machine, barked the team leader
on, boys.
as they inspected the self-driving vehicle and its network of chambers. The D-class subject was equipped with a tracking device and briefed under heavy surveillance. The randomness of his movement through the chambers was crucial to luring SCP-4885 without falling into a predictable pattern.
Okay.
Then, the D-class subject was placed into the vehicle. The self-driving vehicle hummed to life, its path dictated by the unseen hand of the random number generator. The chambers lit up, one by one. This was a high-stakes game of musical chairs.
He's not even
that
controlling
none
it. Oh, that
wanted to
stinks.
lose.
Monitor
He's just a
live.
fresh piece of
Our
meat up
ghost
there.
likes the show.
Quipped another agent as the first location data blinked onto the screen, a digital beacon in the dark. SCP-4885's
Hello.
location was only visible to Level 5 personnel and those directly involved in the containment effort. Hours ticked
We've
by,
never seen Waldo
each passing
attack
moment
somebody that's
stretching the tension
constantly
thinner.
moving.
The agents watched, their eyes
might not be
flickering
able to
between
track 'em.
screens as the D-class subject was shuttled from chamber to chamber, a pawn in their elaborate trap.
You think that's a
Then, a
Waymo?
flicker on a monitor,
Yeah,
a
definitely.
shadow within a shadow. SCP-4885 had taken the bait. The containment
got
chambers
him.
scattered
Oh.
like pieces on a chessboard,
Got him.
are
Oh.
now conduits in a circuit of confusion.
Okay.
Each transport adding another layer of disorientation to the
Waldo's
entity's
probably so
flight.
mad.
Okay.
Looks like our ghost is getting dizzy.
Muttered an agent, a smirk
that's their
playing on his
plan?
lips as he
Just get him
observed
tired
the
out and
entity's
dizzy?
faltering movements. The final chamber locked into place, a digital fortress now holding what they hoped was an imprisoned specter. Back at the command center,
Interesting.
the council watched the culmination of their plan. Screens displayed the containment chamber holding steady, the location data, a constant beacon.
Is it contained?
Whispered a council member, almost afraid to break the spell. Theoretically, replied the head of the council.
I
his
don't trust
voice
it.
dry.
That dude's creeping me out, the head of the council.
SCP-4885, the Foundation's own elusive version of Where's Wally, or Where's Waldo in the States. That is, if Wally had a penchant for phasing through walls and killing anyone unfortunate to spot him. Jokes
Yeah,
aside,
so if you ever see him, you just die.
SCP-4885 does bear a striking resemblance to the character Where's Wally from
Yeah.
popular children's puzzle books.
Where's Waldo?
Characterized by its iconic red and white striped shirt and beanie. However, unlike
have
its
creepy
benign
eyeballs.
counterpart, SCP-4885 is distinguished by its paler skin and the absence of eyes, contributing to its unsettling appearance.
What does it want?
Classified as a
Yeah,
Keter-level
actually.
anomaly, SCP-4885 poses significant containment challenges. To safeguard the specifics of its initial discovery, all related information was expunged using an automated system to prevent any unauthorized knowledge of its origins. In terms of containment measures, SCP-4885 is secured within Class 17 containment.
So are they just going to basically just keep this car and this D-class personnel going constantly in this containment center to keep Waldo contained? Like, that seems like the only thing to keep it there is to keep it trying to chase the same person.
I thought they closed one of the walls.
He could phase
The
through
gate
walls,
would
though.
close.
But yeah, he
that's
could-
what
he
I
could just
thought too.
phase.
But why do they close the wall then? Like, what was the idea?
I don't
there?
know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like if they just keep the simulation going randomly, then they contained Waldo.
Yeah, that's definitely their idea. And then they're going to have to keep
Yeah.
swapping people because eventually that dude's going to die.
Probably.
The guy in the car.
I mean, he seems pretty invincible. I'm not sure what I would do.
These chambers are strictly regulated, with stringent access controls. No personnel are permitted within 100 meters unless absolutely necessary, under threat of immediate amnestic treatment and termination of employment as mandated by the Ethics Committee. The management of SCP-4885 extends to its derivatives, known as SCP-4885-1 instances.
I want to know why it does what it
These
does.
are monitored through an advanced AI system named FAR2.AIC, which
Fart?
has substantial access to CCTV systems, 80% coverage within the United States, and 40% globally. Should an SCP-4885-1 instance be detected, specialized
Is there-
Foundation
are they
drones
trying to say there's
deployed to
multiple?
discreetly relocate
I think
these
so.
entities
Oh
to
my
a
gosh.
secure location known only as Location I, the coordinates of which are known solely to FAR2.AIC. In the scenario where
name.
Location I is
Okay.
compromised or its secrecy breached, emergency protocols outlined in document Paint the Town Yellow are activated. This involves
never
the
said what the
establishment
yellow
of a
goo
new
was.
Location I and the unfortunate but necessary notification of death to the immediate family of the personnel involved to maintain operational secrecy. SCP-4885 exhibits dangerous capabilities, including the ability to teleport to any individual aware of its or its derivatives' locations.
Nah.
It can phase through
Yeah.
solid objects and is known to attack
It can
individuals
teleport!
by entering
This is
through the
almost
mouth
worse than
and
Shy Guy,
causing
I think.
This might be the
fatal
worst
internal damage.
SCP ever.
Yeah.
This
Actually,
ability
you can't
makes
contain 'em.
SCP-4885 not only a physical threat, but also a severe risk for information security within the Foundation. Thus, the containment of SCP-4885 requires a multifaceted approach, combining high-level security protocols, advanced technology, and strict information control to mitigate the risks associated with this
They have AI
unpredictable
versus
and
Waldo.
dangerous entity. All in all, SCP-4885 and its kin demand the kind of security that makes Area 51 look like a walk in the park.
The guerrilla soldiers fire their rifles blindly into the jungle. They don't know what exactly they're shooting at, but something is out there among the
What
trees.
is it?
Something they can't
I think it's
see.
gonna be Bigfoot.
Something.
Comment down below
that's
what you think it
killing
is.
them. One of the young soldiers, barely more than a boy, stops to reload. As he pulls the magazine from his rifle, a blur passes by.
Oh no.
The
That's gotta
soldier
be
next to
Bigfoot.
him suddenly drops to his knees, clutching
No,
his
it's
neck,
way too fast to
blood
be
pouring
Bigfoot.
out between his fingers.
Bigfoot's pretty fast.
A hand grasps the boy's shoulder,
Adam,
and he spins
it's
around,
even
nearly
scarier than
opening fire
Bigfoot.
on his commander. The older man tells him they've got
It's a
to
guy with a
go, and the
mustache?
boy joins a small group of soldiers who start running through the jungle,
Where even
trying
are
to get
they?
away from whatever this thing is. As they run, there's another flash of movement, and one of the soldiers is pulled into the trees. He can hear his screams mixed
getting
with
killed
otherworldly
one
by
shrieks.
one.
This is
There's
definitely in
nothing they can
Vietnam.
do. It's already too late for
It's
him.
in even worse, Adam.
Another soldier
South
disappears
America.
into the trees with a blur.
Is that worse?
Just him and the commander
I don't
now.
know.
They emerge from the jungle into a clearing that contains a small abandoned
no!
farm. The commander motions for them to head towards the old farmhouse, and the two take cover around the corner of the home. They crouch with their guns ready, peeking around the corner,
a
looking for
horror
any
movie right
sign
now,
of the
what the heck?
monster that's killed so many of their comrades. The boy wants to know what they should do. He opens his mouth to ask the commander, but he puts a finger to his lips and motions for the boy to keep watching.
I have a feeling that this guy's the SCP. Like, the way that the mustache dude's acting is kind of sus.
How? He's guiding him to safety.
Adam, they are so scared right now in like a life or death situation. He's the only one keeping the squad together.
The boy just asked his commander what to do, and then he goes like,
Yeah, he's telling him to be quiet, you dummy.
There's an SCP hunting them down like a predator.
so you guys don't think it's Bigfoot?
No, it's definitely not Bigfoot, Adam. I've also seen this video before, and I can tell you for sure it is way, way scarier than any Bigfoot you're thinking of.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. Okay.
The
Thanks
boy
for watching,
peeks around
guys.
the corner of the house.
We're done,
but
right?
He doesn't see anything emerging from the tree line.
We're
It's
just getting
quiet
started.
until the commander begins to scream. The boy turns to see a point
no.
forming on his chest. It's a black
I told
circle.
you! I
No,
told you!
Not black, something darker.
He's turning to the
It's like
SCP.
What is
the
that?
absence
Is that a
of
black
any
hole?
It's a
other
black
light.
hole.
The commander screams louder as the point
It might be
of
Iron
darkness
Man.
grows. The commander's
What is
screams
happening?
fade out, even as it looks like he continues to yell. The boy watches as the commander seems to be collapsing.
What?
Sucked
It is a
into
black
the
hole.
orb in his chest.
It is.
That is
His body
nasty.
folds in on itself.
He's
growing
spaghetti-fying.
smaller and smaller until it disappears completely into the black hole, which vanishes along with him.
So what do you guys think just happened?
I think the SCP just summoned a black hole to spawn inside of that guy's belly, and then it sucked him. That's like the most overpowered power of all time.
I think that my first prediction was right. That is the SCP, and he's acting like, oh, I'm getting sucked in a black hole, but he's really a teleporter.
No, Adam, no.
Now he's
You're
gonna
so
wrap
wrong.
around. He's gonna get the little boy.
I don't want to spoil anything, but you guys could both be right.
I knew it.
The boy doesn't know what he just saw, but he doesn't have time to think.
There he is.
Because emerging from the
Ooh!
forest,
Same
What is
guy,
that?
same mustache.
That's not Bigfoot, I
the
told
boy's
you,
never
dummy.
seen anything like it, and runs into the farmhouse.
his feet are pretty
He
skinny.
locks the door and pushes the old
It's
kitchen table
Littlefoot.
in front of it, trying to barricade it as best he can.
Wait, but he opened the door this way.
Yeah, wait.
How does putting a barricade on that side of the door do anything?
He's
Situation,
scared
he's
out.
not
He's just a little
thinking
boy.
logically.
He's not a genius. High
doesn't
level
make any
IQ like
sense.
you.
What do you want him to do, huh? Grow a brain?
I don't know, dude. Something better than that.
He looks around.
Maybe
and
the
spots
SCP
a
will
bed
feel bad
against the
for him
wall.
because he's a little
It's
special.
the best hiding spot he can find. So he runs and slides under the bed, pulling himself as close to the wall as he can.
That's gonna work.
The boy watches and waits, unsure of what he should do. It's quiet. There's no more screaming of soldiers being killed or any more of those guttural animal-like squeals.
What are these random houses
Maybe
doing
it
in the
decided
middle
to
of
go
nowhere?
back to wherever it came from. The boy doesn't dare come out from under the bed, though, as he watches the door, waiting for something to burst through.
I'm so
He sees
scared.
On my
something else.
toes.
Another of those
No!
black clumps appears in the middle of the room.
Not another black hole!
I would try to
Bends
eat it
the
at this
light
point.
around it, distorting the room nearby.
What? Why would you try to
The
eat
boy
it?
watches from under the bed as out of the point, a thin black limb.
No! Run, dude!
Then another.
Is it a
You
spider?
can see its strange pointed
It's
legs
Slender Man.
with no feet standing just in front of the
God.
bed.
Oh,
now.
it may be Slender Man.
With a high-pitched cry, the creature
That is
effortlessly
nasty.
tosses the bed aside.
Oh my
The boy
gosh.
is
No.
left exposed,
They found him.
cowering against
like a
the
No,
wall.
he's
cockroach.
exposed.
The creature screams, opening its wide mouth that seems to split its
Ow!
eyeless face in two,
That is disgusting.
revealing 2 rows of jagged teeth. The boy screams back, crying in fear, and sees that the creature isn't
Try and
eyeless
fight
after
it.
all.
Do
Inside
something.
its grotesque mouth, a milky blue
Punch its-
ball
Whoa.
appears.
Flippin'
There's
nose.
no iris, but the boy
Is he
knows
gonna
whatever this
Kamehameha?
thing is. It's
I
looking
think
at
so.
him.
Is that Goku?
The boy feels his chest grow tight. He looks
no.
down to see that one of the black points is
Oh,
centered in his chest.
GG's, it's
Yeah,
over.
Himself being
GG's.
squeezed and crushed,
How
pulled
do you even
down
beat
into this
something like
singular
that?
point.
You
All
can't.
noises, including his screams,
Bro.
disappear as he is pulled into
That's
this soundless
insane.
void.
Oh
But
my
then he
gosh.
hears something again. He looks up to see that the creature is being riddled with bullets.
Yeah!
It turns
Oh.
to escape and bursts through the wall of the farmhouse.
Oh, someone just
The
saved his
dark
life.
orb
Who
on
was
the
that?
boy vanishes.
Wow.
And he sees, standing in the
Mustache Man.
doorway, his
Oh.
friend and savior.
How
He
did he? How
clutches
is he
his
still
bleeding throat
alive?
with one hand, holding his rifle in the other. The boy rushes to him as he collapses to the floor. Blood
saved
is
his
pouring
life.
out of his neck,
Wow.
and he can no
But
longer
he's gonna
speak.
die.
But he dies knowing he saved his young friend. The boy starts to feel very tired, and he sits down next to his dead hero.
He's the lone
He's
survivor.
all alone now. His entire group of freedom fighters now wiped out by this
That's
demon.
crazy.
The boy feels nauseous and dizzy. He coughs into his hand and looks down to see that it's covered in his own blood.
No,
A
no.
group of boys run down a jungle.
Is this a whole nother story now? I think we're time jumping in the future.
That is one of the first instances of the prototype being documented. And there's a few more that we're going to get into. And then Dr. Bob's going to tell us a little bit more about the prototype and his abilities.
I did not expect it to look like that. That is like ugly.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Demogorgon combined with like a 4-year-old infant.
Laughing and playing when they suddenly stop and grow quiet. There's something up ahead
That's
of
like
them.
us.
It's a man lying on the side of the road.
Who
The boys
dat?
look scared, unsure if they should check it out.
I
But
think it's
then
gonna
the
be the
smallest of
mustache
all of
man.
them emerges from the group and bravely marches up to the man.
Mustache man.
Yeah, where does he
Not
go when
wanting
he
to let
hops
the
in
youngest
black
of their
hole?
friends make them look like cowards. The rest of
We
the
don't
boys
know.
soon follow. The man on the side of the road is moaning and looks to be in
Doing the
pain.
worm.
As they get closer, they can see that he must have been in a terrible accident. His skin is gray, and it looks like his long, thin arms only have
No,
3
no!
fingers. What should they do?
I think this is
The small
Voldemort.
boy
You
picks
gotta
up a
run at
stick
that
and
point.
reaches out with it to poke
No,
the
don't
man,
poke
it.
not
Avada
wanting to touch him with his own hands. But before
It's
he
Harry
can,
Boulder.
the man
no,
rolls
don't
over,
touch it.
opening his mouth with a glassy blue eye
As soon as you see the
inside.
fingers, you don't
The
go near
boys
that
turn
thing.
and run, hands over their ears. Several weeks later, the small Guatemalan
Wait, guys. I think he might have been weak because it was like, it's daytime. It was daytime.
So?
And so maybe he couldn't get up and run and stuff, you know?
Maybe
not?
it's a nighttime nocturnal hunter.
Maybe he was just napping during the day, you know?
It could. Or maybe he doesn't attack children.
It's like a zombie in Minecraft. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
They're in
small
Guatemala,
Guatemalan
by the
town
way.
holds a meeting. The crowd of people in the room are
I don't know where that
angrily
is.
yelling at the mayor, who stands at a podium,
South
demanding
America?
answers from him about what happened to their dead
I
or
think
missing
so.
loved ones. A series of photos are hung on the wall behind the mayor in remembrance of those who have disappeared into the forest.
A lot of bald
or
guys.
Those were the
mysteriously
little
died from
boys.
a rapid illness, including the brave young boy.
Oh no.
Wait, there was still
One man
missing?
shouts at the mayor, wanting to know
Yeah,
where
they're
his daughter
missing.
was.
And or
Another
dead.
asks how her healthy husband could drop dead from an illness after being perfectly healthy only days before. The mayor tries to calm the frustrated townspeople, telling them that he knows there have been rumors of a demon out in the forest, but that's all they are, rumors. The mayor warns them, though, that something is out there, though he doesn't know what. There is an animal or man that is making people sick. It may also be hunting people. Neither he nor the police know exactly what is going on. But there is good news. A group of men have come to help them.
Is that the SCPs
The mayor points
right there?
towards a stern-looking
Yes,
man
it
in a
is.
military uniform who is standing with a small group of other soldiers and a
There we go.
scientist off to the side of the stage. The mayor explains that this man, General Machoy, is from America.
Yeah.
And that he's going to help them.
America!
The crowd doesn't cheer in the way that the mayor seems to
Get
have
those guns
expected,
going.
But they at least stop their yelling as the general steps to the podium and thanks the mayor for the introduction.
How do you trap
The
a
general
creature
looks
that
over
has
the
a black
crowd who are
portal?
waiting and hungry
It can
for
teleport
answers about
anywhere.
the monster that's suddenly
They don't know
begun
yet.
plaguing their town. He tells them that it is true that he's been sent here by the US government in order to investigate what's been happening and stop whatever threat is out there in the jungle by any means necessary. He can't promise that he'll be able to bring back any of their missing
nasty.
loved ones, but he can at least prevent whatever this is from taking any more.
What would your strategy be to capture this thing?
Well, I'd probably have to send a lot of D-class personnel at it, and then maybe confuse it. Like I send 100, like, you know, just like criminals at it, and then it's gonna like start spawning in black holes, and then eventually it'll tire itself out, and then it'll take a nap, and then that's when I tranquilize it, and then I take it away.
So pretty much you'd sacrifice human life to capture it.
That's the only way to do it.
That's messed up, Jack.
Messed up, Jack.
Gotta do
real
what you
messed
gotta
up.
do in the world of SCPs.
I would take everyone's favorite puppies and I get them all in a group and then I'd sacrifice them.
What? That's so much worse.
What's that? Wait, that's worse?
How's that worse?
Comment down below. Jack's crazy.
Why do they have to be your favorite puppies? Can't they just be like my least favorite?
Sacrifice.
We don't even know if this thing likes
He
puppies.
then gestures to the rest of his group and tells the crowd that
Sacrifice!
the men he has brought with him have been specially trained to deal with this exact type of situation, and that they don't need to worry any longer. The only thing everyone needs to do is stay out of their way, and all will be taken care of. With that, he walks off the stage as the crowd erupts into more shouting.
I'd be so
General
confused.
Machoy stops at the scientists waiting next to the stage. Well, Dr. Ketter, what do you think? The scientist adjusts his glasses and answers, "This is what we've been preparing for. The overseers kept telling us this day would come. It looks like it finally has." The group of soldiers led by General
All right,
Machoy
here's their plan.
make their
Let's
way
see.
through the dense forest.
Oh, he's got a bazooka.
Dr. Ketter is just ahead
What are
of
they
them.
gonna do with
using
that?
a
Exactly what they
Geiger
were
counter
doing
to follow the
before.
What happens
creature.
if you shoot a
The audible
bazooka into a
clicks of
black
the
hole?
radioactive entity telling
It goes
him which
through
way
the
it
black
came.
hole and then back at you.
They track the source of the radiation
comes out
to
your
a
butt.
clearing in the jungle where a small village once stood. Most of the buildings are overgrown
way
with
more
plants
houses than
and thick
before.
vines, but with it growing dark, it
It's a different
seems as safe a
location.
place as they will find to make their camp for the night.
Oh no.
The soldiers fan out to search what's left of the town as Dr. Ketter continues looking
Please.
around for where the
go
radioactive
by
trail
yourself.
might lead them next. As General Machoy is checking out one of the many dark old buildings, one of the older soldiers cries out, "Hey General, it looks like this generator still works." With the sound of an old diesel motor coming to life,
Why would
lights
they
in the
ever go
village
here at
suddenly
night?
flicker on.
What are they doing?
Now
They
They
have
have
to
to
go during the
hunt this
day.
thing down.
and light. Though he'd never admit it, General Machoy was feeling nervous about spending the night in the jungle.
Me
but
too.
now at least some of those nerves were being washed away by the old flickering yellow lights. Later that
That's even worse now because the monster knows exactly where to find them. The lights are an awful idea. That's terrible.
I don't think that the lights would really matter though. I think that the monster's gonna track them down either way.
No, Alec, you're so wrong. No, they want to sneak attack the thing. They don't want to lure it anywhere.
So they want to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want it to find them. They want to find it and sneak attack
Well,
it.
they gotta do something. What are they supposed to just sleep in the jungle in the middle of the night with no light at all?
Yes.
No, that is why you would never survive a single second in the jungle alone.
I'd put that thing in a chokehold and just...
Oh, Adam, you're so stupid. The prototype is basically like a grizzly bear, dude. It's an animal, and it will sniff you down, and it will eat you from the inside out.
All right, my bad. I didn't know you were a SCP-001 expert.
I am. I'm telling you, this is exactly what they gotta be doing. Also, why do you guys think they have like the radioactive thing?
Because maybe the SCP farts like radioactivity stuff, and it's helping them track them. He's like Godzilla.
That's the worst take I've ever heard.
What?
It's definitely like the whenever it spawns in that black hole or the
Yes.
whatever, it sends off a
Yes.
frequency. It sends off a frequency
Yes.
of energy that they can detect, so they know when it's in the
Yes.
area. Go off, sister.
Preach, Slay King.
Hey.
At night,
Bro, you're
Yes,
the
prototyping
general
right
is
now.
questioning Dr. Ketter on where the
I
creature
got a
went.
black hole for me if you know what I
Dr.
mean.
Ketter is confused, though. His readings showed high traces of radiation leading into this village. The creature came here, he was sure of it, but now he can't figure out where it went. It's as if it came into the village and then simply vanished. Outside, one of the soldiers on watch
There we
tells the
go.
rest of the group who are
Soldiers
sitting
are gonna
around a
start
fire
dropping.
to shut up, that he thinks he saw something in the woods.
They're going
Everyone
insane.
immediately springs into action, taking defensive positions and aiming their rifles into the dark tree line. There it is again, he says,
Oh.
as a flash of darkness
That's what I'm
moves
talking
just
about.
beyond
Why
the
do it at
clearing.
night?
No, it's over here, says another soldier on the opposite side.
So dumb.
How could the creature
so
be
dumb.
moving so fast
scary.
around them? Are there multiple of whatever this is out there?
They need better
The
guns
soldiers
too.
form a circle to make sure that the thing can't get behind them. What they can't see is the point of
Oh
darkness.
my God.
There
it
is!
No! The black hole!
Stepping
And
out
there
of
it is.
The general's radio comes
This
to
is
life.
exactly why you
I
were
think
wrong,
we've got
Alec.
something out here, but his message is cut off by screams and the sound of gunfire. General Machoy tells Dr. Ketter to stay inside and runs out of the building.
That's
where
what
he
happens
finally
when
gets a
you let
glimpse
it
of the
find
demon
you.
that they've been tracking. The tall, thin creature is
God. And there it
massacring
is.
his squad.
That is
Dashes
disgusting.
between them at an
It looks
inhuman
gross,
speed, using its
dude.
three-fingered
It's like a
hands
spider
to rip the limbs
gremlin.
off of some soldiers and slash at
How's it
others with
ripping
its
off
razor
arms and
sharp
legs that
claws,
easily?
opening up their necks or
That's how girls
disemboweling
think they
them
look
before
like when they
moving
wake
on to
up.
the next. The general
eating them
fires
like
his
a
rifle
bloomin'
at the
onion.
creature and misses, but it's enough to get it to retreat. General Machoy runs back
That thing is
inside the building
nasty.
where Dr. Ketter is waiting. What was it? What did you see out there? The general doesn't know how to begin describing the monster that just killed all of his men. It's like
Ew.
nothing he's ever seen before, and something that no amount of training could prepare him for.
There
As
go
the two
all
men
the
ponder what to
soldiers.
do next, the Geiger counter on the table suddenly starts to click,
Here we go.
softly at first, but then more and more,
Oh, that means
as
it's
if a
getting
huge amount of
closer.
radiation has suddenly flooded the room.
Oh my
The
gosh.
general grabs the doctor
It's
and
the black
drags him
hole.
out, leaping out of the building just before it collapses in on itself.
Whoa!
disappearing
Shoot it with
into
the bazooka!
micro-singularity that formed inside.
Shoot the black hole.
The two men look up.
Yeah,
to see it
use
standing
that
right in
bazooka,
front of
bro.
them.
Blow it
Its
up.
huge
They only
mouth
have one
open
bullet.
to
They gotta use it
reveal
on
its
this guy.
glassy blue eye.
Oh my gosh,
Look
that-
out!
it's
Dr.
clearly
Ketter
British.
cries, but he isn't talking about the demon, as he and the general roll to the side, just avoiding the power line that has been cut loose by the destroyed building.
Oh no. Oh
The power
no.
line hits the ground
Maybe
and
they could
immediately
use that as a
begins
weapon.
to spark, sending out bright pulses of white electrical light. The creature cries out with a gut-wrenching scream and
It hates
collapses
light.
to
Oh,
the
it's getting
ground,
him.
huddling up
Oh,
into
it's
a
getting him.
ball as it tries to cover up
Alec,
its
you
mouth
were
with
right.
its
It doesn't
thin
like
arms.
light.
Is
Bazooka.
it the electricity? The general asks, confused
Bazooka.
about what suddenly stopped the killer's rampage. But Dr. Ketter realizes it isn't the sparking
This guy's
power
looking
line that
dirty.
the creature has been
Get that
immobilized
thing.
by.
Hurry up!
It's the flashing light.
Get him!
The general doesn't wait for
Yes!
his answer, though.
Shoot!
Fires
Bazooka!
the weighted net
There we
around
go.
him, trapping the
Oh, it's a
howling
net.
creature.
Oh, it's.
They just wanted to capture him, Alec. They just wanted to capture
I was ready for the
Wait,
biggest
what?
explosion, and it's a
No,
I
perfect
thought it was
net.
gonna explode him into bits.
Like Alex stood up for a net.
Are you
Alec got
serious?
baited.
Sit down. Sit down. It was a net.
Bro, I was so hyped for the
They
bazooka
might-
blast.
they might as well be going
Capture it,
fishing.
not kill it, Alec.
What the
Capture,
heck?
kill,
Alec
love,
was
not
so
hate.
hyped over this bazooka.
Come on.
I was waiting for the bazooka ever since I saw it.
Let's add our own explosion. Throw in an explosion for Alec.
All right, let's play that again, but let's do an explosion.
Wait for his answer, though. And the howling.
Whoa!
Wow, that was so
Dr.
epic
Ketter
and
examines
cool.
the creature at the
Yay.
Field Research Center that has been
Few
set up
days later.
several miles from the village. A strobe light has been
got
affixed
it.
to the inside of the creature's cage, but even when the doctor turns the light off, the grayish-brown skinned entity still remains curled up in a ball on the floor. The doctor wonders if perhaps the
Oh,
creature
it's
is
Shy
hungry,
Guy.
but it shows no interest in any of the various meats, fruits, and vegetables they've
Interesting.
presented to it. The doctor stands in the doorway of the tent that has been set up to house the creature's cage and gives an update to General Machoy, who is anxious to get the creature moved to the United States and a more secure containment environment. Dr. Ketter stresses that he fears the journey might kill this creature, though, and put an end to the incredible research and testing they can perform on this amazing living specimen.
Do you guys think it's better to kill the creature because it's dangerous or to study it?
Study it. Find out how it's making the black holes, and then we can create our own black holes, and then create dark matter, which is what created superheroes such as the Flash.
Alec?
I would just kill it. It's way too dangerous. If it can summon black holes, it could probably suck up the entire world. And we can't have that happen. So I would just kill it and get it away. Pee-poo, boo-boo.
You would have shot a
The
real
general
bazooka
turns
at
to
it.
leave,
I would've
but
shot a
stops to
bazooka
salute
at
the
it.
body of one of his soldiers being carried by on a stretcher. Dr. Ketter himself turns to go back to his research when he notices something. The creature's mouth is ever so slightly open. Dr. Ketter has yet another idea. That night,
What's he
Dr.
going to
Ketter
do?
enters
He's
the
gonna push
temporary
this
morgue
man.
and takes a severed arm from one of the dead soldiers.
Oh.
Back in the research tent, he presents the arm to the creature, sliding it through the cage bars.
No. That's messed
The
up.
creature doesn't react, but Dr. Ketter continues to watch and wait. After a time, the creature finally stirs. It's the first time he has seen it move since it was captured. The creature reaches out with its long three-fingered hand and grabs the arm before starting to feed on it.
Oh, it only eats human.
Don't you?
That is
Dr.
nasty.
Ketter asks, and bizarrely, the creature seems to respond, giving an almost
Nom, nom, nom,
baby-like
nom.
I hate
coo.
this SCP.
There's lots more of that if you behave. All I want is to study you, learn how you work. The creature continues to
Ew.
feed, starting to crunch on the bones now that all the meat is gone.
Can't we just give it like
Yes, I
horse
believe
meat?
you'll be good, the doctor says as he approaches the cage. You're going to make me world famous.
Or a chicken leg?
Soon, everyone will know the name Herman The creature's hand shoots out from between the bars so quickly.
Oh,
he
you
never even
are
saw it.
actually so
Dr.
dumb.
Why
Ketter
would he
starts
get
to
that
scream
close?
as it grasps and claws at
Oh
him.
my gosh.
A soldier standing guard outside runs in, but a black point of light immediately appears.
Oh, no!
Causing him to
Are you
fold in
kidding me?
himself into
Do the
singularity.
flashing light! Do the flashing
The creature
light!
drops the bloody Dr. Ketter to the
That's
floor,
crazy.
who reaches for the emergency strobe light activation button as another singularity opens up inside of the cage.
Please click it
The
quickly,
creature
quickly,
appears to
quickly.
willfully step into it
And
before emerging out of another just outside of the bars.
Are you kidding me?
More soldiers rush into the tent in time to
That
see the
doctor's
creature
so
feeding
dumb.
on the still living Dr. Ketter.
Oh my gosh.
One presses the button to activate the high-powered strobe lights, which cause the creature to start screaming and thrashing about, trying to escape the flashing
way.
lights. Multiple nets are fired onto the creature, pinning it to the ground as its screams
Oh, good,
slowly
they
fade
captured
back
it
to
again.
Oh my
embers.
gosh. I
On
gotta get a new
overseer
doctor
orders,
on that.
the creature is moved to ADRX-19, a secure base located somewhere in North America. The site's director
No
gives a
paparazzi.
presentation to a group and explains that thanks to the work of the late Dr. Ketter, they now know that the creature exhibits signs of fear and sickness when in the presence of strobing lights, and that it is unable to produce the microsingularities that it uses for defense and teleportation when it is in this sickened state. When healthy, though, the creature is extremely dangerous thanks to its superhuman speed,
How do they
strength,
contain
and
this
cunning.
thing without the
It was
strobe lights?
also discovered that it is unable
Is
to
that the
teleport
only way?
through
The strobe
lead,
lights.
Yeah, but how do
which
they
its
test
new
anything
containment
about
cell
it then?
has been
It's
lined
'cause it's gonna
with,
be sick.
And extreme security procedures have
don't
been
know.
implemented, including the installation of a reinforced steel blast door and constant patrols of the outside of the cell by armed guards who are equipped with high-powered strobe lights. The site director leaves the room and the overseers discuss the fate of the creature, which has been given the designation number 86243AR-001, though most have taken to calling it simply 001. One of the overseers argues that the creature must be secured and contained in order to protect humanity. Who knows how many more of these might be out there? They now know that the rumors of these types of entities aren't merely isolated events, and that there could be countless more of these anomalies, hundreds, maybe even thousands.
Gosh.
The rest of the overseers unanimously
the sound
agree.
of that.
One of them picks up the report
the
that was
origin
left
story
behind
of
by
how
the
the
site
SCP
director. Redact this
organization was
report immediately
created.
and start a new document archive. This is only the prototype. I have the feeling there will be many more of these.
The year is 1630, and the city of London is bustling with new life.
Oh,
The
guys, wait,
streets
I
are
gotta get my
full of
SCP
people
shirt
going
on.
about their daily lives,
Quick!
cramming into housing and businesses, and struggling to accommodate the rapidly increasing
Hey,
population,
yo.
which has more than doubled
Hey,
in the
yo.
previous 50 years. Among the new citizens of London is a dark figure who keeps to himself. A man in
Ew, look
long
at him.
black
049.
robes and a beaked mask, dressed like the plague doctors of the Black Death centuries before. The figure that
Okay, wait, weren't plague doctors like supposed to be just doctors who helped a lot of people but looked really creepy?
Exactly, and they used to use really not the best practices. They used to like take blood from other people's, and they would like,
Ew.
like
No, I'm
yeah,
good.
just put blood
No,
in
no,
you.
no,
and
I'm good,
it's just
I'm good.
weird
You don't
stuff.
have to
Yeah,
explain
they
it
were
to
not
me.
great doctors. No, Adam, it's way different nowadays.
That's just an orange shirt. How's
No,
that?
it's got SCP on it.
Oh,
Oh, you can't even see it.
D
I'll
class.
You
be
have to-
like this the whole time.
Yeah, watch the whole video like that.
the figure that will one day be known as SCP-049 has come to London
got a
town
big
to
nose.
embark on the next chapter of his
just a
life
mask.
and his
It's not
ongoing
real.
quest to solve the ills plaguing humanity.
Adam, are you secretly
Though
a plague
one might
doctor?
expect his appearance to make him stand out, most of the citizens surging through the city streets have far more important things on their minds than what the man in the mask might be up
terrifying.
to. So he has managed to carve out a little sanctuary, an empty warehouse where he rests and works. When curiosity gets the better of him, he slinks down alleyways, avoiding crowds and listening for any whispered secrets he can catch from the shadows. It is on one of these outings that he hears tell of Henry Percy, also known as the Wizard Earl, a mysterious researcher of science and the occult, held in Martin Tower in the Tower of London.
This guy's definitely going to use some sort of like wizard sorcery craft to do dirty, nasty experiments on humans.
This guy is basically like a stalker, but from the 1600s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like these types of doctors or these types of people have such a warped conception of the world and people. Like, they don't look at people as actual humans. They look at them as like subjects for what they can do tests on, you know? I doubt they have any empathy. They just look at them and suck
They
their
just see
blood and do
bags
weird
of
things.
meat.
Exactly. So weird.
Yeah, but I want to know what superpowers he has, because like SCPs all have something. They either have super strength, super knowledge, or they have like a supernatural thing that happens to them or they can do.
I think he's gonna accidentally create an SCP, Adam.
This guy, honestly, is a lot more powerful than you think.
Let's find out.
A man of wisdom and curiosity, pushing the boundaries of scientific study. That is just the sort of man that the Doctor has been hoping to meet and learn from here in this great city. The plague doctor swiftly abandons his sanctuary
he's
and makes
weird.
his way to the Tower of London, where he makes swift work of the guards that would bar him from entry. He does not enjoy harming
what?
innocents, but alas,
Did
some
he just kill them by looking at them?
I think so.
he's
Yeah.
like Darth
Okay,
Vader.
Jack, you're right. He's way stronger than we thought.
Yes, dude. He has like telekinetic abilities.
He literally just made them pass out. I don't know if they're dead or not, but
He
dang.
turned their
Holy smokes.
brains
That was
into
insane.
mush.
Maybe he's just so scary that they passed out. Maybe it wasn't any superpower, you know?
'Cause that
Maybe they
long
just got
nose?
scared. Yeah.
Is that what you do? You flash your forehead?
You're the one that literally has
would
the biggest
faint.
nose here.
and
That nose.
sacrifices must be made in the pursuit of greater knowledge and understanding. Leaving a trail of bodies in his wake, the plague doctor makes his way into Martin Tower.
Excuse me, sir. I apologize for the intrusion, but as a fellow academic, I wondered if I might speak with you.
Is that the plague doctor?
But as he enters the chamber,
Yes.
the doctor finds that his polite introduction was wasted on an empty room. Wherever this wizard Earl might be, he is
He
not
is
in
looking
his
for a wizard. He's
designated
gonna steal his
quarters.
powers.
Fearing the worst, the doctor searches for signs of a struggle, for bloodstains on the floor or overturned furniture, but everything appears to be in its
Maybe
rightful
he's just going
place.
for a walk.
Where then could
Yeah,
Henry
what the
Percy
heck?
have gone?
Why would he have to be in his room 24/7?
Plague Doctor explores every inch of the tower, searching for any clues that might point him in the direction of the missing man.
a doctor, this guy's
he
kinda
inspects
dumb.
every item on every surface, pulls every book from every shelf. But as he pulls one particular book from its spot,
Oh,
the shelf
shoot.
appears to
Okay,
pop
I take
open
it
from
back.
the
He's a
wall of the
genius.
door opening. Indeed,
I would
it
have
is
never
getting
thought of that.
crazy.
revealing
now.
a dark, winding stairway just beyond its secret opening.
Ah, so this is where you have disappeared to.
Truly,
did
this
not
Earl
expect
must
it
be
to
He's
a
sound
tough
French.
man,
That's a French
a good
accent.
ally
That
to
might be you,
have in the
Alec.
battle against the pestilence.
I
He
wish that
follows
was
the
me.
stairs down,
That dude's
down, down into a small room in the bowels of the tower. It is a sparse,
Bowels?
barren room with only a stack of journals and a large iron door. The doctor spends hours searching for a lock or other mechanism to open the door
Just use your
before
mind.
turning to the journals left behind by the tower's occupant.
Try
There,
open sesame.
he discovers the instructions for unlocking the iron gateway, directions he recognizes from his time studying alchemy.
This is some
Fortunately,
sort of
he
Illuminati
has all
stuff.
of the necessary materials tucked away in his trusty doctor's bag, and he is
Well, that's
able to
convenient.
effectively perform the esoteric procedure.
What?
As he dusts
What,
off his
dude?
gloved hands, content with a job well
This
done.
is like an anime.
He hears the click of a bolt unlatching.
What do you think is behind that door?
Dude, it has to be the wizard that he's looking for, right? Or like a bunch of like magical creatures that the wizard has been doing experiments
I
on.
agree.
It'd be too obvious if it was the wizard.
You think so?
It'd be way too obvious.
Maybe it's like a bunch of wizards. Maybe it's like a secret society of like the magic people, and then he wants to be invited to the cult, but then they don't want him because he's weird. That's
You're
what happened
getting
to
it
me.
all wrong. You're
That could be
getting
right.
it all
I
wrong.
think that's right, Jack.
The wizards are actually SCPs. So they're all SCPs and he is just the next one to to get to the group, the cult of SCPs.
So you think SCP-049 is like a group of people? It's not just one thing.
Yes.
All right, let's find out.
The second secret door he has discovered today swings open to welcome him in. Ever the adventurous spirit, the doctor picks up his bag and crosses the threshold into whatever awaits him.
Never walk
on
in a
the
dark
other
room by
side.
yourself. It's
As the
GG's
iron
over.
door shuts behind him,
That
the
worked out
doctor
very poorly
gazes
for
up
me.
into a yellow sky dotted with an infinite number
Whoa.
of black stars.
Alec, you could
A
be right.
breeze blows the scent of dried flowers, mold, and the dusty pages of century-old books into his nostrils. He
Okay.
hears the sound of waves lapping at a shore and turns to take in the sight of a thick black sea washing up onto a stark white
That's
shore.
got to be SCP-49.
The world around him is an array of black, white, yellow, and red. The yellow sky reflecting in the inky waves, the glittering black stars dancing above garish red buildings,
Wait,
white
what?
staircases, yellow doors, and black windows made
There's
from
an entire city down there?
It seems like it. Yeah, he just walked into like some pocket dimension.
This is crazy.
I think it's just all in his head. I think there's the fumes coming out from that. It could just be a lot of gasoline, and he's getting a little head high.
Wait, I think it's like a portal. I think he went into like its own magic dimension.
from something
It
like
could be,
stained
it
glass.
could be.
This strange new place is not empty either. All around him, there are as many people bustling through the streets as there are back in London, though their
Wow.
attire
This has to be a
is
vision.
quite different.
This can't be real.
So it's Harry Potter.
Dress in a
pretty much.
way that feels familiar,
Wait, Al
that
could be
reminds
right,
the
it's a
plague
secret
doctor
society.
of the ornate clothing he once saw at the Carnival of Venice. The people cover their faces too, Commedia dell'arte masks hiding their features and giving them a mysterious appearance.
gosh, this is
For the first
terrifying.
time since the days of the Black Plague, the doctor is keenly aware of the fact that he does not stand out in this place. In fact, he blends right in.
He found his own
Now
people.
to search for Henry
Wow.
Percy, or anyone else who can offer the doctor some helpful insight. Uncertain of where exactly to start, the doctor decides to simply strike up a conversation with a stranger. A woman walks by in an elaborate red gown, her
Ooh,
feathery
good
white
choice.
mask almost resembling a swan.
Excuse me, madame.
The doctor calls to her, stepping into her path.
No time to talk, I'm already quite late.
For
She
what?
brushes past him, and the doctor braces for the ill
She take a
effect of
pottery
physical
class?
contact between the two to take hold. However, she continues on her merry way, seemingly unaffected by his normally deadly touch.
All right, don't seem
He watches
desperate.
her go, stunned into silence for a moment.
Wait, so they just said that he tried to like do that spell they did on all the guards, but it didn't work on her?
Yeah, so anybody that he touches that's like a normal human or just like living thing will die. It'll get the Black Plague and it'll just pass away immediately.
But not other SCPs.
I guess.
No,
yeah.
I still think it's all in his head. I think that's why it's not working, but we'll find out.
So you think that he's crazy?
Like he's under the wizard's spell.
I think he walked into a room and the wizard put a spell, yes. And he's in some sort of trance dimension spell. Everything's just in his mind. He's actually in some small room with some dude with cheesy curds and feet.
The citizens of this strange new place, it is safe for him to touch them. Something else catches his eye about the woman too. Up close, it seemed to him that her mask was not a costume piece, but in fact, a part of her face,
Wait,
much like
no.
his mask was a part of his own.
Oh,
Curious, he remarks aloud to himself. Henry Percy can wait. This is a far more compelling matter.
Something's not right.
I must uncover more about this land.
And so the plague doctor takes a long stroll through the unusual city, noticing as he
So that's his
goes
real
that the
nose.
geometry and gravity of this place
guess.
do not play by the rules he recognizes. Buildings slant at odd angles, alleyways and corridors appear and disappear, as the layout of the city seems to shift at random with each glance.
That's
The
'cause
people
it's a
themselves
vision,
are
it's not
just as
real.
bizarre as the place they occupy, behaving either uniquely rudely or entirely too familiar.
Are you guys hearing like
Pushing
a
past
deck
the
of cards
doctor with a
shuffle?
glare or tugging at his robes insistently,
No?
attempting to pull him down an alleyway or into a rapturous bout of sudden fevered dancing in a town square. He
think I'm
refuses
going
these advances
insane.
as politely as possible and carries on his way. An elegantly dressed couple gives him a friendly wave as they walk by him. Not an unusual occurrence. What is unusual is where they are waving from, looking down on him from an upside-down staircase that they traverse with no trouble.
Why
Some
he's
tripping
other
out.
gravity source holding them in this reversed position as they disappear into a dizzyingly constructed building. Fascinating.
He's so calm for like not knowing anything or anybody.
Yeah, so obviously he's an SCP, and it seems like he kind of knows that he's an SCP and has magic powers, but I don't think that he's ever come across other people that are also SCPs, and I think that everybody around him with like the masks stuck to their face are the creation of whoever the guy is that he's after, that he's looking for.
Well, that's a big
So
red
the
flag.
guy that he's after for, you think maybe created him too?
Maybe?
Oh, he's looking for his father. This is like a...
Could have been. This is the origin story, so maybe we'll figure out how they're connected. Because there's got to be some reason other than just that this guy is like a magical wizard. There's got to be something else going on here.
Yeah, we're following him, following the trail that's gonna make him realize the actual origin story of himself, because he doesn't even know the history of himself.
It's like when a kid gets adopted by another family and then one day they want to go find their real parents. That's what he's doing right now.
The doctor shakes his head in awe. Then it occurs to him. He should be taking notes on all of this. He opens his bag and digs around for his leather-bound notebook, but can't seem
It's
to
the
find it.
weirdest
He
collection of
stops on the
items in his
street and
bag.
begins dumping out the contents of his pack onto the stone walkway. Jars of specimens, salves, syringes, and surgical tools all tumble
Oh,
out,
it's like my gym
but
bag.
no notebook. It must have fallen out of his bag somewhere on his journey. Or worse, it could have been stolen by one of these flamboyantly dressed strangers.
Is that the Death
No,
Note?
no, he
Whatever name he
mustn't
writes
allow his
down?
mind to jump to the worst possible explanation. Most likely, he simply dropped it somewhere, and he only needs to retrace his steps to find it. He begins to walk back
That's
the
gonna
way
be
he came,
impossible to
as
do.
best he can find it in city streets that seem to warp and change
Ew,
with
that's
every moment
creepy.
like the landscape of a
I
dream.
don't think he's going to
No.
find it.
The landscape warps and changes. He's never gonna be able to find it.
There's no
I
way he's
don't
gonna find
like
it.
that!
Everybody with the mask is so creepy.
Approaches dozens of people, but each stranger he speaks to brushes him aside, rushing off to their far more important
Where are they all
business.
going?
They seem to look at him with disdain,
That's you,
like
Alec.
something foul stuck to the bottom of their fine shoes. It is discouraging, and it seems as if the notebook may very well be lost forever. But then, hope. Amidst a sea of people hurrying to their next destination, the doctor spots a man in a red cloak standing notably
It's gotta be the
still,
wizard.
leaning against a nearby wall. The figure looks up at him, eyes shining behind a red mask in the shape of a happy, smiling face, reminiscent of the figure of Il Capitano from Commedia dell'arte performances the doctor dimly recalls.
What?
He sheepishly
Okay.
approaches the grand figure in the cloak and red mask,
weird connection.
explaining that he is an outsider to this place. When the red-masked man speaks, he speaks in a warm
Never
voice,
trust a
but with
guy
a
in red.
distinct air of authority.
Welcome to Alagada, sir, for that is the name of this kingdom. You are fortunate, very fortunate indeed, for I am the Red Lord of Alagada, wearer of the mirthful mask, a chief advisor to the king.
Being a man with medieval origins, the plague doctor bows deferentially the second he hears that he's in the presence of a lord. With his knees on the ancient
not
cobblestones
expecting him to
below,
bow
he
down.
begs the Red Lord for assistance in finding his precious notebook, the bearer of all his research and valuable scientific secret.
So we found out the Plague Doctor is kind of humble. I can respect that.
It seems like, yeah, the Plague Doctor, for being such like a powerful, evil SCP, kind of seems pretty respectful.
I thought he was going to try and kill him or something.
Right.
The Red Lord pushes himself away from the wall, standing at an impressive height, seemingly suddenly far larger than he had at first glance. His face seems to strike a sympathetic tone, as sympathetic as one can be while wearing a mask. With a grandiose hand gesture and a dramatic stride, he asks the Doctor to follow him and begins strutting off down the alleyway. The Doctor has come across a person with good manners in this confounding place. He follows close behind the Red Lord as the two traverse the unstable landscape, following a yellow cobblestone street to a winding black staircase that curls around and around in a seemingly eternal spiral before tilting dizzyingly on its side. The Doctor hesitates, afraid he will lose his footing, but much to his surprise, the laws of gravity seem to shift along with the angle of the stairs.
I would freak out.
They are in Doctor Strangeland in the Glass universe. Nothing makes sense.
It seems like it. So the spot that they're in is called Alagada. That has to be its own SCP, right? Like they're in some sort of dimension that is an SCP, kind of like the Red Pool SCP that like makes other SCPs come out of it.
He's an
this
SCP
is kind of similar.
in an SCP.
Exactly.
In an SCP. Going to meet an SCP.
But then, yeah, the SCPs there are their own versions of that same SCP, and then he's a different SCP inside of this SCP universe. So it's like SCP-ception.
I have to poop.
It feels as if he is still walking along the same even plane as before, though he can see the sights below now jutting out of view at a disconcerting right angle that makes his vision swim and his stomach turn. So he turns his gaze onto his companion's back, matching the Lord's every confident step. He wonders idly where the man is taking him, but decides to hold off on additional questions until they have reached their destination. The Red Lord comes to a stop at the top of a tall, thin tower. He stands before an unusually shiny black door that curls down at the edges, like the entryway itself is frowning. He sweeps his arm in the direction of the door and beckons the Plague Doctor to follow him inside. Before the Plague Doctor can even mention that the door has no handle or knocker, it simply opens of its own accord, as if by magic. He shakes his head. The Red Lord has already vanished inside, and he quickly follows him.
What quickly?
The color palette of Alagada is already quite limited, but this room is stripped of the scant bits of bright pigment found outside. Not a scrap of red or yellow can be seen here, save for the suddenly garish garb of the Red Lord himself. The chamber is decorated in black and white, shimmering black velvet and cold, cruel white marble or something like.
Do you think the king is going to be the wizard guy that he was out to look for in the very beginning?
I think it has to be, right? And also, too, like the Plague Doctor, just like all other doctors, is a doctor at the end of the day. Even though he has these bad powers, he probably has some good powers, too. So maybe he can help whatever's happening here. Because it seems like something's wrong with these people.
I don't know. I think some doctors are just evil.
All the people are in a rush to get somewhere. Maybe we're going to find out where that somewhere is.
They're going to sacrifice their bodies for the plague. They are the plague. The plague is an SCP.
Marble, as this material has an eerie, icy sheen that almost hurts to look at. In a large black chair that again curls down at the edges in a melancholy fashion,
That can't be the wizard.
there sits another masked man.
Maybe the wizard's
He is
trapped
clad
in
in black robes, and his
He looks
pale
sad.
white
Looks
face
infected.
bears the face of tragedy, open mouth curved into a permanent frown of
sad.
anguish. The Red Lord gestures to the figure in the chair, who does not speak, and introduces him as the mighty Black Lord of Alagada. The Plague Doctor can see the Black Lord's eyes following him from within the holes of the mask.
That's creepy.
A mask that members of the SCP Foundation would later refer to as SCP-035.
Oh! Okay.
Wait, I called that!
You did call the secret society
I said
of
that!
SCPs.
Let's go!
You did say that they were all going to be SCP-49.
No, I said the wizard is going to be an SCP.
Okay, all right. I trust you.
So if that's the wizard, I nailed it right on the head.
That might not be the wizard, though. We don't know.
This guy is the king of whatever world they're in, the Alagada kingdom.
SCP-35, keep that in mind. We don't know how
And
powerful he is.
it's just the mask. That's it.
Oh, the mask. So whoever wears the mask has the power. Power's in
think
the
so.
mask, not the person.
Ooh, so the wizard's probably wearing the mask.
Oh my
He
gosh.
could be.
The Doctor asks whether the Black Lord can help him find his book, puzzled at this whole situation. The Red Lord throws his head back and begins to laugh, a warm and genuine sound that nonetheless sends a shiver down the Doctor's spine. The Red Lord claps a hand on the Doctor's shoulder,
Hey, yo.
giving it a squeeze that feels encouraging and threatening all at once, explaining—
Oh my gosh, I just thought of something that would be crazy if this happens. What if the guy that's wearing the mask needs a new mask because it's like cracking and like crying? So he's gonna take the plague doctor's mask.
But the plague doctor's mask is a part of his face. You can't
I
take it
know.
away.
We're gonna kill him.
And we're gonna see what he really looks like behind the mask.
Well, I think he just dies, and then the new guy just sticks the other
Listen,
guy's
the plague
face on his
doctor's
face.
immortal.
Of 49.
Plague doctor can't die.
How do you know? You just made that
He's a
up.
plague doctor, bro. He's been living forever.
Yeah, but maybe the SCP-35 is stronger than SCP-049.
And it steals his
so
face.
he's able to steal his power and his face.
Because this whole video, they've been referencing how the mask, everyone's wearing a mask. And so the mask obviously is super important. So I don't know, maybe they're gonna steal the plague doctor's mask
Future
because of
once
how
said,
powerful it is.
As Future once said, mask off, mask off.
explaining that he'd been brought here under false pretenses. The Lords already had the book. The Black Lord just needs a favor before he can have it back.
I need your face.
For accepting my invitation.
The Black Lord speaks, his voice
Oh my
hissing
gosh.
out.
Maybe
Oh
from
my
he
a
can
gosh.
scowling
cure
mouth.
whatever's
Yes.
happening to him.
The plague
not
doctor
talking about your
protests, demanding his book, furious at the deception.
Oh, you'll get them back.
The Red Lord laughs again.
The Black Lord will return them if you prove yourself worthy of their ownership. I bid you farewell, Doctor. May your stay in Alagada be pleasant.
The Red Lord sweeps
there
out
was
of
a
the
weird
room,
pause.
leaving the doctor alone
is how I feel
with
when
the
I'm in
Black
the dentist
Lord. Silence
office.
hangs heavy between the two. Before the doctor asks the Black Lord why he'd even want a physician from another world to attend to him, the Black Lord wheezes and spits up black slime that corrodes
Oh,
the
he's
ground
sick.
beneath him.
He
Oh,
always
so
The
they
said,
doctor
do want
shakes
him
his
to
head.
cure him.
I
is
am
going
no
to Alex
miracle
Theory.
worker, only a simple doctor. I struggle to treat the ailments of my own world. I do not wish to disappoint you, but I have failed again and again to cure the pestilence that plagues my home. I do not know if I would have the capacity to cure you.
The Black Lord's frown seems to deepen.
I am very sorry to hear that. Perhaps I should keep your notes for myself then, and give them to an Alagadan physician for research.
The doctor's composure breaks. He stomps about the chamber,
Oh my gosh.
flinging open every door he can find,
Oh my gosh.
searching desperately for the work he'd spent
We're
his
gonna get a
extremely
fight.
long life painstakingly compiling.
Who
The work
wins?
that represented his sole efforts in the medical field. He stops at a padlocked door on the far
It
side
has
of the
to be
room,
in there.
grabbing hold of its lock.
I
The
got my
Black
money on
Lord suddenly
SCP-35.
cries
He
for
looks
him to
way more
stop,
powerful.
but it is too late.
No,
the
but
plague
he's sick,
doctor has
Adam.
wrenched
He's
the lock
infected.
free from the door. As soon as the doctor
Whoa.
lets the lock clatter to the ground, there is a horrid skittering sound,
Oh
like
gosh,
the
what's
legs
in
of a
there?
massive metal spider crawling along a wall. Click.
That's gotta
click,
be a brand new
click.
SCP.
And
How many
then, all at
SCPs are
once,
in this? This
the
is
formerly
insane.
padlocked door is thrown open with such force
Don't open
it
that
nearly
door.
rips from its hinges. A creature crawls
Whoa.
through the opening. A monster with the
That's
body
a brand new
of a
SCP. It's gotta be.
spider. A smooth white humanoid torso, two long clawed arms, and a
I
round
just got the
featureless
chills.
orb of a face. It lashes
That's
out blindly,
disgusting.
raking its
What is
claws at the
going
Black
on?
Lord
It's
that sits
killing
on
the
his
Black
chair.
Lord?
Then, before the plague doctor
What?
can even try to apprehend it, the monster rips through the main door of the chamber, climbing out and over the edge of the tower and down to
Dude,
the city
what did
below.
he just release?
Wait, it's gonna go
Black
into the
Lord
real
shouts
world.
for the plague doctor to help him.
What about the monster? What will become of it?
The plague doctor's mind races, trying to wrap around what he just witnessed.
Oh my
But
gosh.
the Black Lord has no interest in the monster.
That might be
the
the
city guards will
Leviathan.
take care of that. He needs help with his own injuries.
Why would this
The
dude
Lord
keep
groans
such a
in pain,
crazy
a thick
monster right
black
next to him?
substance leaking from his wounds and spreading across the once pristine white
No.
floor. The Black
I was
Lord
wrong.
implores the
SCP-35
plague
is about
doctor
to
to
die.
treat him. The plague doctor remembers his duty to all that suffer from illness and injury, an oath he once took a long, long time ago.
the
and
hippocampus
he opens his
oath.
doctor's bag, ready to get to work. He has no grasp of Alagadan physiology,
way any of those tools will
idea
work.
where to begin in terms of performing any procedure on the Black Lord.
This isn't
But he
even a real
cannot
human.
stand idly by and watch this man suffer. He begins pulling instruments from his bag, vials of phosphorescent elixirs and foul-smelling tinctures, and begins to improvise.
This
He
is like
cleans
trying
the
to
wounds
treat a
with gauze
watermelon.
dipped in one of his many tinctures, then begins treating them. The Black Lord's shallow breathing slows to deeper, calmer breaths as the medicine begins to do its job, and these positive results spur the doctor to work faster.
So it
He
is
seals
kind of
up
working.
each of the wounds, then
way.
slathers them all in a glowing
How did he
green
go ahead
salve
and do
to prevent
this?
infection, if infection
He's
even
got that whole
exists in
gamma
this
goo.
world. When the work is finished, the Black Lord sits up, seemingly to be completely recovered,
My guy's
except for
chilling.
the visible stitches and the
my
tearing
gosh.
of his robes.
That Hulk
Thank
extract
you,
worked.
Doctor. I stole from you.
That actually worked.
And yet, you helped me anyway. Allow me to return this to you, along with my sincerest gratitude.
That's all it
He
took?
reaches into the depths of his robes
Oh,
and
it was in his
produces the
pocket.
doctor's leather-bound notebook.
Of course, it was in his
Take
pocket.
it.
The doctor snatches the notebook from the Black Lord's grip and returns it to its rightful place inside of his bag.
Villain,
He mutters to himself as he does.
our ways may seem strange to you.
The Black Lord says.
These are troubled times in Alagada. All is not well in the court of the Hanged King. There is deception and betrayal everywhere.
Okay.
All kingdoms encounter periods of strife.
The plague doctor remarks.
If you will excuse me, now that I have treated you, I will be on my way back to my own land.
They're not gonna let
I
him
do
go.
not wish to stay here any longer.
That's a good take, Jack. He's
Of
gonna get
course.
trapped.
The Black Lord waves him toward the door. As the doctor prepares to leave, however, the Black Lord
do it.
speaks again.
Are you quite sure that is your land, Doctor? You look quite like the child of a woman I once knew.
What?
Long ago, who made the mistake of defying the king. She had the face of a crow, as you do. A mask that was not
That's
a
his mom?
mask. Excuse me?
No,
The plague
no,
doctor
no,
does
no,
not
no,
understand.
no. Wait, do you think they're born with those masks, or it's
Well,
given to
yeah,
them?
because they've
Yes,
had
Adam, it is them.
They've had it forever.
That is their face.
Yeah, that's their face. They can't take it off.
So that might be his dad.
Bro, it could be.
Maybe that's his dad, and you know that was his
Hold
mommy.
up, bro. Let him cook.
Were you born in your world? Were you a child there? Do you remember it that way?
The Black Lord asks. The doctor thinks for a long moment. He cannot recall ever being anything other than what he
That's
is
so
now.
weird seeing
A
him as a
doctor with
baby.
a singular purpose.
I would hold that thing underwater, though. It's
Do not
disgusting.
know? Perhaps, dear Doctor, this is not your first time in the land of Alagada. And I imagine that, with time, you shall walk its twisted
wizard is his
alleys
father.
once again. Consider that on your journey back to the place you call home.
The Black Lord laughs, a low, hollow sound.
Farewell.
What?
Eager to be rid of this place
Are you
with its
kidding me?
lies, tricks, and monsters of many shapes, the plague doctor takes his leave. This journey he hoped would provide some answers, but instead, all he found were more questions than he ever could have anticipated.
Almost all cross-testing to kill or pacify SCP-682 had failed miserably. If you haven't seen it, go watch our video on the legendary hard-to-kill reptile to see just
saw
how
that one.
powerful and terrifying this creature is. It faced the Gate Guardian, an SCP with a flaming sword hotter than the sun, capable of tearing your atoms to shreds, and came out fine. In its face-off
Adam,
with the
you got torn to
horrifying
shreds.
SCP-096, also known as the Shy Guy, it broke the Shy Guy's mind and reduced it to gibbering despair. Even SCPs with supposedly unlimited powers simply refused to engage the beast in combat.
Wow.
So, when it was proposed that they test 682 with SCP-999, a creature known among Foundation staff as the Tickle Monster, the idea was considered laughable. 682 had been burned, suffocated, cut up, incinerated, and growled in the faces of the gods. How could this so-called Tickle Monster ever hope to survive an encounter, let alone
They're
win a
sleeping
fight?
on the Tickle Monster.
Some even believe that
So wait, boys, why do you think that the Tickle Monster is something that could go up against one of the hardest to destroy SCPs ever?
Well, from what I can tell, the Tickle Monster looks like a very cuddly, friendly being. So maybe it convinces all other things that it's actually super happy and jolly and a good dude. And then out of nowhere, from the depths of evil, destroyed. Easy peasy.
Wow, he pretty much crawled into my brain and pulled out all that information because that's exactly what I thought.
You guys are close.
even believe
but
that this was
not
the
that
last
close.
we'd see of
We'll find out.
SCP-999.
Comment down below what
But
you
what
think.
makes this story truly remarkable is that that isn't how this played out. As you'll soon discover, SCP-999 is an amazing and unique SCP in and of itself. But its secret origins and its interactions with some other prominent figures in the SCP universe are what make this humble,
It's Shy
slimy
Guy!
creature beyond
There's no way
extraordinary.
the Tickle Monster is beating all
Prepare
these
yourself for
great
the
SCPs.
heartwarming, yes, you heard that right, the heartwarming story of SCP-999.
I don't think it's actually a heartwarming story. I think that he is convincing everyone that it is a heartwarming story.
For some
Alec
reason,
will not be tricked.
For some reason, the Tickle Monster reminds me of like Ditto from Pokemon. I feel like he's gonna be able to transform into anything.
Could be, could be. See, SCPs are not only very dangerous, they're not only very frightening, but they're very deceiving as well. And I think that this might be the most deceivious Pokemon SCP of all time.
Is the tickle monster in your room right now? I feel like he's getting you.
Alec, you might be onto something here, but I will say, I've only shown you boys the bad SCPs, the scary SCPs, but there's another side to SCPs that you haven't seen yet.
Well, let's find out.
Several highly trained agents on 682 detail placed 999 into the immortal lizard cell.
He's
Compared to the
always
giant
Look at him.
reptilian sitting across from it, 999 wasn't much to
Hello!
look at. It's a large orange amorphous blob of anomalous slime. Weighing in at around 120 pounds, SCP-999 was nothing compared to the monstrosity it was supposed to face.
Wow.
While its weight has, in the past, caused minor injuries to some of its human handlers, it has never caused serious or long-lasting damage of any kind to a living thing. Even its diet consists only of candy and sweets, with a particular preference for M&Ms and
awesome.
wafers. It
I wanna be
consumes
Tickle
these
Monster.
treats through the cell membrane of its slimy body, much like an amoeba. This extremely stretchy membrane means the creature is highly malleable, including the ability to stretch and flatten itself out to a mere 2 centimeters thick.
Wow.
At rest, the creature takes a dome-like shape around 2 meters wide and 1 meter in height. The
This reminds
closest
me of, like,
things the
Alex'
creature has to
eyeline
limbs
up.
are prehensile pseudopods. Those are the arm-like projections normally seen on single-celled organisms, of which it has at least 3.
Oh my
The more you
gosh.
hear about this utterly harmless creature, the more that matching it up with the pure embodiment of absolute hatred known as SCP-682 feels downright cruel. In absolute contrast to the misanthropic attitudes of the reptile, 999 loves humans. It has a playful dog-like.
There's something else they're not telling us about SCP-999, the tickle monster. There's a dark side, and we're about to find out what it is.
Why do you think that, Adam? It's just a cute, cuddly little orange ball.
No. It's never like
That's
that.
all it is.
No, it's not, Jack, and you know it. You know it. You're not
Sometimes,
telling
Adam,
us
you
something.
just gotta believe.
You know.
You just gotta believe in something, Adam. You gotta believe that things can be good. The world is all filled with sunshines and butterflies and rainbows.
No!
They say that the people with the most amount of love have the most amount of hate as well. So maybe this guy has a little trigger in him that
gosh.
if you flick that trigger, boom, he goes nightmare mode and just destroys everything. That's what I think.
Yeah, we know.
Much like an overexcited puppy when approached, 999 will react with extreme joy and slither towards the nearest person in order to interact. It will leap onto them, using 2 of its 3 prehensile pseudopods to hug the person, while the third nuzzles the person's face, emitting
what?
high-pitched cooing and gurgling noises throughout. The creature is
probably
apparently present
gross.
in every
So
conceivable
slimy.
fashion, as even its odor has been reported to smell just like the favorite scent of whoever is smelling it. Examples have
Adam, what would it smell like for you?
Candies and sunshine.
Alec?
Freshly baked donuts. That's my favorite thing ever.
Mine smells like Alec's mom.
Oh, wait. Can I change my answer?
Yes.
Examples have included chocolate, fresh laundry, bacon, roses, and Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
It's almost impossible to oversell
who's this
just how
Play-Doh? Play-Doh
beloved
does
and
not smell
benevolent
good.
this strange
Oh, yeah,
creature
that
is.
smells awful.
It's one of the
Definitely
rare
need that.
sapient SCPs to earn the safe class, and it's allowed to roam freely around its facility at all times, apart from a 1-hour bedtime period between 8 and 9 p.m. In the rare
trust it.
instances that 999 has caused harm to a worker at the facility, it immediately began to back away and contract its body while whimpering in a kind of dog-like apology. The closest the Foundation has ever come to having a real incident with the creature was the time someone accidentally fed it a can of caffeinated cola, causing it to become hyper for an hour before becoming visibly queasy. You'll be relieved to know that it's since made
It
a
got
full
a sugar
recovery.
rush.
But what would happen
Something is
when this
creepy about
whimsical
this, I don't
creature
know.
is forced to go toe-to-toe with the Foundation's most ill-tempered monster?
It would get
The
destroyed.
employees observing the test watched in suspense as 999 began to enthusiastically slither towards
It
682.
should not be a close battle at all.
I think that it's kind of like SpongeBob, where if you punch it really hard because it's like jello-y, it doesn't actually take any damage. So it's like impossible to actually hurt.
So you're saying like they're both invincible and impervious to all damage?
Yes, impervious.
How
yes.
do you win and how do you lose? I don't, like...
Adam, it's not all about winning and losing sometimes, okay? It's just about becoming friends and learning more about the other person.
Exactly. That's why it's a tickle monster. Maybe it just tickles you to death because sometimes I laugh so hard I can't breathe and maybe that's what it does.
Exactly. A little laughter cures everything.
It's no surprise that after being tortured and almost killed hundreds of times during testing, 682 had grown jaded to the cross tests it was regularly subjected to. When it saw this strange orange blob squelching across the ground towards it, it sighed and groaned, expecting the worst. "What is that?" the creature asked of its gelatinous guest.
Sounds like Batman.
SCP-999 began jumping up and down in front of 682
Heyo.
like an excited puppy, creating a
I'd be
high-pitched
so
squealing
confused
noise.
if I was at SCP.
Just as it regarded all living things, 682 thought the creature bouncing around before it was disgusting and hardly worth the effort to destroy. Was the Foundation even trying anymore? With a single vicious stomp, 682 flattened the friendly creature beneath one of its feet. Observers were prepared to charge in and liberate 999 from under 682's claws. But then something truly unexpected happened. The expression on 682's acid-eaten face began to slowly change.
It's gonna tickle him.
He's like he's about to laugh.
Observers recorded a noise, what they thought could have been a chuckle, as the creature growled and said, what is this?
He's tickling his hand.
Feel good.
Hey, yo, tickle monster, what are you doing?
Stunned at what was happening, 999 began to slither and crawl up from between 682's toes.
Step monster,
Reformed
chill.
on its scaly leg and slithered up along its side.
Whoa!
There
It's
it
going all the way
began
to
to
its
nuzzle like it
face.
had
They're best
never
as
nuzzled
buds.
before.
This guy's
The
crazy.
results spoke for themselves. 682 was grinning and chuckling, repeating a phrase that the Foundation never would have imagined coming from 682. Feel so happy.
What?
Happy.
So this is just a little ball of sunshine.
Happy.
Pretty much.
Just when you thought
there's something else. There's
SCP-999
something
couldn't
else.
possibly be more adorable, you learn about its greatest power, bringing joy. Anyone and anything that comes
I
into
don't buy
contact
it.
with the creature, even in passing, will experience a kind of mild euphoria. As one's contact with the creature is prolonged, this overwhelming
what
sense
is
of joy
going on?
increases and continues long after you've separated from it.
It can't be
Prolonged
this good
contact
all
has
the time.
completely cured depression, anxiety,
It is,
and
Adam.
PTSD, along with a number of other conditions.
something they're not
including
telling
rage
us,
and
I know it.
antisocial personality disorders. Serial killers practically become saints after coming into prolonged contact with 999.
What?
And in that moment, 682 was no exception.
This thing is
And there
awesome.
truly does not appear to be no exceptions. While causing happiness and joy isn't a dangerous weapon, when it comes to SCP-999, it is an extremely powerful one. And what's more, SCP-999 also appears to have an innate sense for those who need its help most.
It's like one of those
With a
therapy
particular
dogs.
affection for the hurt and the
Exactly.
unhappy. The creature appears to be a true altruist on a
invincible.
fundamental level, even risking its own safety to help humans during dangerous containment breaches.
He's never
In
not
one
smiled.
dramatic instance, 999 leaped into the air to
Whoa.
block a bullet from making contact with a member of staff.
Let's go.
As a result, the creature is pretty much universally loved by all members of Foundation
Alex,
staff.
you love it?
It's the one
I think I
SCP
do.
who has
I'm
never
starting to
made
love
It's
it.
trouble
making me
for anyone.
happy.
Back
I
in
know.
SCP-682's containment cell, the beast was still
What if it's-
smiling and
what-
laughing
what even
as
is it made
999
out of?
rubbed against its neck.
That's what I'm
It was an
curious
event
about.
so
Honey?
strange, so unprecedented,
something
that the
nasty,
observers in attendance felt like they were hallucinating. For a few minutes, the monster kept
mind
dreamily
control.
repeating the word, happy. But then, suddenly, the creature began to enter a fit of uncontrollable, booming laughter. It rolled onto its back, slamming its huge tail against
Whoa,
the door.
what
It
the
had
heck?
just fallen victim to one of
I wonder if it
999's
can slither
favorite
into its ear and
pastimes,
take over its brain.
tickle fights. Hence how
Tickle
it
fights.
earned
It
its
wants to
tickle
take
monster
over.
nickname among
It
staff.
just wants to tickle.
I
The
don't
tickle
know,
fight
Jack.
continued until
That's how it
682
starts.
appeared
It just
to
wants
tire
to-
and fall asleep.
It always starts with a tickle
smile
fight,
still on
and then
its
it
face.
gets dirty
After
and
15
bad.
minutes of inactivity, 2 D-Class personnel were commanded to enter and retrieve SCP-999 from the containment cell. They did so successfully, but as soon as 999 was removed, 682 roused from its slumber and released a powerful psychic attack from its entire body while laughing maniacally. It rendered all personnel within a certain distance incapacitated.
Tickle monster give that
as
thing
they
powers?
collapsed in fits of
Ah,
laughter, allowing
got me.
682 to escape and
Jack.
go on a violent rampage.
Wake up, Jack.
However, in spite of this, 999 showed no fear and helped save some of the bystanders as security officers subdued and recaptured 682. And even after all of this, 999 showed no hard feelings towards 682 and indicated a desire to play again.
He's the perfect
It's a creature whose
SCP.
capacity for love is
He's
so
my new
limitless
friend.
that it's practically
I love
immune
him.
to fear. Which is all well and good, because the true enemy that 999 is destined to face is infinitely more powerful and terrifying than 682 could ever hope to be.
Isn't that the most
What
powerful
is this
thing in the
monster?
universe?
And why should 999 have
Is
to
it the
face
devil
someday?
himself?
The answers
SCP
to
devil?
these questions all lie in the true origins of SCP-999.
Okay, finally.
Available only to those with level 5 clearance and beyond.
We're getting into the juice.
It's a perfect example of how something good can come from the darkest places. There
This is
would
what
be
I was
no
talking about.
SCP-999 without
Something evil, too. There's an evil
SCP-231-7.
side.
SCP-231 was a collection of 7 girls, all impregnated.
Okay, before they get into this, my prediction is that SCP-999, also known as the tickle monster, is feces from SCP-231. Now, hear me out. Look at its shape. What does it look like? It looks like a turd. It probably smells like a turd.
You don't even know what the next SCP that you're talking about even is. How do you know that it can poop?
It said that it smelled good. Why do you think that it smells like a turd? Are you into that, or
Well,
what do
some
you mean?
poop smells good. First off. Second off, these 9 moms are about to impregnate some sort of Power Ranger combined force.
7, Adam. 7.
7. That's what I said. Just watch the video and watch me prove you guys all wrong. Just watch. Just watch.
I don't even know what your point was,
There
but
would be
okay.
no SCP-999 without SCP-231-7. SCP-231 was a collection of 7 girls, all impregnated by horrific nightmares in a ritual performed by a cult known as the Children of the Scarlet King.
Sounds horrible.
Each of these girls, over the years that followed, gave birth to some of the most horrific monsters imaginable.
All gingers.
One of which, according to some, was SCP-682. These beings were manifested by the Scarlet King, a powerful interdimensional nightmare god, believed to be behind a great deal of the darkness and horror present within R and many other dimensions. Foundation higher-ups have declared the Scarlet King to be the greatest existing threat to the multiverse at large. And SCP-231 was his latest direct interaction with our universe.
Oh, okay.
The only surviving member of SCP-231, SCP-231-7, gave birth in secret. But she didn't give birth to a monster. She gave birth to SCP-999.
So do you guys think that because it came from the Scarlet King that this is actually an evil monster? Just like messing with the brains of everything around it.
Oh, that's a good theory, Jack.
I think this is actually one of the most evil SCPs ever.
I was kind of right, because he did kind of get pooped out. Just,
Right,
yeah. Kinda.
Right, yeah, no, but so you don't know exactly what its motives are. It seems all good and dandy. It just wants to be friends with you and make you happy. But why does it want to make you happy?
You never should trust anyone that's always smiling. They always have something that they're hiding behind their face.
A being of pure goodness. That's right. The nicest, kindest, cuddliest SCP of all is the
Alex,
direct
stop
descendant of a being that's essentially the dark god of all evil. Feel free to take a moment to absorb that.
How does that
It's actually half
The
human.
creature even healed the girl who birthed it and allowed her to return to normal life with her family once more. From its first moments, SCP-999 was making positive changes to the world around it. And according to ancient texts from a Scarlet King-aligned culture known as the Deivas, SCP-999 is still very much in its infancy, yet it already has the power to pacify its monstrous siblings
it's
like
only
the
a baby
aforementioned
still.
I think it's
682.
gonna try to take over the planet.
It's believed, according to some prophecies and Foundation theories, that the power of SCP-999 will grow exponentially.
Yo!
What the heck?
Go ahead, SCP!
Why does this matter? Well, it's believed by some that one day, 999 will grow powerful enough to overthrow not only its own monstrous siblings, but the thought to be unstoppable Scarlet King himself.
Wow!
Not through
Interesting.
violence
so it's like
or hate,
Zeus and Kronos.
but through the pure force of happiness
Jack,
and
that's
love
perfect.
burning out the darkness and purifying the corrupted. While the humble SCP-999 rarely outshines its frightening competitors, to those truly in the know, 999 is one of the most powerful and valuable SCPs in existence.
And he's so squishy.
And may be the greatest asset in the Foundation's arsenal for the war against dangerous anomalous activity. After all, what could strike more fear into their hearts than the knowledge that it might be love rather than firepower that finally dethrones the Scarlet King? And for the knowledge
No
that it
way
may
that would
one
work.
day save everything we know from a fate so much worse than
Don't eat
death,
it. Don't
with
eat the
nothing
planet.
but affection for everyone and everything, it's worth offering thanks to the little orange blob, or at least an extra pack of M&Ms before bedtime.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Bob here. I know you're not used to seeing me here at the start of videos.
Is that him?
But that's because today
No, that's
we have
Dr.
an
Bob.
extremely pressing matter to attend to. One that cuts to the deepest core of one of the SCP Foundation's deadliest contained anomalies, SCP-096, the Shy Guy.
No.
It's a creature that needs no introduction, because it probably haunts all of your nightmares already. Close your eyes and
does.
picture it in your mind's eye.
Okay, guys, tell me what you're picturing. What are you picturing for SCP-096?
I see.
Get away.
I see Adam.
Get away!
Is he clothed or naked?
I see Adam running, and he's running from someone who looks beautiful.
Okay.
What is going on?
Is it
And
me?
it's
is
your
not
mom.
scary. What do you-
It's your mom, guys. Shy Guy is your mom. What a plot twist.
The gaunt face with the slack jaw and the lifeless white eyes. The face you hope never to see as long as you live. the pale skin pulled tight against bone.
Oh my gosh.
Those impossibly long, gangly limbs. It sits there in its airtight containment cube, covering its face and quietly sobbing. Always sobbing, as though cursing something beyond.
I thought that was Alec making the crying sound. I don't know why.
Why does he choose to be in a corner? Why can't he just cry anywhere else?
Adam,
Were you guys ever?
He's shy.
Were you guys ever shy in like elementary school and like didn't talk to anybody? Because I used to be like that. I was pretty shy growing up, and like so it's relatable. Like I'm kind of relatable to like the shy guy.
Doesn't the shy guy murder a lot of people?
Well, only if they look at him.
Okay, so nobody looks at him then. He's camped in a corner.
Technically, you're looking at him right now.
I'm not
Zone
looking at his
understanding. Perhaps
face, though.
when thinking about SCP-096,
I'm looking
you
at
feel a pang
Septidos.
of sympathy mixed with the terror. After all, this anomaly is no sadist. Why would a sadist cry as it kills, like SCP-096 does? You're not alone in asking
Are you
this
laughing
question.
at him?
I've spent many a night poring over classified files with an ever-freshening pot of coffee, trying to piece together the answers. SCP-096 is considered one of the most dangerous Euclid-class creatures in containment, and yet...
Do you guys know what Euclid?
I was about to say, me no understand big word.
Okay, so there's 3 different classes in SCP. There's Safe, there's Euclid, and then there's Keter class. So Safe is green. Safe means that it's good, it's not gonna hurt you. Euclid is kind of like Minecraft spiders. They're neutral, so as long as you don't touch it, it won't touch you.
Okay.
And then
Shy
Keter
Guy's not even
class,
that bad.
you don't even want to know about Keter class.
Okay, so Shy Guy, he's not even evil. He's just like a nice guy that doesn't want to hang out with anybody.
As long as you stay away from him, he's not evil.
So little about it is known, beyond its capability to do great harm whenever someone is unlucky enough to see its face and send it into its rage state. How did this happen? It's a question for the curious, like you or me, and after months of strenuous research, I believe I may have an answer. Whether you choose to believe it is up to you. Just be warned.
believe it? Is this
when
real?
you hear what I believe to be the heart.
Wait, this is like a real thing? This is actually making me
No,
feel like
no,
that SCPs are
Jack,
real. I
it's
always
not
thought
real.
SCPs
Jack,
were
it's not
fake.
real.
Okay, guys, we don't know for sure. Do you remember creepypastas when you were like 13 years old?
Yeah.
Like Slender
Usually
Man,
my mom just gave me spaghetti.
Entity 303.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Back in the day, I wasn't sure if they were real or not. So maybe they are real, maybe they're not.
Well, this guy's really convincing me that it's real.
That's
He
not
could
real.
be,
That is
Alan.
not real. Please, somebody say in the comments it's not real. Please.
We've only explored like 5% of the ocean, so it could be down in the ocean.
Good
you
point.
never know. Could be an
Heartbreaking,
alien.
tragic origin of this terrifying and pitiful monster. You may never be able to look at him the same way again. Not that looking at him should ever be high on your list of priorities. It begins in a tavern in a small Nepalese village a few miles away from the Chinese border, where Mount Everest, the world's tallest mountain above sea level, waits. Its mere existence is like a challenge to the brave and foolhardy. Conquer me, it seems to whisper. Conquer me and declare yourself above
Not
Why
really
is it
all
whispering
those I
that to
have
people?
conquered. Become a god
Conquer
among
me.
men. It's always whispering like this, but few, in the grand
Stop,
scheme
Mount
of things,
Everest.
can actually hear it. And sadly for him,
No, Mount
the
Everest, no,
explorer
I won't.
is among those
Okay,
few.
I'll do it.
Fine.
He's sitting in one of the tavern's many cozy
Wait, come on. Alec, can you act like you're eating something?
That looks like me?
If you shaved,
Alec, come on.
For real?
if you shaved and parted your hair,
That guy
I
does
mean,
not look like me.
That looks like you from 2017.
I have red hair. I have red hair.
Are we seeing
Oh
the
my
origin
God.
story of Shy Guy? You always said you were shy as a kid. Oh my
Some people
God,
do
dude.
say Alec is a pretty shy guy. Okay, everybody's clicking off this video. Please don't leave the video, guys. Please don't leave the video.
Okay,
he's
no
gonna put
wonder
his
you
hat
didn't
back
have.
on.
All I'm gonna say is no wonder you didn't have any friends in elementary school.
He's gonna put his hat back on in 3,
I am scared.
2, 1. Okay, we're safe. Whew.
away at a plate of mutton
Wow.
curry while sipping from a brass bowl of white chiang, a popular local drink. The explorer, living up to his name, has come a long way to get here. The rest of the village locals in the tavern eye him with a variety of knowing glances. They've seen so many like him before. Smug smiles and
There
puffed
he is.
chests,
There's Alec.
thinking they'll be able to
Hey,
count
the French
themselves
man.
among the exalted few who've conquered the mountain to end all mountains.
I'll climb Mount
The
Everest with you
bodies
guys.
of many men like this
Oh,
are
never
still
mind.
frozen to the mountain's surface.
What the?
One
Of course
brave
my
local-
guy
An
dies.
older man.
What?
I said, of course my guy dies.
Well, yeah.
My fellow ginger man.
Yeah, that's why there's not many of them left. They probably all try to climb Mount Everest.
They're trying to conquer Mount Everest
Yeah.
and just die.
Probably.
Who can speak English fluently,
Not a bad way to
slides in
go.
across the table from the explorer. The old-timer tells him that whatever he thinks he'll find up on the mountain, honor, glory, recognition, he'd be
Alex,
better
you're
off
mine.
searching for it elsewhere. Death awaits on the icy rocks above. The explorer, young, fit, and still feeling mighty smug, replies that death is there for the people who haven't worked hard enough, who haven't prepared. He's scaled other mountains before, all across the globe, from Scotland to Peru. Everest would hold no surprises for him, just a...
Okay, I don't understand how this relates to Shy Guy at all, Jack. What is going on?
Adam, you gotta just wait, okay? The story's building.
all right.
And okay, I have a theory. Either A, this guy becomes Shy Guy, or B, Shy Guy is waiting at the top of Mount Everest and he dies to him.
I thought, like, since so many people die at Mount Everest, Shy Guy's just waiting up there.
It very well could be, Adam. Shy Guy can survive pretty much any environment, at least that I know of.
The thing is, it's definitely option A, because this is the origin story of Shy Guy. So it's like the beginning of Shy Guy.
Maybe that's Shy Guy and he tries to climb it and then he gets stuck.
Exactly. The problem is, though, that this guy's not shy at all. Like, he doesn't have any similarities with Shy Guy. So how does he end up turning into Shy Guy?
Maybe he loses all of his clothes and he gets really skinny, and then that's when he becomes shy because he doesn't want people to look at him because he's self-conscious.
And he loses his hair.
New, compelling
I wouldn't
challenge.
want people looking at me if I lost my
The
hair.
old man is, as you
just,
could
like,
probably
define my
imagine,
life, bro.
unamused by the explorer's hubris.
All confidence and bluster now.
He says with his thin, raspy voice.
But what will you say when you're face to face with the king?
The explorer,
The king?
assuming that this king refers to the mountain itself, smiles and replies,
What?
I'll ask him for his crown.
Shy Guy the king?
With that, the old man
Interesting.
leaves, content that he
He's
at least
shy.
tried to dissuade the explorer from going on this doomed journey. If nothing else, his conscience would be clear now. He had done all that he possibly could. The explorer, not bothered by the grim prophecies of superstitious locals, finishes his curry and chung and retires to the room he rented upstairs. He's so excited. Tomorrow,
so
it will
happy?
finally be time. All his months of training will pay off.
'Cause
He
he's
will
the conqueror
climb
of
to
Mount
Mount Everest's peak. It would be an achievement to last a whole lifetime.
I'd be nervous.
One he would never ever forget, no matter how much he wants to. The next day, the
Whoa.
tip of his ice axe cleaves into the mountainside.
we go!
As he grunts, strains, and
Come
pulls
on!
himself up another few feet. He's about 2,000
Dude, he's doing it
meters
all
up.
by himself.
And every
You got
additional
this!
meter is
2,000
fighting him.
meters, bro? Oh
It's
my
the
god.
bitterest cold he's ever known.
That is
a freeze
crazy.
so deep it makes his incredibly expensive thermal locking clothes feel like he's wearing wet one-ply toilet paper. But the pain
I
doesn't
hate
matter.
that.
The cold doesn't matter. He finds it exhilarating.
He's still happy.
Of course,
That's crazy.
just as the old man had warned, death could be waiting for him on this mountain. But the truth is, the explorer has never felt more alive. He winches himself up a few feet more, trying to regulate his breathing as his icy fingers, wrapped in thick
This is
gloves,
definitely not
struggle
Shy
to find
Guy.
purchase on what feels
I don't
like a
think
sheer
so, Adam.
cliff face.
I think it was option
There
B.
are many times when he's supporting his full body weight with only his hands. It often takes the kind of Herculean strength that only a lifetime of training can give you.
I think I could
After
do it.
all, there's no room for error on Mount Everest. One wrong move, and you're either plummeting to your death or becoming a permanent frozen fixture of the mountainside. And because Everest is so dangerous, nobody comes to collect the bodies of dead mountaineering hopefuls. Their corpses,
That is
coated in
true.
often colorful winter jackets, litter the mountain. Some look at them
Yeah,
as a
that's real.
tragic warning. Other, more morbid mountaineers use them as mile markers for their own more successful ascents. Whether the explorer would be lucky or become just another dead, frozen mile marker is still entirely up to chance.
That's really creepy.
Whoever goes up this mountain by themselves, that's probably, like, not known ever.
Usually you're supposed to go up with like some sort of tour guide that has done it hundreds, if not thousands of times, and you go up with a giant group of people that know what they're doing. But this guy's crazy. He's doing it all by himself.
If this video gets 45,000 likes, I will go up Mount Everest by myself.
And I'll shake your hand and watch you go, Adam.
I think I can do it.
To climb this mountain on your own, you have to be best climber Everest.
Okay, can we
He
just
climbs for a few more
black
hours,
out,
pushing past his body's
Alex
complaints,
face
his
cam?
physical limitations, until he reaches a well-earned plateau.
Let him cook.
Here, he establishes a small base camp and
That's
eats
where
some
Shy
of his
Guy is. I'm
rations.
telling you, get out of
The
there.
area is thankfully
He's gonna
guarded
get ya.
enough to keep
He's
out the
gonna
worst
touch
of
ya.
the sub-zero winds, so he can at least get some sleep without
Here we
freezing to
go.
death. Mount Everest cannot be conquered today, and even someone with the
Sleeping
explorer's
on
bravado
or in
wouldn't
Mount
dare
Everest.
to try.
That's cool.
But
That'd
as
be a
he
cool
settles
video.
down to sleep for the night, he can't
you're
help but
freezing.
look up. And
He's
the
in a little
enormity
cocoon.
of what stands before him, he finds utterly terrifying.
Wait, how was he still looking
the
at
mountain
Mount
just
Everest when
keeps
he's in it?
going and going
There's, like,
and
different
going,
peaks.
stretching up into the misty heavens, like the tip would only be a short jump from the moon. For the first time, the explorer begins to genuinely wonder, will I scale this mountain, or will I die on it? What he never even considered.
This is the first time he's not smiling. He's getting nervous.
He's freezing. He's in a cave and he hasn't even done it yet. He has to sleep there the entire night. I'd be scared.
I think what they don't think about either is that they have to get all the way back down the mountain too. And that must take almost as long as climbing up it.
You just take like a sled and go.
I don't think it's as easy as that, Adam.
That's an easy way to die.
is that there may be a third option that's so much worse. Over the next few days, he keeps climbing further and further. Hundreds, then thousands of meters pass under him as he breaks past even the boundaries biology seemed to set for him. He's impossible to deter. An engine of pure burning willpower, going because he knows he cannot stop. Because he knows that if he throws in the towel now, it will have all been for nothing. He'll be just another failure, one speck among billions. He'll have no meaning, no legacy. He'll just be another average Joe, forgotten. And that honestly scares him even more than the prospect of freezing to death up here. Eventually, even though it costs him almost everything to do it, he reaches 8,000 meters, an area known as the Death Zone.
That can't be real.
So when you reach that, are you guys turning around, or what do you guys do?
I mean,
I keep going.
I mean, at that point, you're in too deep. You gotta keep going.
Well, the thing is, like, if you do something as serious as try to climb Mount Everest, you have to have the understanding of, like, yeah, I might die on this trip, you know? So, like, when you see that, it's like, yeah, like, you gotta expect that to be a possibility. So, yes, you see that, and you're like, all right, here we go. This is what I signed up for.
I think I'd turn around.
This isn't even the scary part yet.
It's not. Wait, how many meters is it?
Impossible for humans to acclimate. This is the
8,000
thin,
meters
rarefied
high.
air that few have been permitted to breathe. And he's seen so many brightly colored mile markers on the way to here. The ground is slippery, and the air chews into the explorer's skin, but he knows he's made it this far. Less than 1,000 meters from the peak now, he has
he's
almost
there.
conquered the mountain. So you can only imagine how surprised he feels when he sees another
Please don't be
mountaineer
shy, guy. Please
walking
don't be
down the
shy,
side
guy.
of the mountain towards him with an eerie kind of casualness. He's wearing standard mountain climbing gear, including white thermal
that
pants
Michael
and
Jackson?
a hooded coat, zipped up to the chin. The explorer can't make out the stranger's face beyond the pair of thick, black
Take out your
goggles
gun now.
he's wearing over his eyes.
this?
What the hell is going on here?
I start tossing snowballs at him, make him take off his face mask.
You think so? But well, it's just probably another person, right?
No. Why do you think there's all these dead bodies? Mount Everest is easy to climb. It's the animals and the people there that make it so hard.
I don't think any animals live there, Adam.
They do, and they don't want you to conquer the mountain because it's like this huge accomplishment. So they'll do whatever they can to not let you succeed.
Interesting.
That's why
I never knew that.
I'll bring an M16 when I go.
You'll bring Alec as bait?
And I'll bring Alec as bait.
smart,
I'm gonna
man.
bring one of them slow cookers and have some beef jerky.
Alec, can I bring you when I go and bring you as bait as well?
Whatever you guys need to do, I'm here for you.
Thanks, Al.
That's a big piece of bait.
The second the stranger's eyes fall upon him, he feels a frightening sensation. The bite of the cold
That's gotta be
is
Shy Guy.
gone. The chilling winds can't reach him. Instead, he feels warm, cozy,
He's
and content,
smiling again.
like he's
Ew.
sitting in front of
Adam,
a warm
what's that behind
fire
you?
in a well-insulated log cabin.
Okay, stop. Don't.
In any
don't
other
do that.
circumstance,
I swear
these
I saw
sensations
something.
might be welcomed, but a seasoned mountaineer knows that this is actually one of the worst things you can feel.
Really?
It means that death is creeping in, and your body is opening the front door and welcoming it.
That's probably not even real. It
That's
could
not
be
even a real person?
hallucination. Yeah, a hallucination.
Whoa, what is that?
Hallucination.
Yeah, it is a fascination.
Oh my gosh. Wait, this is what death looks like?
I guess so, yeah. Death is at the front door, and he's about to let it in.
That's not even that bad then. So when you're about to die, you actually smile. You enjoy it.
Yeah, but you don't want to die, Adam, remember? Don't do it, Adam. Don't go in.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I
Wake
forgot.
up, wake up.
And if this stranger is causing that feeling, then one thing is certain: he's bad news. The explorer wants to turn and run, but he finds that he can't. It's almost as though he's frozen in place, entranced by the warm, inviting feeling that the other mountaineer seems to exude as he gets closer and closer. That's when the explorer notices something strange about him. Something is glowing through his
Stop.
goggles, like hot
Run
embers
the other
burning
way!
a bright,
Oh, he's a
luminous
ginger.
orange. Are those eyes? Dear God, are those his eyes?
He's a demon.
Go the
explorer
other
can
way.
Feel their terrible stare.
It's not
Literally
worth it.
Feel it. It hurts to be looked at by this monster. Yes, that's what it is. A monster. A monster in the shape of a man. Why are you here, mortal? Comes a booming voice from the inhuman mountaineer. Do you wish to challenge me?
Who is that?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
The
whoa,
explorer
whoa.
can't form words. He's quaking, his body acknowledging the cold that his mind can't, as those two glowing eyes bore into him. Speak, the stranger commands.
Okay, Jack, you are the most knowledgeable in SCPs. Could this potentially be a different SCP that maybe transforms others into SCPs and now, like, the original guy becomes Shy Guy?
I'm super proud of you. You're very much on the right track. However, not a chance. This is definitely not an SCP. This is like the spawn of Satan, okay? This is not an SCP.
Is that not what
I've never
SCPs
seen
are?
a
Satan
no,
is an SCP?
No. Trust me. Trust me. Demons and SCPs, completely different, okay? Sometimes SCPs seem like demons, but trust me, this is definitely not an SCP. this is the spawn of the devil, okay? And it also could be a hallucination inside of his brain. We don't even know if this thing is real.
Unless Jack is an SCP and his role is to confuse our brain into thinking that that's not an SCP.
Unless you're an SCP and your role is to convince me that Jack's an SCP and you're actually the SCP and I'm the one that needs to reverse the entire mindset, and really, I was right the whole time.
The only way to get to the bottom of this is to smash like, and if it turns blue, Alec is an SCP.
Who? What? Are you? The explorer forces out between chattering teeth. The stranger laughs.
Hey, conquer me.
Am the king of the mountain. Though to the SCP Foundation, he's better known as SCP-1529.
Oh,
and he's the
I
worst
called
possible
it!
thing you can run into while trying to scale Mount
Well,
Everest.
not. You
The
have called
explorer
it.
remembers
Let's
his
see.
conversation with the old man in the tavern. The question he asked, "What
king.
will you say when you're face to face with the king?" And his own foolish answer, "I'll ask him for his crown." Now, really, truly face to face with the king of the mountain, all the poor terrified explorer can do is whimper and beg for mercy.
Oh, that's not
"Please,"
what you do.
he says, the tears freezing on his cheeks as they fall.
What do you do?
"I just wanted to climb."
Wait, this might be a really dumb question, but if you cry when you're on Mount Everest, wouldn't your eyeballs just freeze?
I think it just said that, like, the tears freeze as soon as they hit your face. Because you wear goggles so that your eyeballs don't freeze.
Oh, okay. All right.
King of the mountain laugh, his eyes burning. "Then you will climb," he says, "and climb and climb and climb."
Isn't that
The
what he's
king of
doing
the mountain
anyways?
must have wielded
so.
truly unspeakable power to do what he does next.
Whoa.
With a simple nod, the explorer is
What?
suddenly hanging off of the mountainside, his fingers
He's a
digging into
waterbender.
the craggy
Oh, no.
rocks. The only thing supporting his weight. It was like being back at square one all over again, except with added pain, terror, and cold so deep he can feel his
Oh,
bones
no.
rattling. And all the while, he feels those eyes upon him, those burning, fiery eyes, staring with absolute malice.
Okay, the other guy, the guy with the scar, should have gave him a better warning. Like, he just like lightly mentioned the king. If he actually knew that this guy was up here, I would be screaming and putting signs up, have ads up on the wall.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, whatever the government that's in place there, they should not let people walk up this mountain if they know this is at the top.
That's like how when. Nah, never mind.
He keeps climbing. Every time he reaches a plateau, a place where he might camp and find even momentary comfort, the king of the mountain is already waiting there, staring that horrible stare.
Ooh.
And just like that, the explorer was climbing again, wind whipping against him like 40 lashes
Not
from a
gonna
cat o'
win.
nine tails. That, coupled with the endless strain of the climb on his
going
muscles,
down.
is the worst agony he's ever felt.
You gotta
And
just
yet,
let go.
He never dies.
Huh?
Even though he hasn't eaten in days, weeks, months, years, he never, ever
Years?
dies.
No, wait.
He just fulfills the same torturous loop over and over again. It's like the king of the mountain is just keeping him alive for his own amusement, a toy that's impossible to break. But while the
Years?
explorer never breaks, as time goes on and the torments never cease,
Oh,
he does
it was
begin to
option A.
change, like rock being molded by the tide. First, from the endless stress,
It's him.
his hair falls out. His skin goes pale from the lack of sun. His body
He's
becomes
gonna be
thin
the
and
SCP.
wiry from starvation and malnourishment. The endless physical strain even
What?
warps his limbs. His arms and
I
legs
called
begin to
it.
stretch.
I
His body
literally
becomes
called it.
elongated
That is
and
exactly what I
grotesque.
said.
All the way through this horrific, dehumanizing ordeal, the king of the mountain stares at him. One day, the explorer, now changed, reaches a plateau, and as can be expected, the king of the mountain stares at him with his burning eyes.
How?
The explorer cowers and covers his face with his hands, sobbing from exhaustion. He just wants the king of the mountain to look away, to leave him be. He babbles incoherently. He doesn't want to be seen anymore.
Oh my gosh, this is
His
crazy.
pain simply makes the king of the mountain laugh. "I gave you your wish," the mountain king says, his voice oozing with contempt. "You climbed, didn't you? You thought that your climbing would elevate you, make you more than human.
What?
But now, you're so much less.
That's
Our
gross.
business concludes here. I'm tired of playing with you." And with that, the king is gone. The explorer is alone, stranded among the snow and the whipping winds of the death zone, but very much alive. He's finally able to go.
That's literally exactly what I said. I said the king was another SCP turning other people into SCPs, and that was Shy Guy.
But he only turned this one guy into an SCP. Why didn't he do it with other people?
Common Siren W.
Because this guy's the strongest climber out of everybody, so he knew that this was going to be the guy. He probably tested everybody else, but they all failed.
Exactly. They died to the tests.
The one thing I am curious about is why does Shy Guy become so violent then when people look at him?
Because, Jack, he's been climbing for years.
And all he remembers is the king's stare. He didn't want the king to look at him anymore, so he doesn't want anyone to look at him.
Dude, but he should be, if anything, like nicer to people because he just got tormented for so many years.
He hasn't had social contact in years, Jack. He doesn't know how to interact with people.
At long last, after what felt like an eternity, he's escaped. When the explorer arrives in the village again, he's not the explorer at all. It's been years since he went missing on the mountain. The old man who had warned him not to go up onto Mount Everest had passed peacefully in the interim. The other members of his small village would not be afforded the same luxury. Instead, the explorer stumbled back through the village limits, still covering his face. The only sounds he can hear are the wailing wind and his own pitiful sobbing. Everything hurts. He's so terribly afraid. He needs somebody to help him. Why will nobody help him? The sun begins to rise, and the village shakes itself awake. People leave their homes to go about their daily tasks. None of them are expecting to see a monster loping through their streets.
Okay, what I think happens is that the Shy Guy, he's just looking for help right now, right? He's actually just a normal person. But then everybody calls him a monster and ugly and this and that, and you're stupid, you're bald. You literally have red hair, but it all fell out. So now you're bald. You have nothing. Even your arms are weird. Like you have the whitest of skin.
That makes sense, Adam. Actually, you might be a genius.
So they keep calling him a monster, so he turns
gangling
in.
monstrosity, stretched and hairless. It engenders a mix of fear and curiosity as it stumbles around, audibly sobbing with a loud, warped voice. It's like nothing any of them have ever seen before, like something out of a myth or a folk tale. But for the monster that was once the explorer, it's so much worse. At first, he thinks that the villagers might be there to help him, but then he sees their eyes, that same intense, burning fire pit orange as the king of the mountain. That same horrible gaze that the explorer thought had escaped when he left the mountain. The gaze that meant pain, torment, and madness. Even when he tries to cover his face, when he wails at them to go away in words that make sense to no one but him, he can still feel those terrible eyes on him. Is he still on the mountain? Is he still at the mercy of the Mountain King? Are these all just illusions or projections, another awful trick? What did he ever do to deserve this kind of torment? Was the crime of wanting to climb a damn mountain worth this kind of everlasting suffering? Did it earn him the gaze of all these monstrous eyes? The explorer begins to feel his anguish being replaced by another feeling. Rapidly rising rage. The kind of pure, blistering hatred that inexorably leads to one result.
Here we go.
Violence. First, he screams.
Oh my god.
Then they scream.
I don't know what to do.
Finally,
I don't know what I would do.
The killing begins.
Does he eat
The
them? What does he
creature that has once
do?
been the explorer leaves no stone unturned. Even when they try to run away, he still feels their eyes on him.
How is he so fast?
He needs to kill them all.
This is one of the strongest SCPs. People say this is the
How did he get so strong? From training over and over and over?
I guess.
He's like One Punch Man.
And the king must have gave him some insane powers because as soon as you look at Shy Guy, even if you go to outer space, even if you go under the water, you go anywhere, he's gonna find you and he's gonna kill you. There's no escaping.
Wait, what if I hide in like a secret nuclear bunker? There's no way he's getting there.
Doesn't matter, yeah. He's gotten in every single place, everywhere, anytime, you're dead.
Then quickly, leave no trace. It's the only way he can feel anything close to at peace again. It becomes a kind of terrible chain reaction. The sound of the horrors going on in the street only entices more to come outside and see what's going on, to look at the creature causing all this carnage, to see its face. They have no idea that this very action is dooming
that
them.
was the last thing you've ever
Within
seen?
the hour, the village is empty,
Well, it was
save
for those
for
people.
one
That'd be
creature.
terrible.
The creature that had once been the explorer, now just afraid, confused,
Don't
and alone.
Oh, I mean,
He will always
get
be
him!
alone. The anomaly that will soon be known as SCP-096 simply bows its
I
head
kind of feel bad for him now.
and weeps.
Papers fly up in the air in every direction as the office workers run for their lives. The PA, brand new at her job, can't figure out where on earth the emergency exit is. She tries every
Starbucks.
door, but they
Shout
are
out
either
Starbucks.
locked or go nowhere. The vast office maze, uncanny in its complexity,
Is
stretches
this not a
along
zoo?
endless hallways and old directories.
A human zoo.
At the end of the corridor,
It looks
right
like
in
the
front
back
of her,
rooms.
is a door with a touch bar on it. That will surely be a fire escape.
She's about to get eaten
way
by a
for her
snake,
to
watch.
Get away from the monster. She throws her whole body weight against the bar and tumbles through the door, landing in a janitor's closet.
Oh,
no way
nice
out
try.
except back. Lying there, sprawled amongst the mops and cleaning products, the PA rolls over and stares back down the.
I just gotta say, you know that this girl is a Starbucks girl because she did not spill a single drop of that Frappuccino.
She put that before her own life. Pretty impressive.
Gotta get you caffeine.
Does she not know that that's like a closet though? Does she not work there? She's
in a panic. She's in a panic.
Panicking, yeah. Maybe she works there, maybe she doesn't. I don't know. She's a PA, so maybe she's new at the job. Who knows?
Well, it seems like she's looking at death in the eyeballs right now.
And then
She's
the
about-
camera,
she's
camera
about to get
pans.
eaten.
POV Alec right now. We're about to get POV her.
Somehow, she still holds the Starbucks iced latte in her hand.
We called
Go
that
ahead,
already,
girl. Go
Dr.
ahead,
Bob.
girl.
Followed
Go ahead,
by
girl.
nose, long
Seriously, girl,
razor-like teeth,
go ahead and get out of
and
there.
A pair of blank reptile eyes. The hulking anaconda
Every
winds its
ex-boyfriend
way
be
along
like,
the carpets, licking the air, tasting the scent of the PA's
All my friends I
perfume.
cut off be like,
She is powerless, lying there crouched in the cramped janitor's closet as the enormous snake slithers towards her. It rears up tall as a human and bares its fangs. The
That's
PA
terrifying.
closes her eyes and readies herself for the inevitable bite.
Readies herself.
what do you guys do in that situation? What do you guys do? Do you put the mop in the
Yeah.
mouth and
Yeah.
you fight it like the movies?
Yeah, all you gotta do is guard yourself against the mouth.
Not a
a
bad
snake
idea.
is easy to defend against if you have a mop.
That's not a bad idea. I have two other solutions though. One, you speak in like that Slytherin language from Harry Potter.
That's a fake fantasy movie. Okay, what's your number
Okay,
two?
that one might not work. Number two, you try to befriend it by feeding it a Starbucks latte. Give it some Starbucks, and then it'll be your friend, and then your best buds forever. Then you ride it out into the sunset.
Usually you're pretty intelligent, Alec, but your forehead is not operating at max capacity today. I honestly think if I was actually in that situation, you gotta sacrifice a body part. I like the mop idea, Adam, but it's gonna spit out the mop, right? I think you use your arm
No, you go this way with the
to
mop.
protect yourself, right? As long as it doesn't get the vitals, if it gets your arm, then you can at least fight back. You go bang, 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 bang.
Do you know how anacondas work? It doesn't. They bite you to lock onto you, and then they wrap you, and they crush every single bone in your entire body. That's not good.
If it's locked under my arm, I can at least I have a chance, right? I got that in one arm, Frappuccino in the other, slurp slurp, bang, 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 bang.
That might have been a worse take than Alex speaking Slytherin
Harry
to
Potter?
it or whatever.
Yeah, that could work.
Land on the table with a loud enough clatter to make all the other patrons turn. A large man with a bushy beard spills tomato
Francois.
soup down his chest, while a snooty food reviewer chokes on the seafood she's just been trying to swallow. A woman, shaking with rage, screams into her phone. Next time
Stacey.
you'll get my order right. It's a caramel oat milk latte with 8 ice cubes. No, I don't.
That is so your mom.
Don't expose her. Press play.
No, I don't care that one of them melted. It's not good enough. In her venomous tirade, she threatens the job, life,
Is this a
and even the
flashback?
family of whoever she's talking to. The
Maybe.
woman
No.
slams her phone down on the table loudly enough to make everyone in the restaurant jump again. This time, one of the waitstaff spills
Pierre.
an entire tray of drinks over a table of guests. The commotion
What
is
kind of
loud
juice
enough
was
to make the
that?
woman's fury shift in their direction.
Grape.
Excuse me, I'm trying to conduct business here. Could you please not be so rude? Stalking into the head office of Louis Vuitton.
Guys, I got it. I solved it. She is the SCP. She becomes the snake.
Yeah.
It's gotta be, right?
don't-
She
I
has
don't
that
hate
like
that.
that slithery, venomous kind of like, hey, where my drink at, girl? Sort of thing.
Snap.
Vuitton, the woman walks so fast that the brand new assistant following her struggles to catch up. The PA is still signing her contract of employment as they go, doing her best to multitask as she lists off her boss's itinerary. Design meeting from 1 to 1:30, yoga with a personal trainer from 1:30 to 1:45,
Snakes would love yoga.
then into an urgent
15
meeting
minutes
to
of
get
yoga.
ahead of the latest animal cruelty scandal.
Oh,
The
animal
woman
cruelty.
struggles to keep track of which issue her colleagues are complaining about this time. It could be the animal testing from the perfume line, the
gosh.
snakeskin rug they've just had to discontinue, or the polar bear scarf they've just announced for the winter collection. She can sense the headache coming on already. The new PA hands her an iced coffee as they get into the elevator. She takes a sip and decides she doesn't even want it, throwing it in the trash as soon as they reach her floor.
What?
She's just about to
I think
launch
you're
into
right,
a rant
Jack.
about
It's
animal
like $10.
activists and their oversensitivity when the smell hits her. Opening the door to her office, she's punched in the face by the stench of rotting fish. Lying on the floor of her office, is a 600-pound tuna fish staring
600 pounds?
The woman is so shocked that, for once, she stops yelling and just stares in surprise. In her 35
I don't think she's the
years in New
SCP,
York,
Jack.
never once has anyone so much as said the word no to her, let alone pulled a stunt like this. She turns around to face her personal assistant and asks for her name. It's Melanie. The poor girl is terrified. She asks Melanie why there's a fish in her office, and before the girl can even muster up a reply, the heartless corporate overlord fires her on the spot. She hadn't even signed her contract yet. Once Melanie the PA leaves the room, the woman finds herself alone with the giant tuna, her anger simmering. Looking down at the dead animal, she sees a crumpled mess of cream-colored silicone under it.
Clothes?
Oh, it might be the
wet
girl.
articles of clothing.
What?
Using the tip of her cigarette holder, she pulls at the crumpled silicone to try and extract it from under the fish. Strange. It looks almost like one of those human masks you buy at a Halloween store.
It is the girl.
Except it's a full suit. In fact, it looks remarkably similar to her head of innovation and product design.
Oh.
Lying on the floor next to it is something small and innocent looking. It's part of a zipper, broken by the looks of it. The black metal is slightly bent out of shape and worn away at the edges. It looks cheap and used, not the kind of material one would expect to see anywhere within a 5-mile radius of this office. She picks up the zipper and rolls it between her fingers.
What?
Well,
Her headache is
that was
bad.
interesting little
She needs a coffee.
secret
Pressing
talent.
the intercom button, she demands that her new PA immediately go out and get one.
I would hate to be her
forgetting that
PA.
she just fired her a few moments earlier. Walking over to the window of her top floor office, she looks down at the crowds of animal rights protesters, stories and stories below, rolling the zipper between her fingers the whole time.
She's the
Her thumb
SCP.
is itching slightly.
I think she's
Looking
about
down
to
at the
be.
metal tab in frustration.
Oh,
the
you
woman
think the
sees
zipper
that
is the
zipper
SCP?
has somehow
Yeah.
embedded itself into her skin.
Oh.
Yes.
Puzzled, she leans in close
Oh
for
my
a better
God.
look,
And it
going
turns her
little
into a
cross-eyed.
snake.
Oh
She
my
couldn't have been
God.
squeezing
You know how
it that
snakes shed
hard,
their
could she?
skin?
I think that this zipper, like whenever it touches somebody like this, when you zip it open, it turns you into like your spirit animal. Like she's like a snaky, you know, like bad person. Maybe the last person was like, I don't know, aloof and like kind of dumb, I guess, and was a fish. But like this turns you into your spirit animal.
So, wait a second. The other person, their spirit animal was a tuna fish, and then they turned into it, and then, well, because they weren't in water, they suffocated to death?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know why I'm
crazy.
laughing, but
I
yeah.
guess so.
That's messed up, dude. That's dark.
Tentatively, the woman
Wh-
tries
why-
to
why
pull
would
the
you
zipper
unzip
out,
it, though?
But it just tugs
You
at her
gotta
skin,
try
not
it.
budging at all. A faint sense of panic starts to well up in her chest. She pulls at it again, trying her best to dislodge it from her flesh, but it won't move.
Ugh.
Then a second idea pops into her brain.
No.
What if she just... The woman
No.
slides the zipper down.
No,
along the line.
no, nobody would do
hate
this.
that. Oh my God.
That's
Feeling
nasty.
Just like the one you'd use to open your raincoat.
No.
Except as it travels along her thumb.
Why is she so doing
Skin
it?
itself
Immediately
seems
call the
separated,
police or the
fall apart,
doctor or the hospital.
leaving a dark, empty space inside.
I think
The
she's a
layers of her
snake.
skin peel back as if
Jack's
they're
a
made
genie.
of rubber, and a flow of steam hisses out from the gap in her thumb. The zipper reaches the palm of her hand,
Ew.
and her thumb dangles there limply, empty,
Oh my God, I don't know if I can
as if
watch.
nothing had ever been inside of it. Her eyes widen with amazement.
Why is she still doing
She
it?
continues to slide the zipper across her palm,
She better get-
up her wrist, and towards
Oh.
her elbow. As it goes, that gentle waft of steam continues
That's
to escape
insane.
from the gap, exposing a row
Zip
of
it
metal
back.
teeth.
Yeah, just zip it back up.
She
You're
can't
good.
stop. The zipper glides up her bicep and towards her shoulder. In one final move, she slides it directly across her collarbone and falls to the ground.
There's gonna be a
my
huge
God.
snake.
The pile of empty skin
You were
sits
right,
crumpled
Jack.
on the floor of her office.
Oh my God.
For several seconds, nothing moves. Then, the middle of the
No.
skin shifts slightly, almost as if
My
something
anaconda,
inside
no.
it had moved. The same happens again and again,
It don't
just as
want
the woman's
none.
newest PA arrives with a nice coffee held proudly in her hands. Why is it so dark in here? What's happened to the lights? She must have had an episode. She doesn't remember falling over, but here she is on the ground in total darkness. The only thing she could recall was hallucinating that zipper.
Hallucinating.
The woman shuffles this way and that, trying to get her bearings. She attempts to put an arm out to lift herself up, but can't.
No
Oh,
more
she's still
arms.
conscious.
Tries her
She's
other arm.
controlling
Again,
herself
nothing.
as a snake.
No movement
Yeah,
at all.
now she has to
Come to think
slither
of it,
around.
Why would
can't
she
even
eat
feel her arm.
the
Maybe a
PA?
leg? No luck there either. She must have hit her
Maybe
head
she
pretty
didn't.
hard on the ground when she landed. Perhaps she's got a concussion. The woman does her best to sit up straight and finds that
Oh
it's
my gosh.
actually quite easy. Her back arches and curves effortlessly, twisting at whatever angle she wants. Oh, that yoga must have been paying off.
No, no, no.
All of a sudden, she's dimly aware of a light in front of her.
She's doing Cobra
What's
pose.
the old cliche they always say in movies? Don't go towards it? Screw that. The light in front of her is the only thing
This
she can
might be
see
how
right
snakes
now.
actually see.
Without thinking about it,
They blink
the
a
woman
lot.
stretches her neck forward and finds that it moves easily and surprisingly far. She must be concussed. It feels like she's almost gliding in any direction she wants. She simply moves her head, and she finds her whole body drifting in that direction effortlessly. That spot of light she was looking at? It's not some mystical end-of-the-tunnel situation. It's a gap in whatever
She's
material
being
has
born
been
again.
covering her.
I don't like this.
The woman pokes her head out and takes in a breath of fresh air, doing her best to shrug off the rest of the bundle of whatever it was.
I think
that
I'd
she'd
do
been
this
buried
for a
inside.
day.
Was it silicone?
If this was an
She
option.
turns her head to look back at it and jumps. She'd been inside of one of those silicone
trauma!
costumes, the same as the other one under the tuna that had been in her office.
That's nightmare
Except
fuel.
This one. She had seen that face millions of times on magazine covers, plastered across billboards in her selfie camera, and in the mirror at home. She's looking
Hey, yo.
at the crumpled husk.
Somebody
of
get this
herself.
woman a
A
mirror.
scream fills her head, and she darts her gaze around suddenly to see a PA standing.
Oh,
in the
oh my
doorway
God,
with
she's
a
a
nice lock
giant.
tumbling in her hand. Yes, some good news.
Now the story's making sense.
The woman opens her mouth to talk to the PA,
Oh.
but the words don't come. She tries her best to squeeze her lungs and articulate her vocal cords, but the best she can manage is a soft hissing
Oh my
sound.
God, she just wants a
See,
sip of her
I
frappuccino.
told you, feed it
Yeah.
the frappuccino, and you might be.
That actually would've worked.
It would have
Genius,
worked,
Alex.
bro. I told you.
It
dude.
actually wouldn't have worked though because the PA did get fired at the beginning for getting the order wrong or something. Like she didn't like it. Remember, she threw it out.
Have you guys ever had like a loose skin next to your fingernail, and then like you rip it all off?
Yeah, a hangnail.
Okay.
That's what that whole zipper incident reminded me of, because you said no one would ever unzip it, and I was like, probably not. But then I always rip off like that extra skin next to my nail, and it always hurts, and I always bleed, and I hate it. But then I do it every time anyway.
That's between you and the mirror that you have to talk to every night.
I would unzip myself. I don't care.
I think if I unzipped myself, I would be like a tiger. I could see it. Guys,
Yeah,
what animal would each of us be?
No, you would not.
Hippopotamus, maybe a bear. Actually.
Let's see what the comments say.
I honestly think you'd be a bear.
Oh, I'd take a bear, like a grizzly bear.
You'd be like a bear but they always hibernate year round. Like
Yeah,
you'd be like
I knew that there was a butt coming. There's no way that you would just say I'm as cool as a bear.
Adam's a panda. I want to be a meerkat.
I think you'd be some kind of bird. I could see being like a falcon.
I said that earlier.
Oh crap! Sorry. Well, it's
no,
great.
no, he would be
It's
a
already
meerkat.
working.
He'd be a meerkat.
That's when she spies her reflection in the mirror on the wall and sees the dead reptilian eyes and enormous
Selfie.
curved fangs of an anaconda looking back at her. Pandemonium fills the office of Louis Vuitton as the anaconda weaves its way around the corridors, passing the reception desk and through the break room, approaching anyone it finds and asking for help. The snake tries its best to look very calm and innocent, assuring people that it poses no threat to them. However, that's a very difficult thing to do when every time it opens its mouth,
Give it a pen and
all
paper.
anybody can see is a
Oh,
set of enormous
man.
teeth pointing straight at them.
That's terrifying.
Within a couple of minutes, everybody
That's
seems
a
to have
giant
evacuated,
snake. Oh my
leaving the
gosh.
snake on her own, winding her way through the corridors, trying her best not to panic. That's when she spies her PA lying helpless in the janitor's closet. Relief washes over her as she sees that the girl has nowhere to run. This should be easy to talk to her then. The snake rushes over and stands tall, looking down at the girl. She
might
opens her
faint.
mouth, leans in
Hey,
close,
girl, just give me a sip.
takes the iced latte.
Hey,
from the
Alec
girl's
was
hand.
right. Come
Placing the cup
on.
gently on the carpet.
Is she
the
still gonna
snake
like
slurps
it,
a bit
even
of
though
coffee
she's a
from the
snake?
straw.
Alec
It's
called it.
absolutely vile, clashing horribly with the hypersensitive taste receptors on her tongue. She tries to
So
spit
much
it out,
No.
but
caffeine.
discovers that snakes have very different mouth anatomy than hers, and that motion
Whoa,
isn't
that's
so
wild.
easy.
Does
Besides,
anybody know where the zipper went, by the way? Is that still attached to her?
This probably dropped. Like, remember how it was next to the tuna fish girl? It's just like dropped next to her body.
I'm thinking, like, what if you put the zipper back on her? Could you reverse the whole thing?
Probably not. But what I am thinking too is
try.
this
Why not?
SCP was fully
He
set
turned that
up.
down quick.
I did. I'm sorry. No, good idea, Jack. I'm sorry. That was a good idea. then maybe it's possible. But okay,
Whatever.
I think that this SCP was set up by PETA because Louis Vuitton, you know, is getting destroyed by people who are animal rights activists. And so PETA probably put this zipper in the Louis Vuitton office it's like karma. And so, you know, that's what I think.
As a Louis Vuitton model, I am gonna have to disagree with you there, Alec. We don't use any real animal skins.
But you do, proven.
Talk to my lawyer.
Okay.
You're distracted by my good looks.
That actually I will agree with you on. Actually, Adam just told me how to mute. Watch this.
Make it stop! Make it stop!
I can't even hear him. His mic's cutting out on Discord.
He didn't like that.
That was sick, dude. You should do that around women.
Yeah, you should do that probably 300 to 500 feet away from any school.
Looking good, Al. Try that at the library, dude. The librarian's gonna love it.
Besides, she realizes if she's going to have any hope of convincing this girl of who she really is, taking a drink from that Starbucks cup is probably her best chance to do it. Coiling herself up to look as small as possible.
She should coil herself
the
up into
snake
different
sips away at
letters.
the coffee
Spell something.
And looks at the PA in what she
I
hopes is a reassuring way.
Karen.
Very slowly, she can see the cogs starting to turn in the girl's face as she realizes what's happened. Reaching into her handbag,
That's all it
the
took?
PA, in shaking hands, pulls out a notebook and a pen and offers them to the snake.
Here we go.
It's slow progress and takes a
Hey,
lot of
yo.
work.
This is insane.
Body part is
The
that.
snake is able to get enough
He's a
control
lot of
the
control
motor
for being a
functions of
snake
its
for
tail
less than an hour.
to grip the pen and scribble out a few words.
Wait, this is crazy.
Just
Hey, no,
before
no,
the
no, leave it alone!
arrives and
Oh,
tranquilizes her.
man.
For 3 weeks, the anaconda is locked up in the Animal Control Center in New York City. The
I
cen-
feel like, isn't this like the plot of some like movie where the dad turns into a dog?
I think you're thinking of Brave. Where,
Isn't that like
where
Tim Allen?
the princess is...
Yeah, Shaggy Dog.
No, it's not that.
No, have you've seen Shaggy Dog? Tim Allen turns into the family dog.
Never seen it.
Check, this
Oh,
is a
man.
snake. This is way different.
I mean, true, but I was thinking like, oh yeah, this has happened before. That movie's kind of mid anyway.
Who let the dogs out?
wasn't equipped for dealing with giant snakes, so they ended up putting her in the largest dog holding pen they had, which only just about fits her if she coils up in the right way. 3 times a day, one of the keepers will toss her slabs of raw meat. She'd always been a fan of a rare steak. Little did she know just how enjoyable a raw one could
Yum
be.
yum 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 yum.
Aside
Raw
from
meat.
mealtimes, she's miserable. Doing everything she can to communicate to the workers there that she's really a sentient woman. Not only a sentient
so
woman,
much
but
to
also the
you,
head of one of the world's
woman.
largest
I
high-fashion
swear I'm
brands.
cute.
She quickly discovers she's talking to a brick wall.
I would like a
Or rather,
frappuccino.
hissing up one.
Double espresso.
The more she thinks about it, the more her situation reminds her of some of the photos that had been passed across her desk over the prior few months at various planning meetings.
She's gonna learn a lesson.
Photos from undercover journalists who had visited her company's factory in the Far East and discovered cages upon cages of live animals locked
crap,
up,
bro.
either to be killed for
Karma.
their skin or
Karma,
to be hosed
baby.
down with chemicals to see if they develop.
No, I think I literally called it. I think the people that are like where she's kept.
You
They're
can't
all
invent
people.
SCPs.
I think that they are all people, all the animals, and where she's kept. Like, I think that her keeper knows that that's a person, but is like, sorry, bud, that's karma because you killed all these other animals.
No.
Okay.
That would be
Of
crazy.
a rash. It was lying there on the floor that she discovered that snakes don't have tear ducts. She would have liked it if they did. Maybe that way she'd be
She
able
should
to get
spell
some of
something out with her
emotions out.
body.
The Foundation moved quickly as soon as the news story broke. Agents were in and out of the office within hours. The zipper was placed into a sealed bag and transported directly to Site 64, where it has since remained in a standard issue locker.
Bro, I'm telling you, put the zipper back on her. Reverse the spell.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I thought you have to kiss a frog to reverse the spell.
That's in the movies. This is YouTube, Alec.
Oh, my bad.
A series of testing sessions were established to ascertain exactly how SCP-3660 functioned. As soon as the zipper is pressed against the skin of a human being, it embeds itself. Test subjects report no feelings of pain and discomfort, just confusion. That's how the zipper has been able to press itself in so
It's like a
deep.
mystery box. Hey, yo.
Only a handful of subjects have reported feeling
like a
slight
tick.
itching sensation and the desire to pull at the tab to relieve that feeling.
Just like you said,
Sits
Alex.
just
Just
below the
never
layer of the
pull it.
skin,
Just never
in the
pull it and
same
you're
way
fine.
that
You have
would
to
on a
pull
jacket
it,
or a
Adam.
hoodie.
No.
If left
Yes, you
untouched
do.
within 10
Look,
minutes,
here we go.
SCP-3660
Oh, crap. Yeah,
will
you-
activate on its
Okay,
own
that's
accord,
kinda
sliding
scary.
steadily along the subject's
So you
skin
literally
and
have no
unzipping
choice.
them.
I don't like
As
it.
this happens, the subject is instantaneously, and again without pain, transfigured into an animal.
I'm a tortoise.
This process occurs internally beneath the layer of skin as it unzips. According to the basic laws of physics, a transformation
Ah, yes, the classic E equals MRC squared.
drastic and quick would require enormous amounts of energy, and so researchers expected to find heat and pressure levels high enough to instantly boil the blood of the subject. However, the only abnormal thermal readings came from a slight hiss of steam escaping the gap in the skin as it unzips. The new opening of the skin is now lined with a row of metal teeth on either side, as the skin itself appears to be transformed into a slightly different texture and material. Researchers note that the empty skin of the test subject looks and feels somewhat uncanny.
Try it on.
Test samples taken into the lab reveal that the complex carbon-based multicellular organ has somehow been transmuted into consistent silicone rubber.
That's insane.
What?
Several tests involved placing the D-class personnel atop a weighing scale, and researchers were shocked to see enormous and rapid fluctuations in weight, depending on the animal that the subject was transformed into.
Yeah.
Transformed is the correct word to use here. The animal that emerges from the opening in the skin is not an entirely new life form. It is difficult to build a method of communication with every creature that emerges from the testing process. Since the animal created seems to be largely random, they can often pose real challenges in terms of setting up a method
it's based
for
off your
feedback on
personality.
how the test went. For example, 3 subjects have been transmuted into various species of squid, which had to be quickly rushed to an aquatic test chamber before drying out. Once inside these test chambers,
At that point, just
while the
fry
squids
me.
were evidently
Deep
very
fry me.
intelligent, they lacked the motor skills and limbs to be able to
All
form
right,
any
you're
kind
fat.
of sign language or even point out letters on a board. Great apes, however, have proven much easier to work with. As
Oh,
they
that
can
would be
quickly adopt
awesome.
Sign language and even attempt rudimentary vowel sounds with their throats. What is clear from this testing is that the animal that emerges retains the memories of the person it has replaced. It has the same attachment to loved ones, the same fears, and the same idiosyncrasies. Or at least it does when these things do
I'd
not
love to
come
be
in
a chimp.
conflict with the animal's biological nature. One test subject, for example, had always had a strong affection for hamsters. However, when that test subject emerged from the pile of silicone skin as a sparrowhawk, it had a markedly different relationship with them, something that it expressed guilt over for the duration of testing.
So, if they basically become the animal, right, over time, even if it goes against everything that used to be part of their personality, then do you think that that, like, keeps going? Do you think eventually, if they stay in that form long enough, they actually turn into the creature?
That's like Back to the Future theory.
Under what?
Remember, if they stay in the past for too long,
Oh, they disappear.
and they disappear. Like everything, all their memories, everything that was once was.
Wow, great call there, Adam. Great callback. Not really a callback, but great connecting the dots. Good job.
You were ready to make fun of me too, you little rat.
I would say probably, because the only thing that they can do is be the animal that they are. So, like, they're eventually going to revert to, or I guess become that animal and live the lifestyle of that animal.
Yeah, it's not like she can go back to work at Louis Vuitton, right? You can't live a normal life as an anaconda.
Right.
My anaconda don't want none of you got buns, huh?
Try as it might, however, the hawk could not fight its urge to feed on the
Snatchers.
hamsters whenever it was offered the opportunity. Similar tendencies can be noticed in animals' mating behaviors. A survey of the test subjects revealed that 94.7% of male species reported resisting the urges of feeding and breeding to be the aspect most difficult to control in their new form. From all of the testing conducted thus far, only amniotes, cephalopods, and
Do you still want to be a chimp, Adam?
Run it!
Oh, God.
chondrichthyans have been observed emerging from the test subject's empty skin sacs.
I want to be a male seahorse.
Testing is ongoing to determine if there is a set pattern to the animals emerging, although thus far, no pattern has been observed. One particularly memorable test saw a blue whale emerge from the body of
my
one
God.
causing significant damage to the testing facilities, as the room had not been constructed with
There's
that
no way they
large
can
of a
move it.
creature in
It's
mind.
going to die.
Since then, testing has been temporarily suspended, as the Foundation discovered that one of the senior researchers was underreporting the level of testing being conducted, and quickly turning Site-64.
Bro got addicted because it's like a mystery box, right? You give the zipper to the D class and you're like, oh, what animal is it gonna be?
It's
I
like
would go
opening
through the-
cases in CSGO.
Yeah, I'd go through the entire D class.
So he was doing it left, he was doing it right, he was doing it up, he was doing it down, and then he got a blue whale, and then that probably ended it.
Into the SCP petting zoo for highly gifted animals.
The chimp.
Fortunately, the head of Louis Vuitton and her PA managed to get in contact with the SCP Foundation. Or rather, the SCP Foundation got in contact with her after she was seen creating a huge social media conspiracy
mind wipe
about
her?
the fact that her former boss had been
Yeah, she's
transformed
cooked.
into a snake. The anaconda was soon located and transferred to Site 64. Several interview sessions with the snake found an animal humbled by her time in a cage. After a couple of hours of negotiating with the senior researchers, she was able to agree on a deal where she would be used as part of a promotional campaign for charities against the mistreatment of animals. She would attend filming days and perform on camera to show the abuse that animals went through in testing
I guess it's kind of a happy ending, though.
The general
What a
public
360
believes that
there.
the footage is computer generated, and a VFX house has been credited in the adverts. Meanwhile, the Amazon rainforest has one new occupant, a colossal snake that is kind to humans and has a strange addiction to iced coffee.